All right, we got it. Guess I gotta put time. Now I gotta fix the description. Entertain me. Sports. Um, basketball. Eight. Live. Sports. I'm just getting everything started up to W. I just want to say, let's look at should we go on stat muse? Stat muse. Whoever, I mean, the videos I've been posting, they can getting more views after. So I'm pretty sure like people like watch it after the streams. So whoever is watching is on the YouTube. Um, we're doing a today topics are going to be about Joel Embiid and about Philly's playoff run and how far they can go into the playoffs. So like we're just gonna see about their playoff chances. We're gonna see about if Embiid can win MVP this year. What will it take? What will it take for Embiid to win the MVP? And if he's gonna get placed second or third this time. So yes, I'm just trying to set everything up. Share screen, Windows, Microsoft, Control Embiid stat views. Okay, I got it. All right, so we're looking at Embiid stats, right? So anyone's allowed to join, obviously. So he said Jokic winning the MVP. I just want to talk about this real quick. The reason why I think his case is getting stronger is number one, obviously his stats, right? So it's he's averaging 33, he's averaging 10 4. His true shooting is 65%, which is good. I think I think like he's been performing well. He's been back to back years where he has been second place of the MVP voting. So like I don't know. I think there's only one way for him to win it, and that's if he can get to the one seed. But I think they are in the third seed right now. They're in the third seed. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're up by like 3.5 games. It's like 2 or 3.5 games they are up by. So yeah, with Philly is the third seed. They're 2.5 games from being the second seed, and they're 3.5 games from being the first seed. There's only probably like what 10 more games left. That's the only way. Somehow, if Milwaukee and Boston can lose these games and drop, and Philly can clinch the number one seed, then I think that's how they that's how he's gonna get an MVP. Because like when we talk about Jokic, like his case is so strong that like Giannis and Embiid are just gonna have to just be better, right? Because like when we talk about Jokic, right? I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's leading the league assists, but I'm pretty sure he's top five in assists. He's pretty sure top five in rebounding. He's top five in efficiency. So he's an efficient player. Like he's having his best year, honestly, because he's having his best efficiency year. He's having his he's top five in assists and he's top five in rebounding. The only thing I see Jokic not winning it is if Embiid if somehow Philly can get the number one seed, which is most likely they're not, because like how the voters are gonna vote, they're gonna be like, damn, this dude Embiid, he's the first seed, he's playing good, he's averaging 33, 10, and 4. He's the number one seed, and we're gonna vote for him second place for the third year in a row. I think they're just gonna vote for him because like it's more of a pity vote if he gets the number one seed, but like I wouldn't even say pity because he would also deserve that MVP too because being a one seed averaging 33, 10, and 4, like you I clearly deserved it, but I think it's still gonna be Jokic. Second place is gonna be Giannis, and I think Embiid is probably gonna be three. But his case has been stronger because like I think at the beginning, I think Kevin Durant, Luca were higher in the ladders, but the Mavs just dropped, and then KD obviously got hurt, so Embiid definitely rose. If I was a voter, I would vote for Jokic. I would have to. He's having a better year. The dude's literally having a better year on higher efficiency. He's he's the number one seed for the West. So it's like it's gonna be hard to not vote for him. Or if they're gonna do the thing about Jokic, like, because I think with Giannis, like, I think a couple, I don't know who it was, but there was like one of the voters said that they weren't gonna vote for Giannis until he gets the job done and shit like that. That's and I think and probably voters said they think like that. I don't know why voters think like that though, because shouldn't it be a playoff award? I think the playoff awards should be the conference finals MVP, like the Larry Bird and Magic trophy, because like the way I feel like they should just have the best player throughout the whole run. So say if it's like Boston and Milwaukee in the conference finals, they should give the award to the most valuable player throughout the whole entire run. So round one, round two, and the conference finals. So it can kind of be like a playoff MVP award, a regular season MVP award, and then obviously a finals MVP award. I think it'll be better like that because like one just a conference finals, there's no point of having that because like it's the same exact thing of a finals MVP, but just a conference. It would be better if it goes out to the winner of the conference finals, but the dude who had performed the best out of throughout the whole series, right? So I would change that, bro.
What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's going on, bro?
What's good? Is PJ Zay was here? I know Zay and Leaf wanted to join.
I don't know.
It,
I'm gonna see what Zay on and see. I'm gonna tag him and see if he want to join this shit. I
he
seen he
he
had joined last time after I left. I
no
was
he
tired as hell.
yeah he joined late. Like I told him I he DM'd me too. He's like just send me the link. I sent the link to him.
Oh,
Then
you already sent it to him?
oh him personally no. I just sent it to the
Oh, it's to the chat. To the chat.
yeah. I'm just going over the I'm just going about MVP talks right now. Just
Talk about with
it's
Embiid.
because like yeah, because I'm trying. Even if there's no
Good,
one
yo. What's
was
going
good.
on?
Even if there's no
What's
one
good? What's
watching,
good?
like even if there's no one watching at the start, I kind of want to just talk because like the Kawhi Leonard view, like when I ended the live stream, it had like 85 views the moment it ended, and then the next day it has like almost 200. It has like 150.
No, I'm telling you,
So,
bro. That's how it
so
be. Like,
people are clearly watching after the live stream. So that's I'm just I didn't think people would do that, but
no, bro. That's when they be checking it out and shit. Because the more people see it, the more people is gonna you know, like the more people channel is gonna pop up on and shit. So yeah, we should be
yeah,
get more views and shit for real.
yeah, because the Tatum one's been up. Like I remember, like it already has 226 views.
I think that got the
Oh,
most views on it. That one, the Tatum one,
yeah,
the
and
Tatum
then
one, and the Kobe
The
one.
Kobe one almost has 200. It has a 187. The
Yeah,
Kawhi one
no,
has 150.
yeah, no, that shit lit for real.
Even the KD one's not bad. It has 123. And like,
I'm
obviously,
thinking like,
this is a small channel too.
I'm about to say you just started it, bro. It's only been a week for that ain't shit. So 200 in less than a week, shit, that sounds good to me
Yep.
for real. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah,
about to
but
say
W Dub.
yeah, no, Dub, that was some real shit he did. I can't
I'd
lie.
have told him, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. How like, bro, like you posted a clip. Like, what? Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
it wasn't shit. Like it wasn't really shit to be like tripping on.
If it
That's what
was
I
a
thought.
if it was a link, I would understand. But like, if it's just a
Yeah,
cutout clip that has no link, should not be a problem with it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But shit,
Like I got timed out because, bro, I literally sent a thumbnail and I asked someone for an opinion of how that thumbnail looked, and I got timed out for an hour.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, come
Bro,
on, bro. Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying?
like I understand if you're spamming it
Yeah.
or like you're sending leaks like links because like people don't want to see like links and a whole bunch of spam and people who are begging to fault like that. I completely understand, right? Because
Mm.
honestly, that shit's annoying. But like, bro, talking about an idea because like it's two ways it goes, right? If I talk about an idea, it's either no one answers and then I won't talk about it, or someone's gonna want to just talk about it like real quick.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, cause
Like,
the video I posted and shit, I was just saying my opinion, bro. It wasn't even like I was, you know what I'm saying, advertising and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah,
it didn't
because
have
then
no.
by that logic, then like if I'm on Dub's show or Low Nose or like if I'm on a show, right, and I edit out a clip that like I want to show people like what I said, or I was on this guy's show, I want to, you know, and then like shit gets taken down, like, come on.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro, what we doing, bro?
You
But
were just giving out an opinion, like it's not like
yeah, I just, shit, motherfuckers just emotional though. That's how that go. But
yeah,
shit, Dub, he came through, so we good now. We good on that.
yeah. He just said don't spam. Just
Yeah, you know what I'm
just don't
saying.
spam.
So we
Honestly,
cool on that. But no, let's get into this. Let's get into this Embiid shit,
Better
man.
have
You
taken
know
that.
what I'm
Better
saying?
have taken that screenshot so someone godly delete your shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like the nigga deleted my shit. He ain't even say shit. I'm like, what you doing, bro? Like, come on,
yeah.
bro.
I
That
thought
shit
you
suck.
deleted it. I thought you sent like the wrong clip, and I thought you were gonna send one back.
Yeah, no, I sent the clip, bro. That, like 2 minutes later, the shit deleted. And he didn't even say shit. I'm like, bro. I go back to the chat. I see that shit going. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you hating
No
like
other
that, bro? Like, damn. Like,
I've talked to Gabe, Trent, and even Zayn Clutch and Dreams Hoops. They don't have a
mhm.
problem with it unless if you just spam. Just don't spam that shit. Don't send
That's what I'm
links.
saying. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like, nobody got a problem, but you know who? You know what I'm saying?
I don't
So,
even think Dame cares too because he just said don't be OD about it. That's it. Like
bro, don't nobody care, but you know what I'm saying. I ain't even gonna say his name, but don't nobody care, but bro, you know what I'm saying. So, shit, I'm glad Dub did that though. You know what I'm saying? That was some real shit. But what was you showing with the MB shit? You just showing his stats and shit?
yeah, I was saying like what would it take for him to win an MVP? I think the only way for him to win an MVP is if Milwaukee and Boston they just drop and Philly can be the one seed. But like that's gonna be kind of impossible.
No, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think as long as he like got more wins than Denver, I think he can win it, bro. Because I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, Giannis been missing hella games and shit. Like I think Giannis already missed like 20 games or something, and they've been winning a lot without Giannis. So most of
Yeah.
these, so most of
So
these games that they, most of
that's
these
a
games that they won, you know what I'm saying, it was without Giannis. Drew Holiday been carrying. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
same thing with Embiid too. I think they have a winning record. They have, I think Embiid and Giannis, their teams both have winning records when they're not playing, compared to Jokic, where the team has a losing record.
No, but for Embiid, with Harden being injured, this is his time to solidify his case.
Yeah, like these last
Yeah,
10 games or so, he gotta keep his foot on the pedal because he been going crazy. Like the nigga been averaging like 35 this last month or whatever. If he keep that shit going and they win it, because Harden injured right now, you know what I'm saying? I think he got an Achilles injury
he's
or
injured.
whatever.
If I'm a Bucks fan, then I could just like if I was like a Bucks fan or like a Giannis fan, I could just say Drew and Middleton been in and out the lineup too.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like it could really go to either one of these three for real. But I think these last 10 games is really gonna solidify who gonna win it because if Embiid can keep his team afloat, you know what I'm saying, keep that 3 seed or get the 2 seed without Harden playing, and he balling out, you know what I'm saying, 40 every night or some shit like that. Shit, you really gotta give it to him, bro, because he already leading the league in scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I think he got I think he
you're
got more impact than Jokic because of the fact that he playing both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of their defense, whereas Jokic, he's you know what I'm saying, he's lacking on that end. We all know that. You know what I'm
I could
saying?
hear you, but it's like your
Oh
mic.
my,
It's like kind of staticky.
oh for real?
What do you? Are you on a
Hold
phone or
on,
do you have like a?
yeah, I'm on my phone, but I'm gonna put my headphones in. Hold on, real quick. I'm about to join.
All right, but just join back. I'll add you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be hard though for. I think it's gonna be Jokic. I think he's still gonna win it. He gonna be the. He gonna win back to back three. He gonna win three in a row. He gonna win three in a row, and he gonna lose like in the first or second round.
Yo, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me
it's
better now?
better.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I think that Embiid, I think he got a good case because of the fact that over Jokic, especially because of the fact that he playing both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's leading the league in scoring. He's almost as efficient. He's not almost as efficient as Jokic, but I'm pretty sure he's averaging like 50% from the, you know what I'm saying, somewhere around there from the field. He's shooting the three ball good. We already know he can hit the free throws. He's actually playmaking pretty well this season. Like I've been seeing him get like 6, 7 assist games, a couple triple doubles. Like Embiid has been doing it all, and then he's doing it on the defensive end. Whereas Jokic, you know what I'm saying, we know he's not really giving me too much on that end. And shit, like I said, I think these last 9 or 10 games will really be the deciding factor. Because right now, I think Embiid is leading right now. If we being honest, because he's been like these last 10 games. I'm about to pull up the stats. Like he's been averaging some crazy ass stats. Like even better than Giannis and Jokic. I'm about to pull it up. Like he's leading the league in scoring right now. But yeah, bro, this whole month of March, bro, he's averaging 34 points a game. Like 60% from the field, 39% from the three. Like come on, bro, he's balling out. Like he got a good ass case for it, and he's averaging 2.5 blocks a game, a steal a game. Like he's doing it everywhere you want it. He's giving it to you. You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, you're right. I mean, if he's top three, obviously him, Giannis, and Jokic are all going to be top three.
That's what I'm
But
saying. That's why. Go ahead.
I'll just say for a schedule, if y'all want, we could take the day off tomorrow. I mean, I work at 5 till like midnights,
Yeah.
and
You
that's
know, I
my
work.
time. No, that's my time too. So like,
Oh,
so it's
you'll be
basically from
like,
it's like 8 to like 3 a.m. for like Eastern time.
oh yeah. We might have to do it. Take that off then, because I don't get off till 10 anyway. So that'll be
Yeah, it'd be
like,
either there or like to do it early, but like 12 o'clock my time, so like 3 p.m.
3
Eastern.
Yeah,
p.m.
I'm probably not gonna be able to do tomorrow either. I got a college
Yeah.
visit. So
Yeah, I gotta work. So we could probably do it the next day, then Monday or whatever, or Sunday or whatever. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, bro. I think Embiid deserved it, to be honest. Like, especially with the shit, like, cause I think he should have got it
What's good,
last year, to
Dedham?
be
You trying to
honest.
pull up? Click on the link if you're trying to pull up.
Like, honestly, I think Embiid should have got that shit last year. I don't like how they, you know, what I'm saying, switched the narrative up with Jokic and shit. Like, are we rewarding stats or are we rewarding winning? Like, what we doing? Cause last year it was, you know, what I'm saying, he's
They did the
carrying this
same
bad
shit.
team.
Didn't they
Go
do the
ahead.
same shit with Giannis, where like they wasn't gonna give it to him unless he wins a title?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they was bringing other shit into it that don't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, the regular season, because it's a regular season award. You get what I'm saying? Like, they was bashing Embiid because he ain't never been to the conference finals, but I mean, shit.
The conference finals award should be based on the playoffs. It shouldn't just be based on the conference finals itself. It should be based the best player throughout the whole run. So if it's like, say for example, Warriors versus Suns, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Suns win, they beat the Warriors. They should look through each of the games, like the first round, second round, and third round, and try to find out who's the most valuable player throughout that playoff run, and then that should be the Magic Award, Larry Bird. Because I think that would be cool. Because then you got one regular season award, then you got one playoff awards, which would be from the first round to the conference finals, and then you got the finals MVP.
That's cool. So you saying like even including the finals or just like the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference?
No, it's gonna be on both conferences, right? But it's just gonna be throughout the playoff run. So it's gonna be from the first round to the conference finals. Then it goes to the winner of the conference, but the most valuable throughout the whole playoff run.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, that'd be cool too. I like that. I fuck with that. Yeah, I fuck with that because then
Hey,
like
what's good? Um,
it was good, casual.
Hey, what's going on, brothers?
What's
what's
good with
good?
you,
Are you
bro?
driving? It's like a lot of
Yeah,
wind in the
hell
back.
yeah, I'm on the road to work and shit. Just wanted to tap in with my brothers.
Oh
What's
yeah,
good? Are you gonna hop on when you're at work, or you're not allowed today?
Nah. I'm gonna be on. I just want I wanted to hear it. I'm finna mute myself now. I just wanted to say what's up to my boys.
oh yeah, bet.
Good.
Yeah, we in this bitch. We talk about NBA right now and shit, but
What we
Yeah,
talking about?
today.
We talking MVP. We talking how far the Sixers gonna go. What we
Yeah,
talking?
we're doing that. So we're doing Embiid's playoff. We're talking about the playoffs for Philly, how far they should do, how far they will go, and what could they do to make it to the conference or to the finals. And
Okay.
then we'll talk about Embiid's MVP case of where he should be placed at the MVP, or if not, if he should win it.
Okay. All right. Well,
And then
I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna listen to y'all points. I don't know. Most of the time, Drew be just saying the same shit I be saying. So, shit. Yes. I'm gonna peep y'all, and then probably within like the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna join in.
That's a bet. That's a bet. That's a bet. That's a bet.
All right, y'all.
Bet.
yeah, I think
But
Zay's
yeah.
gonna pull up later and Leaf too. They both said they was down MVP.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's
search up the
cool. That's
MVP
cool.
Oh yeah.
ladder too.
Leave getting on again tonight.
Yeah, he said he was down.
Okay. All right. That's a bet.
Yeah, Leaf is always down. He's cool.
Yeah, I'm about to say he just be pulling up. You know what I'm saying? So that's perfect for real.
I'm on NBA.com. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if I can find the exact ladder. I'm on my phone.
Oh, you talking about for the MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to go in there right now because last time I
Oh,
checked,
on
Embiid was winning.
Yeah, okay, on NBA.com, right? So this is how it is. One. I just saw it right now. What the hell?
I'm about to pull it up right now on my shit.
Yeah, it says one Joel Embiid
Mm-hmm.
for the ladder.
Yeah, I think they
Two
got
is
it.
Jokic.
Oh, they got Jokic 2. And then Giannis 3, right?
Yep, Giannis 3. 4, they
And
got
then
Jason Tatum.
And then Luka 5.
And Luka 5.
And then they got Sabonis 6. That's crazy as hell.
They got Julius Randle 7.
SGA.
Bro, Hellfire wasn't too crazy.
Hellfire, hey, hold on. He might have been on or something.
Yeah, I think we might have just been wrong about him.
With that bullshit, he be talking.
James Harden 9, Damian. He is. That'd put him over Julius Randle. What the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. Julius Randle, what the fuck? This throwing me off. This like 6 through 10. This shit throwing me off. Like, I ain't expect that. I expect like Donovan Mitchell or somebody to be on there or something. Like,
here, let me see if I can put it on the screen.
Yeah. Because I'm seeing Julius Randle. Like, I don't even think he's the best player on his team. I'm thinking Jalen Brunson. Like,
and with Sabonis, it's like he's not gonna win it. But like, say if he had the best record, like say if he went like 73-9, right? Like the Warriors record.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to give it to him because like you have De'Aaron Fox as well, so they don't know who's the real MVP if it's gonna be D Fox or Sabonis.
Yeah, no, they got two players that's like they kind of in the same range, so I don't know who's better for real. You could make an argument for both of them. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'd be like trying to basically like killing each other's MVP race if they was winning more games. But
yep. I'm trying to see. Where do I share my screen? I'm tripping. I literally just had it. Oh, I got it. Share screen. Okay, I got it.
Got it.
Yep. This is could y'all see Will?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me see if I'm allowed. I'm just gonna fix the layout. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, they got number 1. They got Joel Embiid.
As expected. Then they got what? Jokic out there? Jokic and then
season 34, 10, and 4. That's his stats.
Fucking stat pattern. Okay, they got Jokic.
25, 12. He's averaging 12 rebounds and 10 assists. That is like a triple-double, damn.
Oh, and that's the crazy thing because they all about to play each other like in the next week.
Yep.
And so they all about these couple games right here, this gonna be a big, you know what I'm saying, big mover and who wins it. Because I'm not gonna lie, last time Embiid played Jokic,
they had Jason Tatum still number 4, even though he's been performing the second half.
That's kind of throwing me off too, for real.
Same with Luka too. I mean, he's been hurt, and they dropped off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just lost today, bro. Like they damn near out to play, and I'm not really understanding that, to be honest. Like,
you got James Harden 9, Devin Booker 10, Shea 8, Julius Randle 7, DeMontis Sabonis.
Yeah. I find it very interesting that Donovan Mitchell's not on here.
I was just saying that shit, bro. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
5 more: Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant. Yeah, bro. They have they have a thug right there, bro.
Where? Oh, and 5.
Yeah, they got Jimmy Butler on here.
Kevin
Come
Durant's
on,
been
bro.
injured. John Morant, they're not gonna vote for him because of all the other shit. Laurie Markin and their team's
Fucking
not good
thug.
enough. De'Aaron
Yeah,
Fox could be in here
yeah,
too.
because of
AD,
his
he's
rat
been
activity.
yeah.
Fucking
How is Donovan Mitchell is not
Fucking animal.
Donovan Mitchell was not even in the top 15. They have
no, that's throwing
Laurie
me off.
Marketing and John Morant
That shit throwing
over
me off. They got
Donovan Mitchell. What the hell?
they
They
got
have
Jimmy.
Julius Randle over Donovan Mitchell
Yeah,
and
no,
Shea.
they tripping, bro. I don't know what the fuck they seeing for real. Like you got Jimmy Butler on this motherfucker. He don't even take the regular season serious. Like, come on, bro. Like, what were you doing? This nigga averaging like 20 points a game.
Yeah,
Corey
Donovan Mitchell
marketing.
not being in the MVP ladder is just
That
it's
shit is
criminal.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
it's
some
pure criminal.
yeah.
He should, hey, what the hell?
That's some gangster shit right there. James Harden.
Yeah, it wasn't. And during that Utah Jazz, when he was in Utah and they were in the number 1 seed, was he top 5 in MVP voting as well, or was he not?
Who, Mitchell?
Yeah, it was the year when they were the 1 seed. It was.
Yeah, you talk about a couple years ago. Yeah,
2021,
I
right?
think. Yeah. I think he was. I'm not too sure. I mean, if he wasn't in the MVP that year, I mean, shit, like I don't know what we doing.
I don't even think he made All NBA first team that year.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. I think he.
Because they had Luka and Steph as the guards, right?
You know, they be disrespecting Mitchell
in 2021.
Yeah, who's the first guards?
In 2021,
it was JT, Giannis. It was wasn't it? It was Jokic, I believe. And in the guards, it was Luka, and then
I think it was Luka and Steph.
2021.
It
could have been Harden.
Might have been. Oh yeah, it could have been Harden because he was with the Nets and shit balling out. Well, they might have gave it to Steph weak ass.
Yeah, I think Mitchell was like second or third team, I believe. Though.
I'm about to check right now, bro. He didn't make no NBA. He didn't make no All NBA teams. Like
not even the third team.
Not even. They not fucking with bro. They not fucking with him. Yeah, no, they don't. They ain't fucking with bro. That's crazy.
He should be over Julius Randle, the MVP vote.
Yeah, I don't know why they got that weak ass nigga there. He not even the best player on this team. Sabonis, but yeah, I don't know why the fuck Luka on here at all. Them niggas got a losing record. Tatum, he been on bullshit ever since the All-Star break. This nigga getting outplayed by Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, it's disrespect.
Yeah, no, they tripping on this bitch. But no, I'm thinking like really, bro. Like, I think Philly. I think this their best year to like make some noise with Harden and shit because like with the way Embiid playing, I don't know how long he could keep this up, bro. Like he playing at a you know what I'm saying peak level. You know what I'm saying? We know how much he gets injured and shit like that. And Harden getting older, he not getting no younger. He's about to be like what 34, 35. You know what I'm saying? And he's about to end up on his contract year. So we don't even know if he's coming back to Philly. So it's like shit, this a make or break year for real. Like, and it'd be a damn shame if Embiid got injured because that'd be a buzzkill. But if they fully healthy, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see no excuses for them to not make it to the conference finals unless they play the Bucks.
Bro, the East is wide open.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The East wide open. Like, it's really anybody could win for real, you know? So
the East is not wide open, bro. Relax.
What you mean?
Yes, who
got that shit locked up?
It's like it's really two teams to me. Wide open is like the West. The West is literally wide open. Like that's anybody can win.
Only
I would say the West is wide open.
Yeah, no, but the East just it's like it's really the Bucks or the Celtics, bro. Like that's not wide open.
Celtics, Philly,
Celtics,
Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't think bro.
I don't think Cleveland's gonna win. I think Sixers actually have a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, if
Cleveland
Embiid's
don't have no shot, bro.
Especially how JT has been performing well. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna be their coaching too because Ime Udoka had a a huge part doing adjustments and all that shit in the playoffs. So they're gonna
Yeah,
be running into a playoff with a brand new head coach. So it's like
yeah. I'm not buying the Cavs. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm
no,
not
not the
buying the
Cap.
Cavs
Fuck
either.
that. I
I'm
ain't gonna
telling you,
lie.
just the top three. The Sixers can. The Sixers gotta hope they face the Celtics before they face Milwaukee. They better match the Celtics than Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The same shit. Cause I don't think the Celtics got nobody who can hold Embiid and
They
shit.
don't. They don't.
They don't. You know what I'm saying? And shit. If Harden can hop in his bag and
Especially
not be on no
because
bullshit,
what's his face is always injured.
you talk about Robert Williams?
Even
Yeah.
Robert Williams,
Yeah, no cap,
Robert
no
Williams
cap.
can't even hold them though. Like he gonna get in foul trouble holding Embiid.
No, that's real shit. And then if he don't play, Horford, come on, bro. That's he gonna take his lunch money. Like he gonna dog that
Yeah,
nigga.
Coach
He
Bud is
gonna
a
dog that
fraud.
nigga. Who
Nah,
said
but
that,
you got
Coach?
to think about it though. Like they have really no competition. To be honest with you,
who?
Who you talking about?
uh, the Bucks.
Oh, you don't think they
You?
have competition in the East?
What you?
Nah, bro. Last year they went 7 with the niggas went to the finals. They didn't have Chris Middleton all series.
Facts.
Now they're all
That's true.
healthy, and not to mention Drew Holiday played like shit offensively.
I'm not
But
gonna
but
lie.
look,
He
but
always
look,
do that
but
though.
that's Drew Holiday though.
Yeah, I'm
That's
about to say
Drew
like when
Holiday.
like come playoff time, that nigga started
That's true.
folding off on the offensive end.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I'm not gonna lie, Middleton, that nigga not all the way back yet. So I don't know if I could really trust him to hop in that bag he was in 2021. And if he not hopping in that bag, it's really up to Giannis and shit. They can
Giannis,
look.
bro.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie. Book has been balling. That nigga been going crazy. But I gotta see that shit in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta see that nigga do this in the playoffs. Like dropping 20 every other couple games. I gotta see him do that shit in the playoffs. You know, because
Nah, yeah, Brook Lopez has been balling though, but they do have comp. I don't believe that investing though. It's comp over there for sure.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, cause
It's comp for sure.
I ain't got no faith in the Celtics though. Them niggas, I just can't. Bro, that nigga JT, he don't be like he'll have a game or two, but he not consistent enough. Like to be like for me to have faith in them niggas. Like it's too many games where I'm seeing JB take over or like Al Horford had to put up 20 for these niggas to win a game.
But look, that's the thing about the Celtics though. They're deep, bro. Like JT don't have to go crazy every game like Giannis do. You feel me? Like you got Derek White can pop off, Grant Williams can pop off. You feel me?
no,
Then
that's
you
real
got
shit.
you got Michael Brogdon. You feel me? Pop off. Like they got depth, bro. That's the thing about the Celtics. Like it's multiple people that can go crazy any night.
No, that is real shit. Like Tatum might have 15 points, but all them niggas you just said they might pitch in 15, 20 and they still win the game and shit. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that is what they got going for them. They got depth. Like shit, they about 7, 8, 9 deep. You know what I'm saying? Any nigga can pop off. So but the Sixers, they not really deep for real. Like other than Maxey, Harden, and Embiid, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna get out of here, Tobias or we know PJ ain't doing shit. All he doing is running around. You know what I'm saying? That
Hey,
nigga
that
ain't
nigga,
doing
hey,
shit.
he trash. He
That nigga so
trash.
garbage. That nigga is ass,
Yeah,
bro.
PJ Tucker.
Like that nigga is garbage, bro.
yeah, PJ trash.
Nigga is
Dude,
all
what
that
was
nigga do is,
what was the game streak of PJ Tucker having 0 points? I swear it was like a multiple game
bro. It was
streak.
like it might have been like 10 games in a row. The nigga
Bro, that shit
ass.
was funny, bro. Prize pick, bro. During that time, Prize Picks had his line at like 2.5 points. That shit was
Bro,
funny.
like
The under
Yeah,
heavy.
that
Are
that
you
like that's
it
come
is
on, bro.
sad because in
That shit is
Houston,
sad as
this
hell.
nigga was one of the best corner
bro? His
shooters.
line was at
No,
two
that's
and a
real
half.
shit.
They're
Like
just asking, bro. They're just asking, bro, just to make 1 3-pointer. He
he
would
can't even
cash for
he
people.
can't even do that. Like in Houston, shit, like Investing said, this nigga was money from the corner. Nah,
Yeah,
this nigga,
Bro,
they leaving that
nigga
nigga
y'all
open.
see
He
the
ain't doing
clip of
shit.
the Hornets? Y'all see the clip? Y'all see the clip of the Hornets guy? How he was screaming? He's like, PJ Tucker's still scoreless.
Like that shit is sad, bro. Like,
Dude, the announcers are clowning on him for going
you
for
feel me?
But
like
this why the Sixers might be kind of scary too though. Like think about it, bro. Tobias Harris they fourth option, bro.
Tyrese Maxey's been better
Hey,
too.
that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
Like you would think like shit, Tobias is a fourth option. Shit, that's kind of deadly. But like the shit
PJ
I've been
Tucker
seeing
do
from this
funny as
nigga,
hell.
like the shit I've been seeing from Tobias, bro, this nigga giving me like shit, 8, 9 points. Like 10 points, like, bro, I need you to pop off one of these games when Harden
Yeah,
ain't bringing it. When and
but
Maxie not, you know what I'm saying, coming through.
Tobias
I
is
need
so
you to come through.
cooked. He,
That's
he
what I'm saying. Like,
he has
bro,
the potential to give you 17, 18 as like a fourth.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you would think as a fourth option, like, bro, the nigga was giving you 20, you know what I'm saying, on the Clippers or whatever. He was the first, second option. Like, bro, you got all these open shots, all these opportunities. You're not doing shit with it, bro. Like, I need you to pop off, bro. If he ain't doing that, like he gonna have to come through one of these games and save him like one of these playoff games. And if he don't, I don't know if they can win, bro, because they don't have nobody else that can score. Like they don't have nobody else that can do shit with the rock for real.
The
And then Doc
Bucks.
Rivers, yeah, no the Sixers, and then Doc Rivers, come on, bro, that nigga not. He is
Oh
not
my
a good coach in my opinion. Like he don't make no adjustments. PG said that shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really did shit since he had the big three. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga ain't no coach for real.
How
So
y'all feel about the Warriors?
the Warriors,
They can't even win road
they
games,
can't
so
even
I
win on
don't.
the road, but it's like I ain't gonna lie, them niggas been win. They didn't won their last couple games, so I don't know. Like they kind of scaring me. Like
They
these niggas
haven't.
might flip the switch for real, you know. And if they
They
do
haven't
that,
been. They haven't been healthy completely, but they still haven't been winning road games. So I don't know.
yeah,
But even when they was healthy, fully healthy, beginning of the year, they was losing though.
that's what I'm saying. Like this been going on all year, and then
Yeah.
like my nigga Wiggins, we don't know if he coming back or not. If he don't come back, they can't win no chip. If he don't come back, they can't win no chip. Like I just don't see it happening because that nigga was the second best player last year for them in the playoffs. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was clamping up on D. Nigga was giving you like 20 and 10 some games and shit.
He was
You know,
JT's primary defender. He
yeah, that's what I'm.
was.
Facts,
What about
facts.
Luca too? Was it he
No,
guarding?
he hit. He was the
yeah.
main defender on Luca. Shit when GP2 went out, he was the main defender on Ja. You know what I'm saying? Like bro was he played his role to a T. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't got nobody else that can do that. Like Kaminga, I ain't got no faith in him to do that for no playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Like he can do it, but he ain't do. I don't think he can do it like Wiggins did. So if they ain't got that nigga, I just can't see it. I can see them making it to like the second, third round, but that's as far as they gonna get.
So who y'all got coming out the like going to the finals?
Shit.
Phoenix.
Okay. Who you got coming out the East, deal?
Um, the Bucks. The Bucks.
So Phoenix and the Bucks. Okay. Who you got
Yeah.
winning that bitch?
Phoenix, man.
You got okay. You talking?
Yeah,
Okay. You
That's
talking?
right.
You talking?
That's right.
I got Phoenix.
What about you, love?
It depends. I need to see how Katie is first. For me, I think it's either Denver or Phoenix.
So if KD come back, you know what I'm saying, like he was before he got injured, what you thinking?
Like if he's 100%, I think they go into the finals.
Okay. Who you got coming out the East?
Honestly, I don't know because
Talk to me. You some frauds in the East. Talk to me. What you thinking? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think the Celtics some frauds. I'm gonna say that shit right now.
Interesting.
hey, I appreciate it. Hey, if you want to join, you can come up. The link is a StreamYard link. It's a free website. I paid for the membership and everything like that, so you could just join up, just plug in your mic, be on your phone, and you can come up.
Yeah, bro. Pull up. But
Honestly, I at the beginning I said Boston. I had Nets and Warriors, right? But that was before the whole KD
Oh,
trade
okay.
and stuff like that. But like I have Phoenix going out for sure. Okay, that's if everyone's healthy, right? I don't have the Boston making it up. I don't know. I don't trust Jason Tatum this year.
Me
It's
neither.
either between Philly and Milwaukee, but I would want to say Philly versus the Suns. I think that'd be a good matchup.
who you got winning that if they
I'm gonna be.
do
I'm
meet
gonna
up?
be one.
You heard me, love?
Yeah, I got Phoenix.
You got Phoenix. Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Zay. Go ahead, Zay.
I ain't gonna lie. I got Phoenix, but if we play the Bucks, bro, that's kind of
That shit
scary,
might
bro.
get scary. Hey, I was about to say that shit.
Not because
The
who
reason,
would
Ain't
be their
nobody
first.
holding Giannis. Ain't nobody
I
holding that nigga,
appreciate
bro.
Landon. Thank you for
That's
stopping by.
true.
yeah,
That's
nobody
true.
holding Giannis, and Brooke Lopez might pop off too. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
true.
just I don't know. And then we are like we too jump shot dependent too.
Or
Like
yeah, that's
yeah, like we,
facts. That's
Because
we
we're
don't
not
get
gonna get a lot of foul. Yeah, we got to drive in more so we get more
yeah
foul calls and
Yeah.
stuff like.
yeah.
So
But I don't see how anyone could of them can guard KD though from Milwaukee. Because you put because Giannis is not
maybe
gonna be able to
Giannis.
hold. Like we
I don't know.
no, he can't. He's not.
But if you put
yeah, yeah,
Giannis on KD, that's gonna wear Giannis out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Giannis gonna be because fuck around trying to guard KD. That's gonna fuck up his offense. You know what I'm saying? All that running up and down, like that's gonna take it to his. That's gonna cut it to his offense. But
We seen plays from the 2021 season where like Giannis
KD
was
So
was
guarding.
frying that nigga, bro.
He
KD was
so
frying
was.
that
so, so
nigga.
who is they on ball defender like at like on the Milwaukee like
Drew
I'm
Holiday.
thinking
Drew
like
Holiday.
I'm thinking it's Drew Holiday, but like he can only guard one nigga, so he gonna have to
It's like
take
a
either
but
wingman.
Drew Holiday gonna have to hold D book though.
right.
Yeah,
So if he guarding Book, you know what I'm
he's gonna
saying?
have to
That's gonna
guard
have
D
to
book.
put
Chris Middleton. I don't
like
know.
unless you putting Chris Middleton on KD, which is come on, bro, that's open
Oh,
season. Like he
Barbecue
gonna,
chicken.
KD torches
That's
Chris
why.
you
That's
know
Middleton.
why.
what I'm
That's
saying?
why.
He gonna have a field day with that nigga.
That's why. Like, that's why I don't know about the Bucks because for me it depends on Coach Bud of how he is, and it also depends on Chris Middleton because during that Nets series, Chris Middleton averaged like 24 against that Nets team.
Yeah,
Chris Middleton was being like he was giving you production. I don't know if he's gonna be like consistent in the
that's what I'm.
playoffs or in the
That's
finals.
yeah. That's
So
another thing I was saying. Like, bro, if Middleton not no like no, if he not a Robin to Giannis Batman, I don't see them beating the Suns, bro. Cause like we seen it with when he was on the Nets. Like shit.
and defensively, he's just gonna get worse. Like he just got worse because like
Yeah, with the injuries, because I when they played Philly that game like a couple weeks ago, that nigga Harden was every time Middleton was on him, he was straight to the cup, blow by, blow by. If he not playing no D for real, and you put him on KD, come on, we know what's gonna happen with that. But
and it helped Drew Holiday in the finals in the playoffs too because he was the third scorer, right? But now
yeah,
but now I would say Drew Holiday's more into the second scorer, and then Chris Middleton would have to be the third scorer.
yeah. But the thing with that is though, like we were just talking about earlier, we know that Drew Holiday in the playoffs, bro, be on some. He be real efficient with it. Like he started
Yeah.
shooting like 3 for 15 and shit like that. He not really giving you none on the offense. So if you are asking him to be the second option, I don't know. They might flame out real quick because Giannis ain't nobody holding Giannis, but who gonna hold KD? You know what I'm saying? Booker gonna get off a couple games, regardless if Drew Gardner. And
Yeah.
then who you got
Yeah.
guard? If you got Drew Holiday guarding D Book, who guarding CP3? Grayson Allen? You know what I'm saying?
Is it
Like
Grayson Allen? Who's gonna be? What's their lineup? Is it the card? Is it Carter? No. What it
I
would be
don't think they.
Uh,
Middleton. It would be Drew Middleton,
Allen was like,
Giannis, and Grayson Allen,
Yeah,
right at the two.
yeah, probably
yeah.
Allen. You feel me? So if I'm thinking like shit, CP3, he could take advantage of that because come on, bro, Allen ain't guarding nobody. Like let's be for real. Like CP3 he can get some shit off against bro. So the matchups,
I,
the matchups, I think the Suns got him
I,
on the
don't- I don't know
matchups.
I don't know what we're gonna do against Milwaukee because especially if they space out the floor with Brook, so then they take out Aiden from the paint. Like Giannis like there's nothing like we are able to do
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
Giannis.
saying. Like at that point, like it's really just gonna be like you let Giannis cook because ain't nobody guarding him for real. We seen what Aiden did. We seen what he did to Aiden. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
God.
So he took that nigga lunch.
Mhm.
So like Giannis gonna have his way. It's really just about Hole and Middleton because if they not hitting their threes, regardless of if Giannis go off for 40 or not, they not winning that. They not winning,
Yeah, I
bro. They
think
not winning.
Giannis and KD are gonna have their ways. It just depends on how Booker, Chris Paul, and how Aiden is.
Yeah.
No, investing. He said CP3, all that's not moving me. I ain't gonna lie, he not moving me either, bro. But like, shit, I think he gonna pop off a couple games when you need him for real. You know what I'm saying? But if he not on shit, like if he giving me 8, because I've been seeing him play like when KD did come to the Suns, he was like super passive, like giving me like 6, 8 points a game in the playoffs, bro. Like I said before, he can't do that. He gonna have to give me more than that.
It
But
was good.
Yo, what's good, there?
what's
Leave.
good, bro? What's
Oh
good?
man.
What's going on?
What's good?
Yeah, so I just got the thing across my screen on from the NBA app about Embiid. It said hold on, what it say? It said Embiid versus what?
He's on
Embiid
the.
holds. Yeah, yeah. It says about the MVP ladder.
Hold
Embiid
on one
is
second.
He's number one.
yeah, yeah. Embiid is still number one on the MVP ladder. But I will say this about this award. I stand on the whole thing about I don't think it's important for him to get this award. I think it's more important for him to like reserve most of his energy towards the playoffs and so the postseason because obviously like the biggest question marks going for Philly and going for Embiid and going for that team going forward is the postseason. I don't think the MVP should be a factor or an importance to him. I think it should be the postseason and going forward in the postseason. However, just putting myself in a voter's mind frame, I think the voters are gonna they're gonna try to they're doing a lot to sway their vote into his favor, just to try to try to create another narrative, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like that this okay, maybe Embiid deserved it last year, or maybe Embiid deserved it the year before. It's some people that's not even convinced that he should be higher than Giannis in some people's opinion. I'm not one of the people. I honestly think he's playing well. Just the numbers that he's everything that he's producing, the efficiency numbers and the advanced numbers is in his favor, especially this year. But I stand by my initial pick before the season, man. I think Jokic is gonna win it. And Jokic this thing is just really Jokic. It's Jokic's thing to lose, but it's really I think it's gonna be a runaway with Jokic. Yeah, that's my whole opinion on it.
Yeah, I
You
think
think so?
Jokic. I think he's probably gonna win it too.
Yeah, I mean the way the media like the shit that they look into, which you know what I'm saying, analytics and all that other shit. Jokic, you know what I'm saying, Jokic leading all that. So
Yeah, especially
and this
the
nigga,
advanced. Yeah, the advanced stats.
yeah, the advanced, that's all. You know what I'm saying, they love that shit. And then the nigga is averaging a triple double. So I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah,
And his
they
true
have to sway
shooting and
that.
his true shooting is also insane as well.
you
Like
feel
Yeah.
me? So
efficiency. Yeah.
like the numbers, all the numbers is in his favor for real, if we gonna keep
I
it
He's
a
the
I
buck.
number.
think now a lot of people are not factoring in that the extra 20 and 10 is coming for Harden. I think usually when you got two players that's going at a double double rate on the same team, you don't really even acknowledge them as like in a top priority as an MVP race. I think this is more. I think with his case of the MVP this year, it being that Harden is still averaging 20 and 10, and they offense is a lot much better when Harden is averaging the numbers that he's averaging. Um, I think this is definitely leaning towards pity MVP type of narrative. I think this is definitely leaning towards that, but it's been a lot of that on PC. I think the word pity has been going around. When in the case of giving Embiid the MVP this year, so I mean I thought he deserved it last year. I thought he had a strong case last year, but obviously with what Joker did in terms of like just like the accolades on over the regular season, he blew everything out of the water. Over first player over 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists. First player to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and field goal percentage. And managing to stay out of the play-in and be a 6th seed without Jamal Murray and without Michael Porter Jr. That's all. That's kind of a narrative type of thing, but still, it's all them factors is there. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I hope I'm right about the Jokic part, but I wouldn't be too upset about them giving it to Joel, even though I know why they because I know why they would give the MVP to Joel.
He said,
So
"What the fuck?"
yeah,
You try to come up. Send the link.
Tell bro pull up.
with the after you saying,
Bro silly.
He
He
probably
said
joined late. We're talking about MVP cases. Like
he can't. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
came late. He just came like right.
You talking about you my son.
I don't know who is whatever. I'm ignoring these man.
Bro silly as hell.
Yeah. I can't.
Pussy.
Can't talk to too much to the keyboard warriors. Man.
Denver
But
going. So what y'all think? You know, what I'm saying the narrative gonna be if Jokic losing the first round, man. And if he do get the third MVP and he lose in the first round, what y'all
We gonna
think the narrative
laugh.
gonna
That's
be
what we
around
gonna
that, man?
do.
it's
We
yeah
gon'
well, I'm not gonna necessarily laugh. I'm gonna know why it happened. I mean, like obviously because Denver, I don't think they really match up with too many of them teams that's currently in the playing right now. But as I said before, but yeah, if he wins it and doesn't get out of the first round or doesn't at least like look presentable in the first round in terms of playoff translation, yeah, that's gonna be bad. That this is gonna be real bad. I think that this is going to be like the stain, the ultimate stain with any MVP going forward and any back-to-back MVP going forward. They just going to be like, well, remember what happened when we gave a guy 3 straight MVPs and he didn't get to this, and this. And so they're going to use that narrative. They got that built in. So I mean, who knows, man? I mean, I would feel for him because obviously his inability to do anything on the defensive end against like high octane teams is very very glaring. Um, him and Luca is like to me is one of the same in terms of what they bring to the game. It just at different positions, but I don't know, man. It's not gonna look good on his resume if he gets eliminated in the first round. How he gets eliminated in the first round? If his numbers is not the same as it is in like the regular season or higher, then they're definitely gonna point the finger at him.
I'm thinking like to be honest, bro. Like I think like if he was to lose in the first round, regardless of if he, you know, what I'm saying if he balled out, if he's giving you 30, if he rises in the playoffs or not, I think they gonna kill him because just off the fact that shit, like you said, 3 MVPs in a row. Like that's only been done by who Bird and Wilt. Like you see how they didn't want to give shit Giannis. They didn't want to give Giannis that third MVP. They didn't want to give Harden his second MVP. They didn't even want to give Harden a MVP. To be honest, like so, I think that for
Right.
him to win 3 MVPs and then for you to flame out in the first round, that's like I don't think he can. I don't think he can recover from that. You know what I'm saying? Like even if he was to win another chip, I think that'd still be like a stain, like a big ass stain on his career. Like and then like you said, I don't think I think the media they might try to hold that against like anybody else who's balling out of control that got 2 MVPs and if they righteously deserve the third MVP, shit, they might be like shit. The last nigga we gave third MVP, he didn't really pan out so well, but I don't I just feel like if Jokic was to flame out in the first round, that should be historic. It'd be historically bad. Like
Oh
that'd
yeah,
be one for the
it'll get
ages.
nasty.
Yeah, that'd be one for the ages.
That would be one for the ages. And I think in terms of him recovering from it as a number one, I don't think he can recover from it. Um, everything going forward, it would be so many question marks going forward, not just for him but for the Denver Nuggets in terms of what do they do from here? How do they recover from it, or like as a unit? And okay, what do they do from there? Because if we go back to the bubble, the story really wasn't Jokic. The story was Jamal Murray.
Real shit.
Like that was the story. Jamal Murray was like historical in the bubble. So like if we going back to there, Jokic obviously picked up the pieces when he got hurt. When Jamal Murray got hurt and basically took off. Like with with the last 2 MVPs and possibly a third MVP, and having historic seasons and keeping the team afloat. Um, when him and Michael Porter Jr. was out. Now that they're back and everything is about playoffs and about going to the next level. Okay, y'all won one round. Y'all been in the conference finals in the bubble. Okay, can y'all at least get back to that point with Jokic as a MVP candidate or as a 3-time MVP? Can y'all at least make an effort to get back to that point, or make it look interesting that y'all can get back to that point? If y'all can't, then that's a problem. But yeah, it's gonna be glaring, man.
I think so too. And then I ain't even think about what you said, boys, like with the organization and that aspect, because like shit, if they was to lose in the like if they was to lose in the first round or even the second round, like they might have to make some changes. I don't know who would, you know what I'm saying, what they would make, who they would move, or you know what I'm saying, the pieces they would try to get or whatever. But shit, we might have to start looking at Jamal Murray or MPJ and you know what I'm saying, like they might try to get rid of them, or they might just change that whole team around. Like we won't see that duo with Murray and Jokic again. To be honest, because they've been playing together for a minute, and Jamal
Right.
Murray been getting hurt. Jokic
Mhm.
been there. Jokic been there thick and thin, but Jamal Murray been getting hurt. MPJ he been getting hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
What's
Like
good?
what's good, bro? But yeah, I think they might try to make a huge change, like somewhat like the Giannis thing, where they, you know what I'm saying, where they had Giannis and Chris Middleton, but then they got Drew, and he took him over the hunt, like he put them over the top. I think they
Oh,
might
the
try to make a
Nuggets.
move like that. Yeah, I think they might make a move like that.
They might
I
trade
don't know for
MPJ
who.
though next season. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm. Like they might fuck around try to get Dame somehow. I don't know how they
exactly.
would,
Yeah,
but
something like
Yeah,
that.
somebody told me that, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Jokic and Dame together, and I was just like, all right, yo, is them
that's
numbers gonna
OD.
work, man? Because the contracts is crazy as
Yeah,
for
yeah,
one.
that is facts. That is facts.
So
That is
I think
facts.
Denver. I don't know what Denver hard cap or like they strong cap, or are they gonna dig in the luxury tax to even do that? So because Aaron Gordon, obviously he's been important to what they've been doing.
Hey,
MPJ
invest
and
in what? What did he say? Someone got muted in the chat.
Yeah, what happened?
but
No,
what?
bro was just trolling. Bro was just trolling. But you can
I
go
mean,
ahead
he's
though.
he's
Yeah,
he's allowed to say shit like that. That's fine.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not
But
really tripping about it. If he's spamming like racist shit and all like then if he's saying like what the fuck you saying guard me in real life, that shit's funny. So y'all could keep that shit up. I don't care.
Wait, who
There's some dude in the chat.
said
I
guard
don't.
me in real life?
He said in real life guard me. I'll posterize you. He
Oh
said
no no
you
no no
my
no no!
son.
Tell him to guard me.
And then he said what the fuck you saying. I don't know who said that to. I think he said
No
it
no
to
no.
leave.
Yeah,
Tell
I
him
don't. I don't know.
tell him to try. No. If he wants to
He
be like that,
subscribed. He subscribed too, because when he came in, the
Yeah,
subscriber went up.
now if someone
yeah.
say something dumb like that, ask him if he can guard a
That's just
6'4"
funny though. I like shit like that.
guard.
That's just funny.
Fun.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but getting back to the Nugget situation, like I think it's pretty much an affirmative that they get out of the first round
Oh yeah.
somehow. That they wait. It's the affirmative. Now the second round, that's probably going to be the matchups. Maybe between if I'm not mistaken, the Suns, maybe the Warriors, because everybody I'm all on board to see a Suns Warriors series, man. Like in the first round, I'm pissing on everything the losers stand for. Whoever loses that series, man, like I'm being dead honest about that. But I think it's an imperative must that the Denver Nuggets, if Jokic Jokic wins his third straight MVP, that they get out of the first round. That there's no way, there's absolutely no way that they cannot get out, that they can lose in the first round in any type of fashion. I like they just can't do it because
That's what I'm saying.
it's gonna be a lot of restructuring of this roster, and they may have to go and try to go for a home run and like try to go for Dame.
Yeah. And if you
Dame,
go for and if you do go for Dame, that's gonna put them in like win-win now mode to the fact
yes,
where Dame,
Yo,
cause
if but I don't understand, y'all bash Jokic so much for his defense. Dame is literally just as bad as Jokic defensively, and that leaves two liabilities for the Nuggets.
that
That
does
like based off this
it
play.
does.
that does, but offensively it puts them.
Offensively though, it would
Offensively, it
yeah,
lifts them. Like,
lifts
come
them
on, Jokic and
major,
Dame together, like that.
major.
Oh my God, that lifts them like to
Yeah.
unseeable heights. And if you're in the Western Conference, one of the main thing, the Western Conference has always been a run and gun
Yeah,
conference.
ain't nobody playing no defense, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in the West.
exactly. It like whoever could fill it up the most in the West. 9 times out of 10, those are the teams that's going to be there in May and June something well mostly May, sometimes June. The Warriors were at least competent enough to get stops down the stretch when they needed to. The stops in certain portions to give them 8-0 runs or 16-0 runs, because it was at a point when if you gave up a 10-0 run to the Warriors, the game was over.
Yeah, it's a wrap because
You
they
know what I'm
clamping
saying?
up.
So exactly, because and not just that, it's like you find yourself playing how they play, because now they got more speed out on the
Perimeter.
perimeter,
Yeah.
and they could run you off, and they could get in transition. They one of the best teams we ever seen. So my thing is like Dame
And Jokic.
Jokic.
Yeah,
Oh
that'll
my
be
god,
OD. Like imagine that pick and roll. Like we talk about, because the Murray and Jokic pick and roll, that shit nasty. But
exactly.
Dame and Jokic,
Dame and Jokic.
that's
Oh man, I think
bro. That's
Dame.
a come on,
I
bro.
think Dame will dig deep enough to have at least like a good solid 2 years
Yeah,
where he's like, okay, yo,
he
I got a solid chance to win
He's going to
this.
have to sacrifice for Jokic because Jokic is far and above a better player than he is. So he's going to have to learn to sacrifice.
I think
Yeah,
he'll
yeah,
play off. I think he'll play off of Jokic very well though, because I think he
yes.
can move without the ball. He can move without the ball. Somewhat of a Jamal Murray. He's obviously a much better offensive player, on ball, off ball, shooter, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. Dame is much better than Murray in every way, and Dame can take over a game, whereas Jokic can just strictly play make, get everybody else, you know what I'm saying, get everybody else in order, and Dame will still give you a, you know what I'm saying,
But is
efficient
Dame going
30,
to rise his
35.
game in the playoffs to the level that Jokic does?
That's a good question. That's a good
That's a
question.
good question. That's a good question.
That's
And I
but
Because Dame,
but
Dame
but
outside of the first round has been very sus,
but
extremely
think about it
I
though.
think, but I think this is what I think. I think Dame playing off the playmaking abilities of a Jokic and in the regular season as well as the postseason could work in terms of, okay, all right, now you pretty much have Jokic kind of as the decoy. You know what I'm saying? But him still making the plays that he's making, still making the passes that he's making. But the thing is, he doesn't have to really force anything. And now you got yourself in positions where the fast breaks is much more fluent, because obviously Denver likes to run up, but like for as long as we watch Denver, they like to run up pace and get on the outlet and get out on the break and try to get some easy buckets. With Dame, and now your half court set is so scary because Dame is putting pressure on and moving your defense up. Now that's going to leave like the dunkers, like Aaron Gordon and the players that like to slash. Aaron
Bruce
Gordon,
Brown,
Bruce
Jeff
Brown,
Green.
yeah, they like those players. That's going to leave them in for easy layups, easy dunks. Defense is kind of self-explanatory. I think the more defensive rebounds they're able to get, and the more they're able to like, because Denver does have size. They pack the paint with 6'10" wings. Aaron Gordon, MPJ, Jeff Green, they could all rebound. You know what I'm saying? So
They would
I
have to
think
get in the lab. They would have to get in the lab and up their game defensively to make up for those shortcomings,
I,
especially Dame, because Dame is just a god awful point of attack defender. So you would have to have someone to make up for his defensive lapses.
yeah, I think. Well, it's safe to say that Bruce Brown is they probably their best defender right now. So
I
Yeah,
would
I
say
mean,
between
point of
Bruce Brown
attack.
and Aaron Gordon, which is kind of weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's true. But
Hey,
offensively,
I'm trying to get killer on this shit.
offensively, I don't think there's no denying what that tandem can be, man. Like
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Because I was just trying to think about it, like because you was talking about Dame, you
You
know what I'm saying,
talking
dropping in
about
the
30? You
playoffs.
talking about 30+ points a night added
Yeah,
to your roster, along with a triple double threat, and Jokic, and I, I I don't know, man. I think they should. Yeah, I think they should just go for the gusto, man. Let's go for broke.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because and then I was just trying to get back to that one point where you know what I'm saying Dame playoff dropping. Like Dame has never played with a player that's better than him. Jokic is we know Jokic is better than Dame. So
Right.
Jokic playing. I mean Dame playing off of Jokic. He's gonna have the most open and best opportunities, you know what I'm saying, he's had in his career. He don't have to shoot these side step threes, you know what
Right.
I'm saying, because he don't have no other option. He's playing off of Jokic, he's getting corner threes, you know what I'm saying, corner threes open. dribble handoffs, things of that sort. Where it's really just is he gonna make the shot or not? It's not. It's not more so he's pressured and forced to take these tough shots. It's really just a make or miss. So I
Yeah,
think it'll be a lot less chance of him, just having bad games
I think if
because of
he
that.
plays with Jokic, bro, here efficiency wise, I think we looking at probably some of his
Fifth.
best seasons yet to come. Just in our minds of what it just less ball handling, more ball movement because Jokic with Jokic on the
Jokic can be
court,
the hub.
everything Jokic on the court, he could be like the ball move around start guy, and
Hmm.
everybody else is just moving off the ball, bro. Like, and there's no like super primary ball handler a lot of Warriors. Because the Warriors pretty much play like that. Everybody is touching the ball, bro. Like it's motion offense. We play off. It's a lot of legal screens they do, obviously, but um just moving off the ball and just hitting an open man and getting everybody in place because every with Steph and Clay out there now, your defense is moved up and that leaves the paint open for wide open layups and easy layups and easy dunks. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, offensively, yes, I think that's the best is yet to come.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
that'll be one of the best offensive duos in the league, like
to
hands
to
down,
me, easily,
easily.
easily, easily. It's no doubt in my mind. But I think, but the first thing first is like if Jokic wins MVP, we counting this scenario, we counting it by scenario. But like if Jokic win MVP and they lose in the first round and they put themselves in a position where, yo, we got to do something, and we got to do something now. Then I'd say, yo, package. Yeah, listen, if you
I
need to
say go
package
for it.
Jamal Murray, go for it.
Go for it. Because it's like I don't think you would get no better. Like you're not gonna get no better second option other than Dame, in my opinion. Like shit, Dame one of the best. Best players at his position ever. And right now he's still playing at a peak level. Like he playing some of his best ball right now. So if he could
Easily,
get,
yeah.
so if he could give you a good
Hey,
2,
click
maybe
on the
3
link.
years.
Click on the link if you want to join.
Yeah, yeah. Click on the link, bro. But if he could give you a good 2 to maybe 3 years of this with this level of Jokic, I mean,
Yeah.
shit, bro. You
Y'all
just
two
gotta
want to
go for the
join? Click on
kill.
the link.
And to top that off, we have to picture in our minds if they do team up, if this does happen, what is the rest of the Western Conference going to look like? Is the
Right.
Warriors still going to be still there? Is Kevin Durant going to still be around? Is
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie going to be on the back of his career like LeBron is on his way out? AD, is he still going to be on the Lakers?
Like I think that
After
would
this year,
immediately, yeah, I think that would immediately put them in like top two or
like
three, top 2 or 3 in the West. Because like you said, the West, I think the Warriors, bro. After this year, I don't see them like. I just don't see it, bro. Unless they
I
make a
think they
major move, like
I think the Warriors. I think they ran their core as far as they could run it. I think they core had officially maxed out.
Well, the biggest
yeah,
problem with Golden State, as a Warriors fan, which is just pain. It's just pain dying over here. We're probably
I,
gonna lose to the Sixers. I'm watching this shit, and just it's awful. One of the biggest issues with Golden State is there's inability to defend in like half court sets, getting turnovers, and then lack of ability to defend in transition. We can't defend anything. Like, I mean, of course, it's going to happen when we're missing Gary Payton, when we're missing Andrew Wiggins,
Hi
when we
guys.
lost Otto Porter, we
what's
lost
good?
Jalen.
Yo, what's good?
Good
What's
boys.
good, bro?
But yeah,
just to say, we're talking about we're
The
talking about
West.
Embiid and the West, like who's gonna come
the
out. Who do you
West,
think's gonna come out of the
yeah,
West?
the Warriors, but like the Warriors'
Oh, I have
identity
no idea.
first is not just like their explosive offense through Steph and Clay and
Still
Draymond
thinking of that
facilitating, but
stuff.
our identity comes through our defense. And last year we were like, I think we were 13th in offense, but we're the number one ranked defense. Like our identity came through defense first, and I think what are we like 17th or 18th defense, something like that.
Yeah,
You talking about this year?
and I think
Yeah,
and to a T, that's not necessarily bad for what the record looks like, but as a reigning championship team, you thinking to yourself like, okay, all right, but I gotta ask people, yo, before the season started, obviously the incident with did y'all what was your initial thoughts of the
oh, the
Jordan
Jordan
Poole
Poole and
incident?
the Draymond.
Yeah,
Uh,
what was your initial thought? Because a lot of
I
people
thought they were both in the wrong. Like they both did dumb shit.
a lot
I
of
gotta
people were
go.
saying a lot of people were saying that was the beginning of the end for like the Warriors as we know it, because everybody kept saying, yo, Draymond had cost them before what he did in 2016, and then he cost them again when he went off on Kevin Durant, and it was a whole lot of that. I'm listen, I am probably one of the biggest Warriors detractors that I know. Like, I mean, I piss on just about everything they stand for, everything Steph stand
Oh,
for, like,
bro.
but by that same token, I have to acknowledge that now the Andrew Wiggins situation is getting weird. It's a weird situation. It's like one of his best friends did something, and
Y'all,
this,
I
that,
gotta
and
go.
third.
I'll see y'all next time.
All right, bro.
All
We'll
right,
catch you.
Peace
All
out,
yeah,
man.
right.
Feel
yeah,
Have
free
a
to
good
join.
night.
Yeah, feel free to join anytime.
yeah. So I wanted to know, like, with all of these issues that happen with the Warriors, just outside of basketball, do you think that's like really glaring on the team? And now with Curry, with Steph having the injury problems that he's having going in his 30s, along with LeBron and along with KD, do you
I
think
think
this is the beginning and the end for the Warriors?
I think it's the beginning of the end, bro. Because like I think they were both in the wrong. Definitely more so Draymond. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that, bro. You don't foul on your team like that, especially in that manner. That was some foul shit. But back to like how it's going to affect them going forward. I think it already affected them, bro. Like I'm looking at like we already know that the Warriors has been like one of the most dominant home teams in the league, but they have never been this bad on the
On the
road.
road.
And I'm just like I'm trying to figure out a reason, like a legit reason. And the only thing I could think of is like maybe the chemistry ain't all the way there yet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it can get back because of the fact that what happened. Like that type of incident. You really don't. I don't see no way you recover from that. Like you could try to mend it, but it's always gonna be in the back of your mind, especially Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you just filed on me, bro.
Yeah,
Like you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
pretty
We
sure
teammates,
Draymond
but
smacked the efficiency out of him. I ain't gonna
yeah, that's
lie.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Fucking up his
I don't
mental.
think
You
he
know what
had efficiency in him, but
Yeah, bro. There ain't been enough baddies at these games, bro.
I'm saying?
listen, I will say this, man. Like but I will give him and Klay Thompson credit for holding the team somewhat afloat.
Oh yeah,
I think Klay Thompson is officially back.
he back. Yeah, he back. He definitely back.
Um, but I think it came at Klay Thompson returning to his normal self kind of came at bad timing because the Andrew Wiggins situation is just getting weirder and weirder. I'm going on Twitter and I'm looking at stuff and this, that, and the third happened. A whole bunch of stuff that's not even basketball related.
Yeah,
And uh didn't really like them now getting Gary Payton the second back off of his injury that he
Hey,
had
what's
in
up?
early. Yeah,
Hey,
so
hey, your mic is muted, Caleb.
uh,
Caleb, if that's your name.
yeah. So I'm looking at their situation as far as defense, and they got rid of Wiseman, and they got rid of Wiseman, and I'm looking at everything that they're doing going forward. I'm like, okay, their future Kaminga is he's starting to slowly progress. Jordan Poole, like you could clearly see he wants like he's okay. Efficiency wise,
Oh
bro, like he gonna
God,
be
but
sporadic. But I think in terms of offense, bro, like he could give you what he could give you and on any given night. But as far as their core goes, man, I think it's sort of bad
yeah,
timing for them, man.
yeah.
Like
But my
Um,
problem with like Jordan Poole is that he's slipping to a bad habit where he's like shot chucking at times, where he's just taking really bad shots that he hasn't been making consistently whatsoever. Like I understand it. Like he's thinking he's gonna be able to take on a bigger role when Steph starts to decline, when Clay declines, and that he'll take that role. But he's like trying to take it too early, if that makes sense. Like
all
he
right.
takes a lot of bad shots.
I mean, but correct me if I'm wrong. Like, ain't that been Steph and Clay like for the longest?
yeah. I was
Like,
about to say they all
Yeah,
take
I'm
like
like,
true.
that's all
I'm
they
like
do.
they
They
Yeah,
they've
all
been
no.
take
taking out the
Honestly,
no,
pot.
no.
They've been
Honestly, I
taking out the
like I
pocket
like
shots.
But the
yeah.
difference
especially
Honestly,
is
Clay,
I like
especially Clay.
Kuminga.
no.
Especially
I
The
like
Clay.
difference.
Kuminga more than Jordan Poole. And you know what we call Kuminga? The cum bucket.
The cum
hey,
That's
bucket.
I
what.
would like to
Oh
argue
God,
with that.
This
Now the
guy
thing
right
is,
here.
can
I
all
you
right,
just
say
want to
that
let's.
say
again?
that that's true.
I like to
We'll let
I
you
like to
talk.
make an argument.
You said
What's your name? Is it Caleb?
Yeah.
I will let you talk real quick.
I
So,
think Jordan Poole is better than Kuminga on a different level. Like, I don't agree with that at all.
why you think that, bro?
It's because sometimes he's good, but sometimes he has his bad days.
he's inconsistent. Who, Kaminga or
Inconsistent.
Poole?
Poole
You
has
talk.
good nights and bad nights. Like, you can't really say anything about it.
Okay,
You're a
okay.
Warriors fan?
Um, no, I like the Lakers and no, I like Lakers, Boston, and Warriors. Yeah, so kind of.
Lakers are a sleeper team whenever Big Booty LeBron comes back, bro.
When? So
Whoa,
who do you think? Who do you think's gonna win
Bro,
go to the
whoa.
finals?
who do I think's gonna go to the finals?
We're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say that LeBron got a big butt, bro. That's what we're not
Hey,
saying.
I
the
would
catch.
You
say,
know, bro was wild
I
with
would
that.
say, I would say Boston and Denver, or Boston and I meant Milwaukee and Denver because like they're they're different
Okay,
right now.
okay,
I
Yeah,
okay.
I got one of those. Yeah, those teams are definitely contenders. Like, I either
Yeah, I can
got
see that.
Philly
I
or
mean,
Milwaukee going out, and then I got Denver or Phoenix going out. So
I can see that. I can see
I
that.
mean,
But go
I
talk about.
definitely have Milwaukee in the driver's seat. I think I think Philly has the tools to make a lot much noise than people think they can make. In terms of the East, now in terms of the West, I have to say, man, this has been one of the most watchable seasons in a very very long time. I don't think we ever seen a Western Conference this wide open. I don't think
Nope.
nobody like you have to go back to
2017 was watchable for me.
Oh my god.
2017.
Oh no.
2017
no,
was it
no,
that?
no, no,
oh
no.
you talking about the Warriors.
You talk about
Yeah,
It
KD?
was it
yeah,
was
you're
not
right.
one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Durant.
Mm-hmm.
KD.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm just talking about just the like
Yeah.
just any team like having a chance, having a legitimate chance. Sacramento, bro, like they can really surge and come
They
up out of
Well,
all
yeah.
of this.
they could, but their defense is so bad.
I mean, that's everybody in the West. I'm
I
like,
don't know. I don't know. The Memphis Grizzlies are like, I think they're the best defense in the league.
Yeah, that
yeah,
best
I think
defense
Memphis.
in the
Yeah,
West for
Memphis.
sure.
I think
That's
No,
Memphis
no,
is
no. I
definitely
know. I
the
think
best
Memphis
defense
has the
in the
number one
West.
ranked defense in the entire NBA.
Yeah, Triple J has
No,
been going.
that might be Cleveland. That might be Cleveland.
It's between Memphis and Cleveland, but Memphis was number one for a long time.
Yeah,
They had a defensive rating of like 109 points.
yeah. I think yeah. So Triple J is probably a lock for defensive player of the year. Although I think Brooke Lopez had a very good year at his age, obviously, but just getting back on the case of the Western Conference, man. I think it's a lot of these first round matchups, man, that could really like it's some of these first round matchups is legacy changing. Like if the Suns and the Warriors meet in the
Yeah,
first
facts.
round, oh my god! Like if Dallas doesn't come out of the first round with Kyrie and Luca, what are we gonna be saying about them? If the
That Kyrie is truly a second option. He can't lead the team. To be honest,
that true, but in the fourth quarter, down the stretch of games, they're
Kyrie getting the
going to
job done.
him.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going to
they
Kyrie.
going to him more than they going to Luca, even when they played. So we could say that Kyrie is the second option.
Also that having a bag doesn't mean you're gonna be an all-time great basketball player. That too.
That too.
Nah,
That too. I mean, it could give you all time talent, obviously, but all time great basketball player, man. I think we just gonna recognize him as talent. That's somebody we like to watch. But
Yeah, offense, that boy defense. Oh God.
I think it's a lot of question marks in the West. Uh, uh what is Memphis? Is can Memphis advance? Can Denver advance? Can if the Lakers get in a play in, what if the Lakers lose a playing game? You know what I'm saying? So like, what if AD somehow his shoulder just start acting funny and then he get out the game? Like, can Lakers fans trust AD going forward? Like, what is LeBron's prognosis? It's so many questions, man. Like with the Western Conference, I don't think we ever seen the Western Conference in this much turmoil
in terms of like the question marks with almost every team.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I don't see LeBron winning again, but he'll just continue to stack up his numbers.
Like yeah, because we was talking about yesterday what does another championship mean for Kevin Durant if Phoenix
Uh,
wins.
I move him up
Um,
to like either 10 or 11, all time for me.
well for me, I don't think Kevin Durant could really crack my top 10. I was talking about Steph yesterday with casual I didn't think because about him cracking the top 10. It's just so many guys that's already in my top 10 that had just way longer primes and way longer
Mm-hmm.
peaks and everything. So, but just in terms of this Western Conference, man, like I got Sacramento at least in the conference finals. I don't know who I got winning it. If they play this, if they play the Suns, they could take it. I don't know if they got enough scoring to go up against Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I don't know if they play the Warriors. I have them over the Warriors, although I think the Warriors could find a stride. I think the Warriors is one of those teams that could turn it on at any given point. But this Western Conference it's really a coin flip, man. Like this is one of the biggest coin flip Western conferences like I've seen in years. Like this is crazy. I think the Eastern Conference is to me is like a 2-3 team race, maybe possibly two, maybe one. I think we'll all be disappointed if Milwaukee doesn't come out. I mean,
If they get injured again, then they won't.
yeah, but I think the injuries that they've had wasn't as glaring. I mean, even last year they was able to at least push Boston to 7. I think the Middleton injury, obviously, it was an injury that cost them, but it wasn't an injury that we really worried about until they lost. You know what I'm saying? So because everybody was like, oh, everybody was just looking like, okay, the offense was a lot more out of whack without Middleton in the lineup. But now Middleton is basically turned into a number 3, while Drew Holiday has kind of ascended to the number 2.
Yeah, Drew Holiday took a huge step up offensively.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
took it, but I don't know if I like that though, bro, because we know how Drew Holiday is in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as his offense goes, he's been playoff dropping for a minute, like to like nasty
I was
numbers.
just
Like
about to
even
say
last year,
that.
he was.
Offensively, offensively.
Yeah, I feel. Oh yeah,
offensively, yeah,
of course,
offensively,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
defensively, he doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? But offensively,
Yeah.
like we talking about
I think
like 35% from the field. We talking about like just terrible efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
Russell
right.
I
Westbrook
gotta
type
get,
efficiency.
I gotta
Hey, the casual, your mic is staticky.
One
Oh,
second.
It
Manu
might get
said
a little
Giannis a
static.
fraud, bro. Oh my god.
What he
Oh wait,
say?
does anyone in here think that Giannis is just running dunk man? Are there any casuals in here?
I mean, honestly, bro,
um
I mean, he kind of is, bro.
Hey,
To be honest.
try leaving and then
God.
try joining again.
Oh my god.
I think Giannis is running dunk man, but he's also
The link is in the
playing.
chat.
He's playing a little bit more free without the ball, if that makes sense. I think he's able to like attack the offensive
Mm.
glass a lot more now that he's like playing dunk man. Just play off the pick and roll and playing the dunk box more, play more
And
open
dunk
open
man's the
court.
best player in the NBA.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
yeah,
Khalid, do you
that
think
he is.
Giannis is a fraud?
No, I don't think Giannis is fraud. I think Giannis, what Giannis lives off of, bro, like doesn't really agree with a lot of people because he's like his 30 and 20, his 30 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. It comes off of like hustle and free
Yo,
throw
yo, yo, yo,
plays.
yo, yo.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
That
something.
better? That better?
Mike. Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
better.
it's
that's
better.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
it's hella.
Khalid,
All right,
hey,
good.
I don't
hey,
know.
you still
Giannis be
here, Khalid?
scoring the
Yeah, I'm
post.
here.
I don't know.
Where do you have Giannis ranked? Top number one, top three, top five, or is he a fraud, not top 10?
This season,
Yep.
Yeah, this season. Yep.
uh,
Give us your top five.
top 5 this season.
One
I would
healthy too. You
say,
can do one healthy too if you want.
I would say number 1, the triple doubles that Jokic has been putting up. I put him at number 1 personally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Then
fine.
I would
Okay.
go to Embiid or maybe
Ooh, Embiid.
Giannis, but I would pick Embiid over Giannis this season. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mm.
Giannis
Jokic
is
one, Embiid
3.
two.
Who I
Giannis
went
3.
at 4. I guess Damian Lillard at 4. He's slept
Oh,
on
Dame at
for
4.
that one game.
Hey, Damon Hoopin, way to give
Okay.
that man his
Okay.
props.
Yeah, he's been hooping.
That's different.
He's
That's
missing
different.
about 50% of basketball, but I'll take it.
Yeah, Dame. I gotta give Dame some type of credit. I mean, even though
Yeah.
Dame.
the Blazers that pretty much went to the shitter.
I feel like he's a little bit too loyal to the Blazers. Like if he
Oh,
stays
definitely.
there for the rest of his career, he's not winning a championship.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, he got to
I
leave.
bet. Yeah.
Him at Milwaukee would be filthy.
We
Like
we were
imagine.
actually before you got in here we were actually talking about Denver possibly making a move
To
after
get
this year
Dame.
and
Yeah.
packaging Jamal Murray.
That
What
would
would be
I
the
had
what
heard
would be the
on
trade
like
package? It would
That's
probably be
I
like
had
what
heard on like
3
some
first
sort of
rounds.
website
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I
they
think it'd
had
be some.
said that like Jalen Brown was gonna get traded to the Bulls for Zach LaVine and a first round pick. I don't know if y'all saw
Oh
that.
wow, yeah.
Mm. I don't know if I
I didn't
like.
see.
I
I didn't see
mean,
that.
I don't
I
like
don't
it
know if I
I
personally.
like
didn't.
that.
I didn't see
I
that for
feel
the
about it.
Bulls, but I didn't see about the Bulls. But I heard about him like possibly leaving
I
the off season.
actually, I'm pretty okay with that being the fact because the Bulls they got a little bit of leadership now in the locker room with Pat Bev. I'll give him that. They had some injury issues. The team that they had last year when Lonzo was healthy, Caruso, Pat Williams, Vucevic, like everybody just played their role. Like
Jalen Brown would be nice in Chicago. The only thing they would have to give more than one first. They would probably have to give like 2 or 3 maybe for Jalen
two or
Brown.
three picks, like two
Yeah.
or three.
Yeah, I'm thinking like two
If they
picks. I'm
giving two
thinking
or
two
three,
picks.
yeah, if they giving two or three first rounders, like
No, it's one first round pick and Jalen Brown.
And Zach LaVine.
It's one first round pick and Zach LaVine for Jalen Brown.
I don't
Even
think the
then, I think
Boston
that's
will. I don't think
good though.
Boston will do that. I think Boston's gonna ask a
I,
little bit more at least.
I think Boston will do that so they don't have to pay out of pocket because you know how Boston is when it
Yeah,
comes to upcoming contracts.
Yeah, I guess I agree with
that's a
that. Yeah.
fact.
But that
Him,
would make. But the problem is that would make no sense whatsoever because you don't want to pay Jalen Brown, so you're going to trade Jalen Brown for a player that has the money on him that you're going to have to give Jalen Brown anyway. And Jalen
I
Brown is
was
better
thinking
than
that because Zach is on a supermax. I think he on a
like
I think Zach is on. Wait, Zach is on what
like 5
years,
years, 200. Yeah,
Is it 227?
5
I
years,
don't
something
Jalen
know
like that.
Zach
Yeah,
Jalen
LaVine's
Brown in
contract.
but
Chicago
Jalen
would be
Brown to be like
nice,
5 years, 280, some shit like that. Like,
no,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Jalen is looking at 5 years, 280 something if he makes all NBA team.
yeah. So if
But
he get that,
I'm saying
they had to.
like you're all right. You don't want to pay Jalen Brown, so you're going to take a lesser player than Jalen Brown, with a contract that's not far off from what he'll get. It
You
doesn't
see,
make
you
it
see.
up to me.
I'm thinking like
They
I'm thinking.
might get a third team involved, man. Like, who knows? Boston is known for taking scraps.
But
Yeah,
you're still going to end up getting Zach LaVine, who is a lesser player than Jalen Brown, who has money tied to him,
or can't they just
not
flip
far off
Zach
from what Jalen
Levine?
Brown.
Won't they
Why would
just
you flip? What would you
yeah. I don't think you would
Zach
flip Zach
LaVine
LaVine.
for?
I think
I
it'd have
don't
to
think
be.
you would flip
I
Zach.
think.
for the
I think.
contract?
Yeah,
How
the
are you going to
contract.
flip that? No, but I'm saying, how are you going to flip that contract for anything
I didn't know
that can
Jalen was
be
getting
like
paid
close to that?
280.
No,
Yeah,
he's going to be.
he's about to
And it's
get
up,
Yeah,
paid.
he gonna be worth 280. But the thing is, the Bulls will have to come out of pocket as well and throw him at least a 4 year,
and it'll be
for him
worth
being
it for
traded.
it'll be worth it for Chicago because you're getting a better player who actually plays defense,
Right,
and his upside is higher than Zach LaVine. But
So,
right.
what team
it
would
just
Jalen
does not
Brown be
make
the
sense.
best with?
Right
What team would
now,
fit?
um,
I mean, but
Miami,
casual, we seen this
Miami,
before though. But like when
Miami.
teams, we seen this before with teams that's like on the brink of the finals, and then they digress. Like with young teams that's on the brink of the finals, and then they
OKC
digress.
Thunder. OKC
Yeah,
Thunder.
like
yeah,
you know what I'm
Thunder for
saying. Like
example.
because like Jamal, James Harden, they gave him an offer and he didn't take it. It was like okay,
But it
bye.
was
Toronto,
that was a
maybe
different
Toronto look
case.
nice
You
for
ended
I
up
Jalen
think
Brown.
Jalen
trading him.
Brown would fit in pretty well in the
You didn't.
The
Grizzlies.
You didn't.
Kings, the
But
Nah,
Kings,
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
see
say the
somebody
Grizzlies.
in chat
the
said
hold
that
on,
Kings,
Nuggets and
the
Sixers are
Kings
going
with
to the
De'Aaron
finals.
Fox.
time out.
That would be nice.
But I'm saying in OKC's case, they traded James Harden to Houston because
Pelicans.
he didn't want to not just because he didn't want the money that they were offering, but also because they were looking in long term. You're going to have to re-sign Serge Ibaka and Harden and KD and Westbrook. That's just too much, especially at that time in the NBA.
Right,
They didn't get that renegotiation money going for themselves, right? So,
right,
but we're looking, and when they traded him to Houston, they got a player in Kevin Martin who was on a way lesser contract than James Harden was going to ultimately get,
right,
and his production as a six man wasn't far off from what James Harden was getting you. They weren't getting the playmaking, but they were getting the
Is
shooting
this
and
charger
the
mine?
shot creating. So
right,
I'm looking at Boston to Chicago. You're trading Jalen Brown once again to Chicago. It's a win for Chicago, but in Boston's case, you're getting a player in Zach LaVine who's not as good defensively, nowhere near as good defensively, who you can make the argument is a lesser is like on the same tier playmaking, and both of them are bad playmakers in my opinion. He's a
right.
the athleticism, both of them are athletic, so you're getting a lesser player in those in Zach Levine, and you're getting the money that you were going to have to pay Jalen Brown anyway. You might as well just pay Jalen Brown.
That's true. You could might as well just pay Jalen Brown, but I think the way it's gonna go,
I thought it's
if
like
they
he wants out, so you can't
That's what
yeah
I'm
yeah
pay
thinking.
yeah I
I'm
think
thinking.
if he's
I'm
if
thinking
he
it's more
wants
so if
out.
JB wants out. Because if he
yeah
wants out,
the
then you
way I
If
think
JB if
the way
JB
it's gonna
wants
go,
out,
this is leaning towards sign and trade type of thing to me, because like
if
he
JB wants out,
clearly
then you know where you need to trade him to. You need to trade him to Brooklyn because Brooklyn got assets. You trade Jalen
I'm
Brown
not gonna
to
lie, we
Brook.
do.
You
We
trade
definitely got
you
assets.
Does
trade
he have
Jalen Brown.
leverage? How
You
much
trade
leverage would he
Jalen
have?
Brown. How much
I
leverage
mean,
does
if he
Jalen Brown
requests a trade,
have?
he got all the leverage. If he
If
want
Jalen
Hey,
Brown
hey,
to
Drew,
says
cash
I'm
out.
hey,
resigning with you, that's all
your
the
mic
leverage
is
in the
kind of
world.
staticky.
Oh, I'm about to join him. I'm about to leave out.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
leave and join back. Just click on the link.
I
Yeah,
That's
think well,
If Jalen Brown tells them I'm not resigning with you in the offseason, that's his leverage right there. Like
I don't think
at that
Sean
point they
Marks
have
is
to.
gonna go for another big contract, because we just got 30 million back in some space. We lowered our tax bill by getting rid of Kyrie and Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Durant. We definitely
Mm-hmm.
lowered our tax bill. We got our picks back. And if we pick up a player that's clearly not a number one, and he wants to be a number one, but he's not showing like number one, like 100% number one value,
Mm-hmm.
and we get him, and we're what he's getting, what, 5 years 200,
Mm-hmm.
because Boston is probably gonna pay him and then trade him just to get the money off the books, and
what
then
Mm-hmm.
give
about
him to us, and
No,
then
but that's
we basically back in the same money
what about
situation
if he
that we
goes to
no,
the
but
was.
that's a
Kings?
no, but
What if he
that's
goes to the
that's
Kings or
you're
the
thinking.
But because
Pelicans?
No,
you got
but
to remember that we
you're
still got
thinking
Ben Simmons on contract.
no, but you're thinking if we're trying to win the championship right now. What I'm guessing the move from Brooklyn, especially with them taking on Mikal Bridges and them and not looking to move them immediately. I'm guessing the plan is for them to build something that's going to contend for the
Well,
future.
they can't tank because
They're
Houston
finally
has those picks for like the
well,
next
yeah,
like 2 or 3 years, like
no, but they have
I think we
they
got
have
those picks
assets
back.
right.
We might have
from
those.
Houston.
No, but
Yeah, I think we might have those picks back.
no, but they have they have assets right now that they could be able to build with
Develop
to
for
be
the
able to
future.
contend. Exactly. So you have Mikal Bridges, you have Cam Johnson, you have Cam Thomas, you have Nick Claxton. You have assets. So what I'm thinking is if the Boston Celtics come to you, let's say Jalen Brown comes to Boston, like you said, and he says, I don't want to resign here during the offseason, trade me. The next season, they're looking to move on from him. Or in the offseason, they're looking for a sign and trade. If they look to go for a sign and trade, and let's say they hit up Brooklyn and they say, hey, yo, I'll give you Jalen Brown for Mikal Bridges and 2 second round picks. Who says no?
I would keep Mikal Bridges.
Nobody.
I would
Nah,
not.
Nobody.
nah, nah. We keeping Mikal. We
Why?
keeping Mikal.
I
Why?
think
Jalen
Mikal. I
Brown.
think
Why
Mikal
though,
would be
Because
a
JB?
because
top
Jalen
level
Why
because
though?
player.
Jalen
Mikal,
because
I think
Jalen Brown has more upside offensively than Mikal Bridges, and defensively, yeah, Mikal Bridges is better, but it's not that far off from
nah,
Jalen Brown.
nah.
So
I understand that, but the thing is, like Mikal, defensively, when we talk about Mikal, we talk about somebody that probably was robbed out of defensive player of the year. That's one.
That's
Like
fine.
let's get that out of the way. In terms of last year, because
Yeah,
nobody,
I
I don't think
do
Mark,
think he's clearly
I
better
don't think Marcus
defensively.
Smart deserved that award, bro.
No,
Like
he's clearly. I think it's a noticeable gap defensively between Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brown, right? Like we're talking about a great defender to
right,
arguably the best, like or top five defender in the
Perimeter.
league,
Yep.
right? But
Yeah.
like that's the difference. But when we're talking scoring wise, Jalen Brown is a better scorer than Mikal Bridges, and more importantly, he's more proven. He's young, he's developed.
I mean,
You don't
yeah,
get this
as a
opportunity
number
more
two, yeah,
often.
as a number two
As in,
option, yeah, he definitely is.
and that's what I'm saying. So if you're building for the long game, you have a Jalen Brown, you have a Cam Thomas, you have a Cam Johnson, you have a Nick Claxton. You go out in one of these off seasons, give them about 2 seasons
All
for
right,
them to
I'm
get the
back.
team chemistry.
All right.
You give them about 2 seasons for them to get the team chemistry together, and then you go out and you get that number one, right? Because let's say hypothetically, in one of the off seasons, let's say Anthony Edwards gets pissed off and he's ready to be done. You have the assets for you to go out there and finally get that one, right? Because I'm saying that off of my hope. I hope Anthony Edwards ends up becoming the number one on the championship team. I think he has that type of talent. But let's say he gets frustrated with Minnesota. He says, "I want out." You have the
Right.
package for you to be able to go out and get that. Or you can sign a number one in the offseason, pair it with what you already have, the nucleus that you built. And
If you're,
I'm gonna keep it a stack. If you can keep Mikal Bridges, beautiful. But I wouldn't see Jalen Brown being traded to Brooklyn unless
so
Mikal
I'm
Bridges is
saying,
traded.
wouldn't
And
Brooklyn want? Because if I'm
Yeah,
Brooklyn, I
I
would want to
think
keep. I would
Boston.
want to keep. I would try to get
I
both of
think
them.
Boston. I think Boston will like the thing is when you load it up on the wings that we are loaded up on. I think Boston is gonna try to. They're gonna try to see if they could get a haul for basically a number two, like and try to see if he could make a shot at being a number one. We talking about somebody that wants to be a number one, but still is clearly a
A
number
number
two.
two. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
you
So
know
like,
how you know how the
but
NBA goes. You know how the NBA goes. You know they live for moments like these where there's a number two that's waiting for that opportunity to prove themselves to be a number one.
right,
They
right.
wait for these franchises wait for these opportunities. So why is Brooklyn any different? They done bet on a proven number one in KD. They bet on a proven number two in Kyrie. What's the
I
difference
mean,
with
but
this year?
Kyrie had number one potential though.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
he didn't.
Kyrie had one with
He's
number one
never.
potential.
Kyrie ain't
nah,
never
he
had
had number
one.
one, but he had, but the thing is, his number one flash, his number one potential, and his number one flashes came, during the Cleveland years. I'm not just talking about
When,
early on. I'm talking
when,
about the years with LeBron too,
when,
because
when there was never a moment
The last
in any time
I
that I
would say
think anybody
the
should have looked
last
at Kyrie.
I mean, but
You
all
talk
right, but if you give it, if Kyrie is going off for 20 something in the fourth quarter, that's not something normal number twos do.
what
Like,
you say?
like I think that Kyrie is one of the best closers in the league. So I'm thinking
yeah, yeah.
that's what
So
you want in a number
that's
one.
not number two type of
That's
thing.
fine.
Yeah,
That's
Like
that's
when
what
you
fine
you
with
think
him
of
want
a
in a
being.
number
number
That's
one.
two,
fine. That's fine. We've had numerous players. Yeah, okay, Darren Fox. He's leading the league in clutch time points. You look at him as a
so
number one
wait,
on the
you think
championship team.
Darren Fox is the number two on that team?
I think Darren Fox is number. He's clearly number two on that Sacramento Kings team.
Wait,
I think
But he's
Sabonis.
closing games though. I'm not.
That's
I mean,
fine. No, and that's my point.
that's
That's my point.
arguable, I guess.
That's my point. Just because you can close games, that does not solidify you as a number one on a championship team. I'm not saying this to say that I think DeMontis Sabonis is a number one on a championship team. I'm saying Sacramento's case, you have two number twos or number threes on the championship team, and
Right,
DeMontis Sabonis and Darren Fox, and Darren
right.
Fox is not better than that. So I'm saying,
Uh,
even if you want to go to, you think he has potential, what what led you to believe that Kyrie was this number one potential player? Because I remember vividly there were in all those years that LeBron was there, when LeBron went gone, like when he went on vacation or he got hurt or something like that,
Who's on the mic?
Kyrie struggled. What is
Hey,
that?
bro.
That is
yeah,
an
nah.
adorable
He
child.
put it on mute.
That is an adorable child. But there's a there's been numerous cases where LeBron went on vacation or he got hurt or whatever, and Kyrie failed to lead that team to winning still without LeBron. Like
Got you.
there were literally years where they were comfortably in like the one or two seed, and then
Yeah.
LeBron got hurt, or he
Right.
went on vacation or something for him to lose weight or something like that, and
Hmm.
then Kyrie Irving could not lead them, and they slipped all the way down to like the 4th seed.
Let me let
Right.
me let me let me rebuttal that though real quick because a couple years after that he did go to Boston and then he led them to the 1 seed before he got injured. The next year he led them to a top five
That
six seed
that he
again.
did do. That he
I
did
mean he
do. We
did do
gotta
that.
give
You know what I'm saying?
we we
Like he
gotta give
and he
him
didn't
we gotta
have that.
give him something.
I mean, we got to give him some credit. Like he didn't have that great of a. He had young talent around him, but he didn't have that great of a cast. Like it was just a bunch of young players, and Kyrie was clearly the number one. The first year he led them to, I believe, a top 2 seed, and before he got hurt, and the next year he led them to 5 or 6 seed, but they flamed out in the playoffs. So we have seen some proof of Kyrie being able to lead a team that what I'm saying has decent talent to what I'm saying regular season success. You know what I'm saying?
I think the main thing has been Kyrie's like availability.
Yeah, that's the issue with Kyrie. It's always been that.
That's most of him like to leading to him being a number one. Like because the Boston years wasn't a complete fail to me. Like it
Yeah.
like to me him him going taking on that role as being a
No
number
fault. I'm
one.
back, guys. I'm back.
Him taking on that role as being a number one, at least during their regular seasons with that young core that they had. We talking
Yeah.
about
And then we got
Jalen
Gordon
Brown.
Hayward got
We
injured.
talking
We knew
about
that.
Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum 5 years younger. Like these,
And
Okay.
they not
we
even
talking
old
about
enough. They
Wait, what are we?
they.
go ahead.
What are we on? What are we on?
So
No, we
all
talking
right, we
about
was
Kyrie
talking.
on the
He had
Celtics.
got about the Kyrie Boston years.
Yeah,
So
I
being a number
remember.
one.
I remember that Kyrie. I remember that Kyrie Boston year. That 1 year, that 2018 season. You absolutely like. If that's your point, you're absolutely right. I say that team was very, very good. It wasn't like it was just like he cared. It was him, a young Jalen Brown, a young Jason Tatum, and that was it. You also had Marcus Smart, who was there for a few years. Jalen
5 years
Brown wasn't.
younger.
He
Yep.
was 5 years
But
younger, but he
we
was
talk
there.
about like the players that we're looking
Marcus
at now. We
Smart
talk
came
about
in.
them 5 years younger. We
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
Marcus Smart.
we
We
talk
talking
about
Marcus
about
Jalen
Smart.
them.
Brown who couldn't dribble at
Marcus.
all. We talk about a Jason
Marcus
We
Tatum
talk.
who was
Marcus Smart Marcus Smart got drafted in 2014. Jalen Brown got drafted in like 2015. They all
yeah.
were relatively productive. Yeah, sure, Jalen Brown could not dribble a lick. He still can't dribble like that now, but he can dribble a little bit. He can dribble better than he did then. Um, but he was still
They did
ultra
have a
athletic.
competent roster. I will say that.
They
They
had
had a
decent
very, they
talent,
had a
but it wasn't
very,
nothing
very,
like
no, 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 no. They had an amazing roster that also had Marcus Morris, also had Al Horford. Like it wasn't like these guys just did not have. It wasn't just like Kyrie had to do the majority of it. Because even in that season, like
I
yes, he was
think if
scoring.
Gordon Hayward was healthy, bro, I think that's a team that we probably be
That's a
talking different
the
that's a
about.
team,
team.
bro.
That's a
Because
team. That's a team
yeah,
that potentially could
because
have
we
pulled
got to
the. That could have put the OKC. Not they could have put Golden State to like game 6 or 7 of the game.
yeah,
I
And,
for
mean,
and,
sure,
they
for
ended
sure.
up doing that last year.
Yeah, because we got to take in the
So
fact that they had a whole All Star. You know what I'm saying? Have his career derailed. You know what I'm saying? He never really got a chance to be Gordon Hayward on the Celtics. He got injured the first fucking game. So
hmm
that's a big
No,
hit that we never know
but
how far they
no,
really
but
could
what
have
I'm no, but I'm saying that to say like even in that season, like Kyrie had a lot of assistants, right? And you saw in 2019 when he was actually given the keys to be the leader of the team, and his first task was to rally the troops and get these young players to understand that it's bigger than just you getting your shine. He failed to do that on countless occasions. Like he had numerous opportunities for him to right his wrongs, and he refused to do so. He wanted to
uh,
be
uh,
petty.
all right, casual. So with that being said, now going back to the Jalen Brown thing,
Mm,
now we looking at Jalen Brown to be placed in the same situation basically that Kyrie was in Boston when he was looked at to be the guy and be the go-to guy, the number one guy. We looking
mm-hmm.
at that in a potential for him in a Nets trade to be that here where I'm at, but basically because I'm in Brooklyn
Yeah,
and I'm looking at that. I'm like this to me. I look at Kyrie's talent. Obviously, it's there. Ability, fourth quarter. Like only thing he lacked was probably, I guess, for lack of a better term, was the leadership in
he
terms
lacked
of like
leadership.
Yeah, rallying like guys together. That all right, that's fine. You have to tell me, is there any part of Jalen Brown that you see leaping above like what Kyrie did as a number one in terms of the things that he didn't bring, like leadership and togetherness
I can tell you right
and
now. I can tell you right now. He's going to make your defense way. He's going to make your defense way better than Kyrie ever imagined.
okay,
Um, I can tell you that as a scorer, yeah, you're definitely going to get drop off compared to what Kyrie was giving you, but you might get more versatility from the standpoint of um, in like those high intense games against more potent defenses because he's larger. He's 6'7", so Kyrie's 6'2". He's able to get more off with ease.
right,
Um, Inside of that, offensively, I don't really see much difference that you're going to get between him and Kyrie in those years. I'd argue that Kyrie gave you more, but the defense is the key. And then here's the thing that Kyrie got screwed over with the Brooklyn situation is Kyrie came into a situation in Brooklyn where um, KD was coming from his ACL injury, and there was a lot of expectations for championships.
right,
That's the difference. If Jalen Brown comes to Brooklyn, you're not expecting to win a championship because you got Jalen Brown. It's not what this is. You're
right.
Yes,
expecting for
playoffs.
Jalen Brown to come in and him to be able. No, you're not even expecting that. You're expecting development. You're expecting improvement. You're expecting your team to show
So
signs of
okay,
life.
we're going. So basically, we're going. All right, with younger core with like a player that's like what 25, 26.
Hmm.
And Jalen Brown,
Hmm.
and like more younger players, like I guess younger. If we could keep Mikal, having them two
If you could keep
around,
McHale,
they
if you
if we
could
could
keep
keep Mikal,
McHale,
like having
you
them
got
two
a
around.
perennial playoff team. If you
Yes,
could
it
keep
perennial.
McHale, you
Yeah,
got a
okay,
perennial playoff team
perennial playoff team. Mind you, Mikal is averaging about 26, 27
since
as
since
net.
On
joining
50,
since
40,
joining
90.
the Nets.
Yeah,
Yep.
off of 50, 40, and 90. And I'm looking at, I'm like, obviously he could score. The other parts of his game has yet to be unlocked, like facilitating and ball handle, all that stuff.
Hmm.
I get all of that. Obviously he's a great two-way player. Just being able to score. He's gonna be top 10 wing defender, top five wing defender for years to come. Jalen Brown is that, if not better. Like well, not on the defense end, but off his end.
Offense.
So if we could add both of those at the two, I guess at the two and the three simultaneously, and run with that, that's going to be perennial playoffs. I'm all right. I'm all right with perennial playoffs. My thing is just like an upgrade from what we've just debacle, I guess, in terms of the big three that we had last year.
That y'all had.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the upgrade would be, okay. We win multiple playoff rounds. That's
The
what
case,
that's what
the
my, as a Brooklyn fan, that's my upgrade.
Hey,
and I can't speak for. Well, I'll just say this last thing because I saw the start finish cut.
All right,
Um,
Okay.
I'm not as I won't question like what your ideology if anything is because you're the Brooklyn fan,
right,
right? But what I will say is what I think is your motivation should be from seeing something like that happen is now we have a direction because even in KD and Kyrie's case, if y'all didn't win it, if there was years where like 2021 y'all could have won maybe maybe
right, right. With the
two.
because I go back to game three of that
Okay.
Buck series. Um,
I got you.
Katie had a shot. We went up three,
He doesn't take a
and
shot.
he doesn't take a shot until the like
Yeah.
the prayer at the end of the game. I'm
Mhm.
like,
But yeah, Kyrie was taking a lot of the
That
shots. KD was.
and I'm like looking.
I
I'm
think
like,
that
yo,
game
I'm like,
decided it. That game
yeah.
decided it for sure.
And somebody hit me up like almost immediately. I want to say maybe 5, 10 minutes after the game. He's like, yo, y'all just lost the NBA. Y'all just lost y'all chance at winning the NBA championship. And looking back at it in hindsight, I'm thinking Hawks, and then the Suns is waiting in the next round for the Milwaukee.
Y'all could have had
And
it all.
looking back at that, I'm like, yeah, I think
Y'all could have had it.
we literally just fumbled the NBA championship.
Yeah, that's
Like
facts.
fumbled it.
Because if you go up 3-0, we was talking about this yesterday. Like if you go up 3-0, KD
Yeah.
gonna give you one. You know what I'm saying? KD by himself will give you one. He gave you one already. He gave you one in game 5. So
I think if we go up 3-0, I don't think the Kyrie injury ever happens.
mm,
I don't
But
see the Kyrie injury ever happen because that injury
Because it'd
happened in
be
game
yeah,
4.
it would be a whole different it'd be a whole different
If we
way.
go up because we dominated at home the first 2 games, we
yeah,
still
it was
won on the
blowouts.
road. That we go up 3-0, then we looking at Nets in 5 or Nets in 4 possibly. If they close, if a healthy Kyrie, they close that out. We waiting on the Hawks. We get through them, and then we waiting on the Suns. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
like realistically, like just thinking of it in the backtrack of my mind, I'm like, yo, it's that game 3 really decided. It really was like the beginning of the turning point of that series and
the
that
whole
that
franchise,
tenure, that whole tenure ready to go.
Yeah, facts. Oh, yeah, that's
All
true.
right, we go.
And
So the question there's a question that said start bench cut Kobe, Curry, Tim Duncan for your team.
For my
start.
team,
Oh yeah, just like
go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
Start.
Kobe.
I'm starting Kobe. Start benching Timmy. Yeah, Curry, you gotta go.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think Tim Duncan either has to start. Tim Duncan can't be cut because this dude's
Yeah.
he is gonna anchor your defense.
Exactly.
Tim Duncan, so he has to stay. And
Yeah.
it depends of Kobe or Curry. Like I think Curry is.
I'll start
I
Tim.
think Curry is better offensively than Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
but Kobe's two-way impact is obviously just better, right? He's a better
Yeah.
scorer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go start
mm,
Kobe, cut start Curry, bench Tim, and then cut Curry. I'm gonna have to cut Curry. Yeah,
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I'm
But
gonna
And
start. I'm
and
gonna
it'll be
I
start.
mean, casual. We actually had a I
I'm
was
gonna start.
I'm
Hold
again
on.
looking at that trade that
Uh-huh.
potential trade because I'm just thinking to myself because yesterday somebody was talking to me. It was like, yo, the Dame sweepstakes might be starting for us in the off season too. I'm like thinking
Don't
to
do.
myself,
for the
I'm
Nets.
begging for Brooklyn to finally just let this um let this process just go through. Like every time they start to show like a bit of like progress, and
mm,
they get like that they get that opportunity for them to I guess like
speed it up.
proverbially take steroids or something like that. They
yeah.
decide to take it, and it makes no sense why you're doing it. Like you had D'Angelo Russell, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, uh,
I
Spencer
mean, well, we
Dinwiddie.
had D'Lo on a contract. Yeah, we wasn't resigning him.
Y'all were actually on the process of rebuilding and everything, and y'all decided to jump into the Kyrie and KD sweepstakes. And it's like, why?
Wait,
Hey,
I
wait,
mean,
wait.
Why?
Hold on. Wait, wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait, wait.
but
To win.
realistically, going back to that casual, like they chose us. Like Kevin Durant was avid.
KD chose. Yeah,
Kyrie was avid about coming here, and then KD was like, "Okay, I guess I can come along. Like, yo, as long as you going, I'm going."
But
And
what
that
I'm
was
saying,
kind of, the thing. So
but what I'm saying is,
if
y'all, they gave you could have had KD, Kyrie, and you just lost D'Angelo Russell. But y'all decided to also give up Cassius LeVert. Y'all decided to also give up Jared Allen. Like y'all
yeah,
gave up these players,
that was the James Harden thing. I
and that's
wasn't
what
really.
yeah, but I would
that's
have
yeah.
what
done
I'm
it. I would
saying.
have done
I would
it
have
though.
done it
Like
again though, bro. Cause like
I
it's like
wouldn't do it.
injuries,
for a top
I
10
never
I
thought
yeah,
doing this
any
shit.
chance you get, at three of the best three of the best
ever we talk about a top
like
15 player,
players
bro.
in
Like
their era, like you got to
But
take that.
you
but
gotta
how
go for
many
that, bro.
times? But how many times does teams need to learn that isolation ball is not the recipe for success?
But wait,
Name
wait,
one
wait,
team.
wait,
it,
wait,
I
Name
wait.
mean,
it,
one
We
team.
talk. We
but
Name
talking about.
one.
hold on, wait. I gotta slow you down. I
We
gotta rebuttal that because
go ahead, go ahead.
it was the isolation ball that we was really playing. If you go look back at the games that we had Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant and Kyrie mostly played off the ball.
yeah,
Almost every
That
time in the pick and
James
roll,
and then James
James
Harden
Harden
changed
was
his role.
James
Yep.
Harden was the point guard in our office. So this was probably the easiest 12, 15 assists a game I ever seen. Like you talking about hitting Kevin Durant off a curl and catching and shooting, or hitting Kyrie off a curl
one move catching the shoot. Kyrie did less ball handling when James
in his
Harden
whole
was
And
career.
that
there,
was
Facts.
and that was with Steve Nash too. Like imagine if they would
and
have
that
just
That's
was with
signed
not.
Steve Nash.
like
But
imagine they would
that's.
have signed a better coach that can actually like know how to
I
run a
pro-
team.
I will promise. I promise y'all. Go back and look at that Brooklyn year when James Harden got traded to them.
As a
It
GM,
was
you wouldn't
isolation. It was isolation basketball. And those 12 assists that James Harden would get is just that. That's
you
12
wouldn't you wouldn't do
possessions
you wouldn't
Yeah,
you wouldn't do it like as a
it was
Right?
just
GM.
You
just
wouldn't. You wouldn't do
it was
that.
James
simple
Harden.
pick and roll. It was
Like
simple pick and roll.
as a
No, I
GM,
wouldn't.
as a
No,
GM, and we have Kevin Durant and Kyrie
as a
Irving, who
G.
are obviously in win
No,
now position,
no,
right?
I didn't
You
know
wouldn't go for a
because
top 8 player because, like, at the time we didn't know. Like, we think James Harden's gonna be loyal. We think he's gonna like stay. Obviously,
no,
like
it's
we
not
didn't know
about him
anything
staying or
about him
anything like
leaving.
that. Your championship folks, yes, they were dominant offensively, right?
Right.
But you were banking on three players to be able to carry out the entire season, understanding that one of your players is 33 at the time and coming
Fresh
off of
Achilles.
a career scaring ACL injury.
Yeah,
You're
Achilles.
And that's
understanding that
why, and that's why they got Harden
you
too,
can
just in
yeah.
case if KD would have
You said
got
what?
hurt.
You said
Because
what?
remember, Kyrie was hurt the year before, right? With the shoulders surgery and the
Yeah,
injury
Kyrie
like
got
that.
hurt.
So it was smart to get James Harden because when Kyrie and KD, one of them two goes down, then you would have Harden to provide the
And actually,
scoring and the
both
offense.
they
But
both
even
ended up
with you,
going down,
but
and
Yeah, they
Harden
even
both
with
ended
took
up
you,
going
over,
down.
but
and Harden
even with
took
you,
over, and he
even
held the
with you,
fort down. You
and
know,
that's great, and that's great. You had a player in James Harden that could be able to hold the fort down offensively, but you got more offensive growth. You took a step back defensively, and then on top of that, you got a player. You're betting. You're basically banking on three players, and three of those players, two out of the three were like 33, 32 or 33,
Mm.
and one of them was coming off of an ACL injury, and
Your mic just went.
you
Yeah,
said what,
yeah.
bro?
I think casual Mike just went there.
I'm not banking on that as a GM. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Especially if I know that it's going to trump my future, as a Brooklyn Nets organization. For me to give up Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, along multiple others, I forget what the package was, but I know Spencer Dinwiddie was gone. I know Karis
No,
LeVert
no,
was
no, no,
gone,
no.
and
Spencer Dinwiddie was there. He hurt his
Then
ACL and he
then
was
when
out
he
the whole
He
got
was
season.
hurt,
yeah, he was hurt and he wanted out
Yeah,
the
he
year
wanted out.
after.
He got hurt and then he
It was
signed with
just it was
Washington.
Karis LeVert, it was
It was
Jared
Kevin
Karis LeVert,
Allen,
Jared
Allen.
Jared
Allen,
Allen,
and
wait, are you
Torian
some
Prince.
wait?
picks.
Are
Yeah, it
you
was
sure he
Torian
signed?
Prince, and it was like 4 draft picks, three
Are you
draft
sure
picks.
he
right.
signed with Wizards? I could have sworn he got traded as well.
No,
Nah,
he
nah,
was hurt.
he got signed
He
over
was
with
hurt. He was
Wizards.
hurt for the whole entire year, and then he
Yeah, I
wanted out.
remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
he got signed with
that's what I'm saying.
Washington
You
during the season.
like
But
Cause I'm gonna tell you right now that Brooklyn Nets team before that trade, they were actually mad dominant.
I
The
wouldn't
deep the
I
rim
wouldn't call us
the
dominant. That we
rim
were
the
like
rim protection along with the 1-2 punch of Kyrie and KD, and you had a young player in Karis LeVert that was giving you like I think it was like 15 plus points.
I
I
think
forget the
I got I tell you what, I gotta remember that time because I'm usually one of the things about me. I'm for the underdog
what's
teams.
good, Gabe?
I'm for the underdog teams, man. And I kind of I'm more interested in this team than I was in
That's
the other
facts.
team. I kind of took the big three team that we had for granted. Um, they said Levert, I don't think Levert was a bum. Levert was close against us, but
Yeah, no, he was nice.
yeah,
hold on real quick. Hold on real quick.
I think Levert. I think Levert was better with D'Lo than he was with like the two star with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Because the first year, remember the first. He like yeah, he coming back.
Yeah, I think he just like
The
that.
yeah. The first year, uh, um, Kevin Durant obviously didn't play. Kyrie played a little bit, but we still managed to make the playoffs. 2021, the year, obviously that's gonna be remembered for the Milwaukee year. When I go look back at that, a lot of the young players I don't think were ready to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie, like because like the win now mentality. And I think he has a casual do have a point in terms of like building.
like
and
future
building.
wise.
Yeah, yeah. In
But like
terms of
they were like a poverty franchise who never won. So if you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie, obviously they're old, so you would have to be in win now situation.
and the thing is, when we say that, people is gonna harp back at that the KG Paul Pierce years, and they're gonna harp back to that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, we got KG and Paul Pierce off the back end of their 30s, after they All NBA years, and everybody is calling that a super team just because of name value. And we still have Brooke Lopez, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson. All of those guys at that time, at that point in their careers, were role players realistically.
So
Like,
if everyone was a GM, they would have made this, besides casual, everyone would have went for the Harden trade.
Oh no, I definitely would have made that
the
trade because
I would have made that trade. He was a
I'm,
top
I'm
8 player that year too. Like
in hindsight, I mean, well, the thing is, what he was doing to get out of Houston at that time, and then for him, like, because remember, he came into the season out of shape in Houston, and then they was clearly, Daryl Morey was gone. He was in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
his team wasn't good because
Yeah, and the team wasn't good, so
Russ was out that year.
so he was clearly, Harden must have been living at Trader Joe's or something, man. Like, cause he was eating burgers or something.
Hey, only
No,
the
but then
real know about.
once he went to
Only the
Brooklyn, all
real
that shit
know
was
about
gone
Trader
though.
Joe's. Only the
Yeah.
real know about Trader
Like
Joe's.
people say
oh
he
no,
put on a
Yeah,
fat.
exactly.
He was
they got some heat.
He
was
must have been living at Trader Joe's or the Dairy Queen or something, man. Like, because he was just he was a cheeseburger off. Like, I'm
yeah.
like, yo, bro, this guy's a number one. This, like, to me, coming in that, and he was still averaging good enough numbers. But remember, the beginning of that season, he was kind of struggling because that's the year that no, he wasn't struggling. He was doing good. The next year, he started to struggle
Yeah,
because
didn't he come in and drop like 40 in the Houston? Like he
he
was.
came, he came in, and out of shape James Harden was actually still looking
Yeah, he
like a
would still
top
give you
15,
like
top 10 player.
27, 28.
He was still a
Yeah,
top 10
he
player
was
that
still
Yeah,
year.
giving you.
top 15,
He was
fringe
definitely
top
top
10
10.
player, bro. Like, but
He was better than
Top 10,
Tatum that
top
year.
12.
now, in
Mm.
hindsight, obviously the deal was made, like, but I look back before, I said, yo, we can't get rid of Jared Allen or Karis LeVert. I said, yo, let this thing develop. But knowing Kyrie and Kevin Durant, when you have a Kyrie and a Kevin Durant, you kind of in a rush first. And I saw the same thing with LeBron. You know, like when LeBron went to LA, oh, get me AD, and you need to get me AD immediately. And they got him AD, and they got the NIT tournament shit or whatever.
But that's the
And
NIT tournament is crazy.
Nigga said
No, but
NLT
that's
tournament.
the no, but that's
Yeah.
the difference. When LeBron asked for AD, it was because the team he had just wasn't good enough. You had too much youth, and you have a player that's like 30 something that's looking to
Undeveloped
win
youth.
now,
right,
and you have the opportunity to get one of the best two-way players. In
right.
that sense, give whatever the he wants. But in KD's case in Brooklyn, you literally gave up your entire future for three offensive dominant players, which to their credit, it worked for the most part. But
Just
then
the
when you start
injuries.
to
That's
go,
it.
but if you start to go like deeper down the line, after you win this championship in 2021, then what? In
I,
2022,
I,
do you expect for this team to be able to hold up after after a
Well,
turnaround?
Clarkson.
I,
Well,
I think the goal initially was just to win just for Kevin Durant to win a championship.
Yeah,
Okay,
like because
I
all
don't think
if that's the
the
case,
future.
then as GMs, you need to be fired. But you could just look to win one championship, and that's good enough for you.
No,
That's a
I'm talking about
problem.
in the case. I'm talking about in the case of KD. I like, because it
Oh, in the
seemed
case of
like Sean.
KD, like that's a player. Like you just want to win a
Yeah,
ring.
yeah, yeah. But in the case of Sean Marks, I think, like, when you get these type of players, they bring in so much pressure from their previous franchise. Remember, like, the fact of the matter is, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, they were both champions before they got to the Nets. Like, let's just get out of the way. So they were in big games and big moments. So my thing is this: we did, like the thing is, we did. I think Sean Marks did so much to like cater to them in a
Mm,
sense. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
Like,
and
and
that's
he
the
did,
problem.
and he did that, man. And that's just, and that's the thing that David Griffin kind of went through, bro, when he was in Cleveland, and he was talking about that when he was in Cleveland. He said that was probably arguably one of the most stressful times as a GM. And he was talking about in Cleveland when they won that 2016 championship. But the thing is like as a GM, like when you get these type of talents, I like Kyrie, I like Kevin Durant, you pretty much like under a significant amount of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like you under a significant amount of pressure, man. Like it's just like, oh, yo, you got to get shooters around them, man. They said they wanted to come to your franchise. You got to get this around them. You got to do this. You got to get, if you got a chance to get another player, just at the third, because you under the scrutiny under the media. This Brooklyn is still New York. It's the New York media. The New York media is crazy, as we all know. Do you see if the Knicks get some type of traction and they don't win in the playoffs? Oh, it's gonna be a problem. Same thing with maybe a Philly and a Boston, and of course a LA. So, I mean, I understand it, but it's kind of a tricky situation. But I do agree with you with the building part in terms of building like a team of youth and having them come up together and trying to make a run that way. But as opposed as like getting stars and everything. If you got a chance to get a star, we got to get a star. If they say they want to come and join you and they want to join the team, like that's just what it is. I mean, I can't ignore that. Like you just can't. You just
Yeah, that's
can't. I
how
don't
that's
know.
how I
All right,
feel.
peace out.
That's definitely how I
Peace
feel
out.
with the next year, especially with Harden. It's like I get what you're saying because I can definitely see both ways. But me, I'm at the point where like kind of what Lee said. Like if KD and Kyrie want James Harden, and we can get because at that point James Harden wasn't injured. Like James Harden was never injured until that point. Until he got injured in the playoffs.
Right.
We could get a James Harden who's still in his prime, doesn't really get injured because at that time he was he was basically an Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get injured. We can get a
He's a
James Harden.
top 10 player though.
We
Like
could get a top 10 player who can run our offense, who can have KD and Kyrie be at what I'm saying, some
dude,
of
I
their
would
most
have made
efficient play.
like if I was a GM, I would have made that trade 10 out of the 10
I'm
times,
I'm
dude.
making that trade 10 times out of
Every
10
single
just
time.
because of the fact that the only thing that's stopping us is injuries. Only thing that's
I,
stopping us is injuries, and
Cuz
that's the
that
thing that's
year,
happening.
I want, I want, nah, that
especially
was
in the
just, I
East,
wanted
the
to
Boston
segue into
Celtics,
something else because I had another question after this.
Go
all
ahead,
right,
go
the
ahead. That's
Celtics
all I wanted to say.
the Celtics that year weren't who they were, right? Like
Right.
Hmm?
and then the Milwaukee Bucks, I think that was the only way in Philly. But like that Brooklyn Nets team, like when healthy, was so good offensively that year no team would be able to hold all three of them
There's no
at
way,
the
bro.
same
Yeah. No.
time.
No way. Nah.
No
Nah. I
way.
don't think so. But
Dude,
casual. You mentioned uh, having the young players in the mix of players that we had with the Nets. I wanted to ask you, bro. Do you think it's important to have that mix still with like young and old players, like kind of how like Golden State is doing with the Kamingas, with the Jordan Pools, with the Andrew Wiggins and the core that they have, or do you think you should build like a whole young team up, like kind of how Boston do? What y'all think about that?
say what again?
You s-
Do you think it's important when you building a team as a GM? Do you think it's important to build a whole young team and have them grow together, all young, or have a team
I
with
mean,
like a mix?
I think a mix. I think both. I think every young team needs a vet. I think that's like for example, like Memphis. Like Memphis, they would a vet would
They
help them.
definitely. Oh yeah, they definitely need a vet.
yeah, they
I think
definitely
they
need a vet.
definitely they
They need a vet that's gonna whoop some because like you really like for example like Carmelo Anthony is John Morant and Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain. Are they gonna listen to him?
I think Patrick Beverly has worked wonders like for a lot of these young players and these young locker rooms.
Mhm.
A la Minnesota. I was
They
talking
need
about
someone
him the
like
other day.
Udonis Haslam. Like if they go out of hand, he would just whoop some ass. Like
I think Patrick Beverly would be extremely great for them.
yeah, he would be a good vet as well. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
think it.
yeah.
But to answer your question though, I think it depends on the team. Like honestly, I think it depends on the team. But majority times, if I got an old and what I'm saying, a player that's in his peak, or in his prime, and he's kind of old, somewhere like a LeBron James, I'm trying to get the best pieces around them. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if they're younger or old, if they old, if they're seasoned vets, I'll take that because of the simple fact that I don't really have time to develop these players, especially with what I'm saying the way the league is now, where what I'm saying you go somewhere for 2 or 3 years and you got so much pressure on you, you don't get the job done. That player might request a trade. That player might want to go somewhere else. So if I'm
What's
the
good,
GM,
Zay?
if I'm the GM of a team, you know what I'm saying, that got a LeBron, KD, Kawhi, whoever, I'm trying to get the best pieces around them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Right.
get KCPs. I'm trying to get the Alex Caruso's on the team just so we can have the
I
best
I
shot
think I
available.
think I think it's a little bit tricky with LeBron outside of KD because KD, I don't think he takes away from anybody's game. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When he goes to other teams, I don't like him going to other teams. I just like I ain't like LeBron going to other teams. But like the thing is, when LeBron is going to other team, like the players that's around, they got to change their games around him.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? So in the case of like a Kevin Durant, like say, let's just say for instance, Steph. If Steph went to team, like obviously his game is going to travel. Obviously, because his ability to play off the ball is going to travel. However, you're going to have to find ways to hide him on defense still. This is where the zone comes in. This is where like a point of attack defensively comes in. Like so, a lot players like Wiggins and Draymond, you need an anchor like Draymond, and you need a point of attack defender like Gary Payton II or Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? Like to throw in the
Yeah.
wings and throw in the wing scorers, and put Curry in the corner where he could just get the run out defensive rebounds and run out. Like, I think that it would work in terms of structure. So in terms of players that translate, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, wherever he went, he was still the same guy. A la on number two and not on number one in Boston. He was still like, they don't take away from, you get what I'm saying? They don't take
You know, I
away
see what
when
you're saying.
players.
Like
Yeah.
players like LeBron, you gotta, what I'm saying, you gotta get certain players that's able to change that game or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, if you got a player that's very portable, like a KD, like a what I'm saying, Kawhi, or what I'm
Yes.
saying, players of that nature, you
Yeah.
could you could kind of fit whoever, just the best talent around them because they could play around them. They don't need the ball as much. They could play
I,
off the ball. Teammates can have success without changing their game too much around that certain player. You know what I'm saying? So I think in that case, what I'm saying, you can have some young players that can develop because they'll be able to play their game around them. Like
right.
for example,
Right. 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 And I think what Casual was trying to get at in the case of our team, in the case of the Nets big three, how it ended up in terms of the James Harden trade. I think with Kevin Durant's ability to play with anybody, I honestly believe that like making the trade that we did jump the gun. We might have jumped the gun a little bit on James Harden, but in hindsight, obviously, like you get a chance to make that deal, you make that deal, but it
yeah,
ended up kind of derailing us. The team that we got now, I pray like I'm looking at the team that we got now and the wings that we got now. I'm like, how did we come out the way we came out after this whole debacle? Because
yeah,
James Harden said no, Ben Simmons said no, Kyrie said no, and Kevin
KD
Durant
said,
said no. We had four players that was played at a superstar level once upon a time,
and you
or
still got Ben
still,
Simmons just sitting on
yeah,
the
and we
bench.
still got
You
Ben
know,
Simmons, and they all said no.
hmm
And for us to come out with the roster that we have after the fact, to me, I think it's just like it's kind of a blessing in disguise, man. It's just like I'm like, because we could have
No,
ended up a lot.
y'all are absolutely blessed. Y'all are
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
y'all blessed,
yeah,
absolutely
bro. Y'all
blessed.
got
yeah,
so
yeah.
y'all damn near got all the Suns picks. So let
Yes.
KD let KD get injured for a year. Y'all
Oh yeah.
getting a lottery
God
pick.
damn.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
This is like Kate. Listen, and it's possible because Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron, they all going through the
Oh
same
yeah, they
thing.
they they going through it. That
They
father
all
time
going through the
is
same
getting it's
thing.
catching up to him.
They
Father
they
time
all
is catching up to
yes,
him
they
for
all
sure.
going through the same thing. And the great thing about today's NBA, they could still go off and for big numbers. Obviously, everybody numbers ain't even a problem these days, man. We had 2 70-point games this season, bro. That ought to tell you.
Yeah. No,
You know what
that's a
I'm saying?
fact.
So numbers is not the problem. The problem is like sustaining and availability and health going forward. Now that they in a mid going in late 30s. You know what I'm saying? So somebody asked me a long time ago. They was like, "Yo, what is Kevin Durant gonna be, man, when he starts to age?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. But to his credit, man, I give him credit, man, because when he's healthy, he is still productive and efficient than most, if not all. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
most if
saying,
not
man?
all. He still like his offensive production. He giving you the same offensive
Yeah,
production. This
defensively, he definitely showed a lot this year, and I think it's to his detriment because I don't think we ever seen a player put the effort in defensively after post ACL,
yeah.
post Achilles injury, but like after like and still getting up the court and still being able to do half at least 75% of what you did before the injury, like that's
Mhm.
crazy to me.
Honestly, bro, it's like he hasn't really. I mean, he's gotten less athletic, but like still with that, his product. You know what I'm saying? His productivity on offense and defense is still the same, if not better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's crazy for him to come off the ACL like
yeah.
that. This
And
shit is
Steph
crazy.
with the history of his injuries and going forward, bro, like and everything that team is going through, still that team is afloat. I think we give a lot of credit. I give a lot of credit to the team, obviously, because Klay Thompson is definitely back with the 2 injuries that he had,
No, that's a fact.
and Steph being able to come back and at least be somewhat of what himself, and on any given night.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's incredible. Obviously, LeBron are doing what he does, but the thing about all three of those players, I think they all have ran the gauntlet of like the highest of the highs and like still using their talents and their abilities to fight off the father time thing. You know, like because they are fighting this off to the death, bro. If
No,
you
they
see
fight it
those
off,
play,
especially LeBron. He going through it right now. Like
yeah,
he can't play
they
more
are
than 10,
fighting.
15
Start
games without getting
bench,
injured.
start
Exactly.
bench cut. Legend of Winning Mars Chilltown.
Start bench cut.
That's
Um,
kind of easy for me. I'm gonna start Mars because Mars is a little bit more I think Mars talks with a little bit more conviction. Legend of Winning, I think he's kind of overrated, so I'm gonna bench him. And Chilltown, yeah, he called me a troll the other day, so he's getting cut.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start Mars. I'm gonna bench Chill Time. No, I'm gonna cut Chill Time. He be capping too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut Chill. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bench low and I'm gonna cut Chill
Yeah,
Time. He be capping too
same,
much.
Yeah.
same.
Fluent Dub and Big Ox.
I'm cut. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
cutting.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
cutting Big Ox.
Yeah, I'm cutting Big Ox. He gotta go.
I like
He be talking some
I
bullshit.
like Big Ox, man. But I feel like Big Ox. Yeah. I got
He a
Yeah,
rookie, bro.
I might have to start Dub. I call
I ain't gonna lie. All three of them. I'm not fuck like.
But
Like they all like.
Dub is my guy.
Yeah,
Dub
no,
is my
I
guy,
fuck with
man.
Dub. I fuck with Dub. I fuck with Dub.
Dub is my guy.
Yeah,
Like my
thanks.
name is so I'm gonna start Dub. Flu. I don't really hear too much from Flu, so I'm
I'll
gonna
bench
bench
Fluent.
him.
Yep.
I'm gonna bench him, and then yeah, I gotta cut
Bro,
Ox.
Low was nasty for the Open Gym. I was watching Open Gym. This dude Low really brought high schooler kids to laugh at Dub and troll him the whole entire time.
Yeah, I
Damn.
seen that.
Yeah,
Like
I
I don't
seen
know what
that.
I would do
Yeah.
because like in that situation it's a lose lose because
I
like
got it. Yeah, I segued like low to me. I think low is like because even Dub was saying it, man. Like I called low overrated like weeks and months ago. I think he's just like the thing is he lives off of kind of his following really. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like if everybody know, like Low is kind of YouTube royalty.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm
that's
saying?
facts.
Like, yeah, cause
He been
it was
tied in
at
for a
he's an
minute.
OG. That's why.
it was at a point. It was him, Ticket, Rusty Buckets, something hoops, and what's the guy?
Oh,
Jimmy Hyrule.
I was tapped into the analytical side of YouTube. It was Low, it was B Souls, it was
Jimmy Hyrule.
MBJ,
Jimmy High Roller didn't. He hadn't started getting on this analytical wave until like probably about like 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, three years ago. I think. Yeah, 3 years ago
Yeah.
during the
Probably.
pandemic.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was Low. It was B Souls. It was MDJ. It was Rusty Buckets. It was what's his name? My guy, Young Mustard.
Young Mustard. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know him.
Young Mustard, and one more guy. It was one more guy.
I feel like they
His
all
name is
under the
slipping,
Low
but
umbrella because Low has been out here like in terms of the last 10 years of YouTube. Low it like
Low's been the catalyst.
I've been
Low's been the
I was
catalyst.
yeah.
Wait,
Low
he's
is the
been
catalyst
YouTubing
of
for
the
10 years?
numbers. Yeah, the
No,
numbers and the analytics.
Low ain't been doing it for that long. He been doing it close to 10 years though. I want to say probably about like 7.
Oh,
He
It's
started
been a
in like
minute for sure. Cause
It's
like
2016.
been a minute for sure. Like I could
Because
say
yeah,
like
he
probably
was making videos in
I
2016.
remember. Yeah, I remember his older videos. It was like oh, Dom 2K. There you go.
Dom
oh yeah,
2K,
I
right?
used to watch
Dom
his shit
2K.
too. Yeah,
Dom
and I used to
Dom
2K.
watch
2K.
a nigga named Swish Out. He used to
Swish
got some
out,
videos.
Dom 2K,
Oh, Switch House good. Switch House
Swish
a good
Out.
one.
Yeah.
Rusty Buckets.
There was some, yeah, there was some gems there. I'm not gonna lie to you. The time of like the come up of these guys was like so, you had to be there. You had to be there, bro.
Yeah, you kind of just had to watch them because now it's
You
like
Yeah.
had to be
they
there
kind
because
of like they
The
now,
kind of
only the
established now.
main two people, the main couple of people that I watched was Carsino, Ticket TV, and Two Raw for TV, and Big Mike Television. Who else? I didn't get into like Jimmy High Roller is kind of the only analytics person that I kind of was looking at. B Souls, I only knew of. B Soul was I only knew of because he used to do like video. He used to do videos early on, but he never showed his face until like a couple of years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now him and Sage run together. So
Say, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but like with low standpoint, I know it's like a lot of tomfoolery like when he comes to PC, man. Like and it gets like most of the people that is like a pro Low, I guess if you want to say like yeah, so I kind of
And
stay clear of that.
when y'all say that, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when it's almost like seeing like your version of a celebrity. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
So to some of these people when they see these guys, it's almost like I was telling Dub the other day. I was telling Dub and Mars after Open Gym. We were still in the chat and we were talking, and I was telling them, bro, y'all don't even realize compared to these guys at Discord, y'all are like the creme de la creme. Y'all are famous.
No,
yeah,
that's
Like they
facts.
can't
That's
wait.
facts.
They can't wait until y'all come into voice chat for them to ask y'all,
Yeah,
hey,
no,
hey,
it be
hey,
like
such and
exactly.
such said this,
niggas
such
be
and such said this.
fanboys, you
What
know,
you
like niggas be
Yeah,
fanned out.
yeah,
hmm
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Like yeah, in terms of Discord,
Niggas be fanned
it's
out.
it's definitely like pick a side type of thing.
so
I
it's
stay
definitely
out of the Discord.
it definitely is something to be said about like when it comes to like Legend of Winning or a ticket or even Chilltown and Fluent, like these guys, y'all, these are like YouTube moguls. Like
Yeah.
these
I
people.
like Chilltown and Fluent. I haven't heard of until I got
Yeah,
the
I haven't heard
PC.
it. No, fact, I haven't heard of them two until
Like the
recently
only
though.
person I was really tapped in with when I got the PC was Ticket TV.
I never had
I
watched
didn't know who
ticket.
Ticket TV
I
was
never
until I
watched
seen
ticket.
the Jason Williams
Until
show. He
some.
was wilding out.
I know
Hmm.
about Ticket like years ago. Ticket is no holds barred. Like, cause a lot of his stuff is like is because like he has like individual sponsors like up and coming sponsors and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So Carsino don't really have too much sponsors. Carsino talk about a little bit. He's talking about more sports drama than actual sports of the game.
Yeah.
He'll actually the only time he'll talk about sports of the game is when LeBron lose. So but Ticket is making videos constantly. He got at least 3 or 4 channels.
yeah,
Same with Low. Low got a couple of channels, but like Low's real rise is due in part to Agent Zero.
No, that's facts. That's facts. He was so tied in. It's like
No, no, no,
he
no,
had
no.
to eat off of being. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nah. I
Nah,
won't.
because
I wouldn't say that.
Him and Agent Zero, everybody was tapped in with Agent Zero because of 2K,
Yeah.
and then Low like kind of made the videos alongside,
It
like
definitely
on.
increased it. It definitely increased it.
Yeah, yeah, it
It
definitely
definitely
increased
increased it,
it,
but at the same,
but
time,
Agent
that
Zero
agent.
was Agent
Oh,
Zero was
well,
the, like kind of the catalyst, like
yeah,
if
I
so to
was about to
speak.
say at the same time, Low already had his community,
Right,
like between Low, B Souls, Rusty Buckets, like that community was like that was all of theirs. Like if you wanted to, if you listen, if you watch Low and you watch B Souls, if you watch B Souls and you watch Rusty Buckets, like you know, because whenever one of them didn't post, another person was posting,
right.
so on and so forth. So, nah, I think fucking
Yeah.
Low already had he was already popping before he got to Agent. Agent got him more on a general basis.
Right.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess it.
I
Yeah,
can see that. I can see
I
that.
was, yeah, like the thing. I never really took time out of my day to really watch Low stuff too much, man. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
it's nothing. Even he say a lot of stuff, but it's like most of the correlation of a lot of his arguments, like it has to be the same logic as opposed to many different arguments
Well, you
going
seem like
elsewhere,
you seem like you're
which is kind of
more
strange to me. Like it's
you
kind of a
seem like
weird
you're
way to
more
argue.
you seem like you're more against more against analytics than anything. So it wouldn't surprise me that Low isn't necessarily like in your top five,
Nah,
YouTube
nah,
Yeah.
viewings and stuff like
nah,
that. You know what I'm
not
saying?
at all, not at all. And the thing is, I'm against analytics for the same reason. Like I kind of thumb my nose at
God
Daryl
damn.
Morey because I'm looking at it like analytics. It gives it like it's making the game like a lot more complicated than it really need to be. It's bad enough. Like, all right, the game is changing. That's fine. It's more 3 point heavy. It's more perimeter oriented. I understand that. But now y'all using these words that were realistically, like in terms of basketball, these words that were put in the game that really were created like in the past 15 15 less years, so to speak, if you want to say
Mhm.
more years. I don't know exactly when they were created. When I hear words like PER and efficiency and gravity and all this stuff, I'm just thinking to
The
myself,
mathletes. It's the
yeah,
mathletes.
I'm just thinking to myself, and it's not exactly the numbers per se, because like a lot of them don't really use numbers. It's just these words that are analytic driven, efficiency, PER, like even the peak and to the standpoint like Mars is big on like peaks and everything,
Yep.
in terms of like who was better at basketball, who had a better peak, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, huh? Like I'm probably the only person that's saying like what the hell?
What's going on,
Yeah.
fellas?
Yeah, so
No, like, bro, I didn't hear True Shooting until I got into the motherfucking Players Choice
oh
Discord.
my
Yeah,
god,
I
Like,
didn't know.
like,
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know what true shooting was,
true
and I didn't
like,
shooting,
bro,
know.
like,
yeah,
I
oh
didn't
my,
know
and then when I,
gravity, like the
yeah,
fucking.
like, and then
that is a
when I
killer.
got in the chat, it's like I'm hearing all these words. It's like I understand it, but it's like, bro,
Like, why would he?
if you watch the game and you know knowledge of the game, you can, you know what I'm saying, articulate, and you can read between the lines of the game of basketball. I don't really need to know this shit. That's just how I feel about it. It's like,
And dude,
And
the
I feel like
VCs, dude. Like, if you were there, Leaf, during the drafts, bro. I remember the first time I drafted, like in the Players Choice Discord.
right.
Like, I had a stack team. I had like Chris Paul, Tim Duncan. I had Kobe because I had back-to-back picks, right? I
right.
forgot who my wing was, but who my three was. But I remember I picked the center last, right? Because I didn't have a center. I picked Bill Russell, and nobody voted for me, bro. They said they were just saying my team.
Oh, that's the one that I won. Remember,
Dude,
Drew. Remember, I had that. I think I had Westbrook as my point guard, and when I started point guard, y'all was like, "Nah, we can't
yeah,
go.
I
We
think it
can't
was
go
that,
for
dude. I
that."
had
Like,
Bill Russell, and then I automatically just lost. I was like, why? I was
Man,
like,
it's
yeah,
it's.
nah,
I
man,
will
like
say this
that should be
in
cutthroat.
terms of the casuals, like I guess for lack of a better term, Discord. In terms of the casuals, bro, it's easy to get like voted out. Like the chat,
yeah.
the
And after
chat.
that, bro, after that happened, dude, I never chose an old player. Like after that, I never chose Magic, Kareem. I
I
never chose
gotta I
Bill
gotta make
Russell,
sure,
West.
yeah, because I gotta make sure to steer clear of of low when he has like his minions in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta steer, yeah, I gotta steer clear of it,
You
man.
be
Because
you be getting too involved with them in that chat, Leave.
yeah, yeah, the thing is no, I don't. I try to not engage. I just say what I say and mean what I say. Like, because the thing is, the whole point of us coming on here is like our speech and what we believe and like and what we believe is gonna happen in terms of whether it's the hypotheticals, whether it's our predictions, or it's all about how we feel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
It's all opinions for real.
yeah, it's really all opinionated. Now, whether it come out now in terms of the predictions and the hypotheticals, whether it come out to be true, then we got basically these receipts on these videos to come back to and be like, yo, I said that, man. So like, yo, I could go back to when I said that because I got an extra phone to be like, all right, yo, I said da 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 da, and then boom, 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 and then I could just play it in the mic and be like, yo, oh, so Leaf was capping, so Leaf was right about this, Leaf was right about that, and I really can't wait to that moment because now I get a chance to basically shoot down everybody in the chat that says Leaf is chatting, Leaf is just talking, Leaf is just doing this, doing that, and everything goes up in flames. Now Leaf is just this guy because I have all the receipts to prove it, to prove what I said, and now it didn't come true. And then like I gotta wait for the shit to come true, then for people to be like, okay, yo, Leaf, okay, now it's Leaf got lucky. Or now it's Leaf was just he just put that out there, he didn't really mean it or something like that. So I don't know, man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. But love, what was the
Hey,
KG
hold on,
the
before
KG
you
thing?
do this,
What was that?
Lee,
That was another episode.
before you do this, I wanna talk
Yeah.
to Zay real quick about this this thing he said earlier in the show where he was saying that the East, in his opinion, isn't wide open.
Yeah, what's up?
So do you think so you think that who like what do you think? You think the Bucks is just like clear cut, like they just
Nah,
shouldn't
like
be.
when I think of the word wide open, I think like it's like probably like four teams that can you feel me, possibly go to the final, 4 to 5
Okay.
teams. Yeah, like the
So you
East,
don't think
I just think
so
it's
you
the Bucks are like
okay.
Bucks are the Celtics, bro. But I feel like the Sixers can make it unless they avoid the Bucks into the conference finals. You feel me? But if they catch them in the second round, then it don't look too
So
good.
why do you think that
It's a bad matchup. Like
I think
why is
it's
it
a
such a
bad
why is
matchup
it
it's a bad matchup.
I
Like
think it's a bad matchup on
for
both ends.
Milwaukee. I think it's a bad matchup for Milwaukee.
I think it's bad.
how?
No, I think it's a bad matchup on both ends because yeah, like all right, Brooke Lopez, as good as he's been this year, up against when Philly goes up against Milwaukee, Joel Embiid still has his way with Brooke Lopez because as
Yeah,
well as Brooke Lopez has been, he's still like slow footed.
Yeah, he gonna bring him out to the perimeter.
Nah,
he just bring
but
him out
then
to the perimeter.
look, those guys are
Not
gonna
to.
have their way though. Like it's
Mhm.
gonna come down to the Hardens, the Drew Holidays, the Middletons. You feel me? Like Giannis
And
and
so you
Embiid is gonna have
and
their
so
way.
you trust Drew Holiday's offensive
No,
ability over James
I
Harden.
trust Milwaukee's defensive continuity over the Phillies. I feel like they're gonna play better defense down the stretch than
Well,
I
to
agree with
I
add
that.
to, well,
I think they
I
will.
won't
to
disagree
counter
with.
that, I ain't mean to
Mhm.
jump in, but to counter that, I think Maxi is probably going to be the biggest X factor for Philly going
That's a
forward.
fact
And
too.
that's
That's a
exactly
fact.
where I was gonna go with it. That's exactly where I was gonna go. I think the fact that the 76ers have James Harden along with Tyrese Maxey, along with Tobias Harris, I think that those things lend a hand towards the 76ers being able to trump the Milwaukee Bucks because as good as Milwaukee is defensively, offensively they are terrible. They just are. Um And a lot of these games that they win being 30-7 on the road, 23-13 on the road, these are largely due to them being by far, in my opinion, the best defensive team in the league. I think Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, and Giannis it's too hard for you to just score repeatedly. That being said, they're so bad offensively that they let teams get back into games, and sometimes they lose games just because they missing too many damn shots. Not to
That
mention
is a
in the
fact.
not to mention in the playoffs with the game slowing down, Drew Holiday hasn't shown the case to be able to score efficiently on a consistent basis. Nor has Chris Middleton. People keep talking about this 2021 postseason run that Chris Middleton was on, like he had this huge bag and he was averaging all of these like 25 points or something like that. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton in 2021 were madly inconsistently offensively. Now,
They
when he was
were.
on, he
Yeah,
was
he just had
definitely on, but
games.
he was taking some dumbass shots, and it just happened to start falling in,
I think
especially
I
against
think
Atlanta.
defensively, the real thing that we forgetting about is specifically in 2021, and this name don't come up a lot, is PJ Tucker. And
And D'Anthony Melton is tough on the defensive side too.
Yeah.
Melton is tough on his
He a good
defensive
defender.
side,
He's
but
solid.
I don't think PJ Tucker's defensive prowess comes up when we talk about that 21 run. Um, a
And
lot of the
that's
games,
not even missing. Oh, go ahead,
a
go ahead, go
lot
ahead.
of the
I'm sorry.
games that they won, they got godly defensive stops. Yeah, you talk about the block that Giannis had on the Aiton, and then you talk about the steal that led to the oop. For with Drew Holiday, and that Drew Holiday threw the lob to
Mhm.
Giannis.
Giannis. Yeah, and then obviously the 50-point game. So that Bucks run to finish it off, they basically had to play out of their minds. Uh uh uh
Defensively,
yeah, defensively,
defensively,
not yeah, defensively they had to play out of this world. You talking
and his
about
and,
clutch
and his And here's the
clutch
thing.
defensive
This is
moments.
one. And here's the thing. And I'm sorry to cut you off, Lee. But
Not
like
cool.
for you to like, yeah, all right. The Bucks defensively are amazing. Like I said, I think in my opinion they are by far the best defensive team in the NBA. That being said, it ain't like Philly is a slouch defensively.
Right,
They're sixth. They're sixth defensively this year. So
right.
like if they're sixth defensively and they're top five offensively, I don't see a reason why we can't say that Philly has a right to the throne of being in the NBA title contention. Not
Nah,
to
Philly's
mention,
definitely in the
I
No,
mix.
think
no,
they're
no. They're
actually.
in the contention, but it's just
I think.
they.
I.
It's just like, do you trust them over the
Mm-hmm.
Bucks or
I
Celtics?
don't trust none. No, I'm not even gonna keep it a stack. I don't. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I
Who do
think
you
between the
trust
Bucks,
less?
I
Yeah.
don't trust none of these. I don't trust any of them.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
but who do
trust
you
the
who do
Bucks. I
you
don't
trust
trust.
less?
Yeah, who you
What's like?
trust?
I
Like you
mean,
have to trust. Yeah, who you trust less?
Who do I trust the most? Who do I trust the least? I don't trust the Celtics.
you don't
That's hey,
trust
I,
the
I
Celt.
agree with
Okay,
that.
I
I
don't
can't
trust the
trust
Celtics.
Tatum.
okay. Out of Milwaukee and Philly, who you trust
Out of
less?
Milwaukee and Philly, I will say it's Philly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I trust Philly.
Okay. So Milwaukee, somewhat still would have an advantage going into the
I
series in terms of depth.
Not necessarily. I think the reason, but because it's all about reasoning. The reasoning for me not trusting the 76ers over Milwaukee is that I don't trust that Harden and Joel Embiid will be healthy by the time they come to Milwaukee.
Right.
If Philly comes in and Joel Embiid and Harden have no signs of getting injured or anything like that, and this is a me my team versus your team, we both healthy. I'm not betting money on neither one of these guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying for it to be clear cut, that means that you don't have a horse in this race that you can just bet your money on saying this team is going to come out.
Okay. Okay.
I'm,
All right. So
so
all right.
I'm looking at Milwaukee, I'm looking at the Celtics, I'm looking at the 76ers, and to be honest with you, I really think that we sleeping heavily on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I
Nah,
don't
but
know.
I'm
they
I'm
don't. They
snoozing.
don't
I
have
ain't gonna lie.
enough.
We are
I
sleeping
don't
entire.
know.
We are
Nah,
sleeping
I'm
we are
snoozing.
highly.
Nah, they
Nah,
perimeter. They
I
perimeter
can't even lie.
already.
I refuse, man.
But
The reason,
I
the
don't
reason
think.
I'm not
don't get me
sold on
wrong.
I
Don't
them,
get me
nah
wrong.
the
I
reason
think
I'm
the
not sold on them,
I gotta speak on this because casual. I don't think Evan Mobley can be unlocked, bro. Donovan Mitchell gonna give him what he gonna give you, but for Darius Garland and Evan Mobley to get unlocked in this playoff run, like that's gonna be to me the key going forward
And
for them.
what's getting unlocked? What's getting unlocked? What are we
Unlocked
saying? What are we
unlocked is
saying?
like this has got to be for one or two of those players, specifically Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. This got to be somewhat of a coming out party, like in
No, but I'm
terms of.
saying what is
You said we
what
was
is
stopping that
coming
from
out?
happening.
I'm thinking I'm
What is coming out for Darius Garland? Like
coming out for
is
Darius Garland.
averaging
Coming, all right,
like 18? Is
put
that
it this
fine?
way. All right, coming out for Darius Garland. All right, if Donovan Mitchell, he's not going to give you what he was giving you in the bubble. Let's just forget about that. If Donovan Mitchell is giving you a consistent 30 plus, and Darius Garland is chipping in for 20 between 25 and 30, that to me is coming out. Like he is like, okay, yo, I'm helping. I'm
So
helping him.
playoff rising. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Wait,
that's
wait,
rising.
wait.
So
Time out.
let me
You said if
let
Evan
me
Mobley is giving you what?
I said if Darius Garland is giving you between 25 and 30, and
Yeah,
Darius
no.
Garland
Yeah, no.
and
Then we're being unrealistic here. We're being
Yeah, I
that's
don't see
unrealistic.
that's
that.
unrealistic.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
That
what
is
we saying.
not
That's why.
realistic.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. Like imagining Darius Garland to go from averaging 21 this year to all of a sudden dropping 30 in the
20 to
season.
like at least 25, like the lowest between
20.
25, 28, 25, 28.
nah, bro, that's
Why?
like
But
nah, nah.
why? That's
That's a push.
crazy.
That's a
That's a
sleeper
That's
to
That's
me.
crazy.
yeah.
Like
So
that's
why?
that's why I
let me
don't
ask
believe
y'all
him. You
this.
know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
turn you
Because
so basically you're expecting for Cleveland to end up turning from
I'm
the
expecting
number
for
like the
I'm
I think they're
expecting
like
for somebody on that roster outside of Donovan Mitchell to rise, like I like at least.
why do they have to rise to that extent? Can't what if
I mean,
what if I
maybe
said
okay, maybe not
what if I
averages. All
said
right, so if is it possible that Evan Mobley can give you like
20
one game where he has
or 30.
like a 25, a 19 rebound type of game? Is it possible? Like, is it
I don't
no,
see that. I don't see
no,
it. I don't see
no,
it.
it's not
I don't see
possible.
it, bro.
It's
It's not
possible. It's not
possible.
likely.
It's
I
not.
don't
Yeah,
see it.
anything's
It's
possible in
possible,
the
but it's
NBA,
not
but it's
likely.
Bro,
very
Yeah, that
it's
is
the
not
that
thing
shit
very
is
about
likely.
Cleveland,
highly
bro,
unlikely.
the thing about Cleveland,
Anything is
they don't have enough
possible.
But
firepower,
his
bro.
but what I'm saying. Oh well, I'll let you go ahead and finish, and then I'll give my rebuttal to you. Leave.
all
Nah,
right?
I'm just
So my thing is like for the young players, Darius
Well, hold
Garland.
on. Zay was about to say something. Zay was about to say
All right, go
something.
ahead, Zay.
oh no, I was just saying like the thing with Cleveland is like they just don't have enough firepower to match with the Celtics and Boston and Milwaukee. Like it's gonna come down to
Well,
firepower. Like
What firepower? Wait, what firepower do they not have? They have two
all
elite
right, look
guards
when
in
it,
Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
all right, so who
They
you all right,
have
so
they.
then when it come down to
they
that, so
don't
all right,
have the perimeter defenders.
I
Okay,
think the Eastern. I think
in
we
that sense
mixing
you
up.
got me. In that sense you got me. But even in that's it. But even with that being like their flaw, right? Are you
yeah,
trusting for the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to consistently offensively give you the output that you need
they
So
based
don't
off
casual.
of their
So,
that that
But
based
but
off
that's
of
the
that's
their
the
thing,
track
though.
record?
That's
thing.
the thing with the
Based off of
They
their
Cavs,
track
don't
bro.
record.
need to do
Like
that
like
consistently. That's
Okay,
the
so
They
same
I
thing.
like,
do. They
I was
do
about to say,
though.
that's the
but
thing with
the
the Cavs, bro.
to counter the what Zay was saying. I think in terms of the East, in the playoffs, it's always been
Hmm.
kind of grit and grind to me. In terms of the West, I think that's when if you say when you talking firepower, I'm thinking of the West. Like if you don't have firepower with
Denver.
like a Suns or Warriors or Kings, like something like that, then I'm like, okay, yeah, they probably don't stand a chance if they lose like a somebody that could go off for 30. Maybe I was kind of exaggerating with the Darius Garland and the Evan Mobley thing in
Heavily.
terms of them
Heavily.
rising.
it don't need to
Heavily,
be a
bro.
collective. But
Yeah.
let me ask y'all a question. So
uh,
Cleveland's perfect path, right? Of those three top teams that y'all named, the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Celtics, which one of them
mm,
can Cleveland beat in a
Celtics.
six? Right?
I would say the Celtics and Philly.
Celtics look vulnerable right now.
Cleveland can beat the
I don't think they could
Celtics.
beat Philly.
Cleveland
I
can
think
beat
they
the
can beat.
Celtics, but they
Not
can't beat
right now.
the 76ers nor the Bucks.
Not
I think
that
Reason
they
why
far.
they
can.
can't,
I think they
I
can
don't think
definitely
they
beat
could
the
be fully
Celtics though.
healthy.
What?
No.
I think they can beat the Celtics. I think the
So
Celtics can be
why you feel they could beat that
Wait,
Celtics team?
yeah. How can they beat the Celtics? The Celtics have the
Let me. Yeah, I
I
defending
want
think
to
I
know that.
think the
no, they
Celtics.
don't.
dog.
They don't. They
I think the
don't. And I'm gonna
Celtics
keep
is
it.
the
Oh, go
Celtics to
ahead.
me is more vulnerable because they like they lean on the three a little bit too heavy, and I don't think they have any advantages in terms of rebounding and on the boards with Allen and Mobley down there. I don't think they really have an advantage like in terms of paint rim pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're not a rim pressure type of team to begin with anyway. I
Hmm.
think Donovan Mitchell could at least match what Jason Tatum can do. You know
Oh
what I'm
no,
saying?
he could outdo Tatum actually.
Yeah. I think he could. I think Donovan
Offensively,
Mitchell like
offensively,
what
Offensively,
but
yeah,
he's
for
only
sure.
too bad.
Offensively,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
yeah, offensively, I think Donovan Mitchell could match their highest scorer, whoever highest scorer would be. I think it's in terms of Eastern Conference, I think it's gonna come more down to defensive possessions, and who gets the most stops and who rebounds the most.
So that's what I
Um,
mean with when I asked. So
Mm.
that's why I asked that
Where
question.
where is
So do
Cleveland
you
ranked
think
defensively right
that
now?
Cavs team can
No,
Cleveland
the
is
stay?
ranked
Cleveland they
number
got one of the
one.
best defenses in the league.
Cleveland is number one.
Yeah, they
right,
are.
What
Cleveland is
is
number
With
number
one.
one
That's the thing.
defensively?
I want to see that translate
Defensively,
because
yeah,
with
defensively
I
they're
know
number
that.
one. Offensively they're number 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see them. I want to see that defense translate to the playoffs, which I'm pretty sure it can. And I know that they got a number one option in Donovan Mitchell who can
I think
take over
the
games.
defense. I don't think you have a problem
Yeah,
defensively
it's not the defense,
outside of that perimeter.
but what I
Yeah,
want to
that's their
see is
problem. The
what I
perimeter
what I,
defense.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I want
But
to see is
they're not going against players that's just like that's just like a lot. Like if they're going against Golden State with Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole, I
What you
get
mean they
you,
going
right?
No,
against
that but
Tatum,
that's
Tatum
You're
and
that's
going
on the
Brown?
extreme
they're going
side.
I
against Tatum and Brown though.
That's
well,
When
I
that's
he
mean,
the
makes
that is
I
on
Jalen
hate
the
to I
extreme
Brown,
hate to
side.
well I hate to break it to you, but since the new year started, this dates back to before the All-Star break. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, they ain't been on like that. Maybe more
No.
Jalen Brown than
Jalen
Jason
Brown has.
Tatum.
Jalen Brown has.
no,
Yeah,
that's
Tatum
that's
has.
maybe Jalen
fair.
Brown has been more on than Jason Tatum, but
Yeah.
they have not
But
been on like that.
so casual. Let me ask you a question. So do you
Mm.
so the Cavaliers perimeter defense is that average, above average, below average?
Oh, it's below average. It's below
Are,
average.
so that's gonna help that Jason
Just
Tatum.
going
That's gonna make it
Oh,
easier
just
for them
going
to
game
score. No,
seven. Going against the
so
Celtics is
Yeah.
going game seven, regardless of who the Celtics go up against. The Bucks,
Uh,
76ers, Cavaliers. It's
See,
going 7
and
I
games.
that's the
think
thing.
That's not a
well
problem.
to add to that, I think the Cavs could throw a lot could throw a little bit more bodies. I think they're a little bit deeper than a lot of people give them credit for. I think they could throw a little bit more bodies defensively out on the perimeter. In terms of the interior, they cool. Evan Mobley is a lot more versatile,
now he's
obviously.
super versatile.
He's supervised. He's a
he's
dog. He's a
crazy.
dog.
He's
Yeah,
crazy
definitely.
defensively.
So
Nah,
my
he's
thing is,
amazing
my
defensively.
thing is Evan Mobley is active on the defensive end as he needs to be. I think they got a chance. I think they got a solid chance to advance as much as possible. Um, I don't know who's going to be in the who they got in the first round. The Knicks.
They got the Knicks.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So far,
You talking about the
That might be.
Cavaliers? Yeah, they
I
got
ain't
the
gonna lie. Yeah.
That might go 7-0.
what
no,
about the
I don't know
Sixers?
no,
about
it
that.
won't. Yeah,
That
no,
might
it
go
won't.
6 or
That's
7
gonna be a
You
tough
know it
series.
ain't
Come
going
on,
Because
to.
I'm
B.
not gonna
Come
lie,
on,
bro.
No,
man.
it's
Jalen
not.
That's a
Brunson,
tough
I
No,
series
don't
right
no,
know.
it's
there.
It's
not.
not.
Brunson
That's
like a, I can't lie.
Come on.
They
Brunson
are
like
they are they are gentlemen
Bro, we
sweeping the
talking
Knicks.
about Julius Randle, bro. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
man.
yo,
What?
y'all. Everybody hates on
What?
Julius Randle.
no,
He
I'm not
gets
gonna lie
it
though.
done.
Ever since
Bro,
no.
stop this.
I'm saying though, look, real shit though. Like Randall, you know what I'm saying? He for the most part he has been like, you know what I'm saying, inefficient or you know what I'm saying, he could, you know what I'm saying,
He's
he could
erratic.
be a problem. But ever since Brunson came to that team, he kind of unlocked Randall to the point where he's more efficient. He don't
No,
have to.
he hasn't. Don't
No.
fall for
Nah,
this.
He
hey,
has
hey,
not
hey,
unlocked
wait,
him,
wait.
bro.
Drew,
Like
don't
he
fall
just
Yo,
for
hold
this.
on, I'm
don't
tripping. Am
fall
I
for
tripping?
it, bro.
Yeah.
He
I
don't
think you
fall
might
for
be
it.
He
Don't
gonna
fall
confused
play
for
with
it.
hard,
Don't
man.
fall for it.
Julius
He
Randle.
gonna play
Julius
hard.
Randle is a trap, bro. Like you
He
not
gonna play
Drew,
fall for
Drew,
hard.
it,
Drew, bro.
But
You
look,
my, you my, Drew, you my
Julius
Tatum,
point
Randle
about
is
it.
the
Jalen
It's
Brunson
biggest.
has been
deep.
balling
Don't
though.
fall for
Bro,
it, bro.
So
Don't fall to it,
that's the
bro.
biggest
so how many games is that?
smokes.
That man is
That's
No,
a
the
I
that
ain't gonna
man
lie.
biggest
is a
smoke
that man is
queen in the league
catfish.
right now.
That
It's
How
is
a
many
an
games is
NBA.
smoke
that?
That is an
screen, bro.
NBA catfish, bro. Don't
Yeah,
How
fall
it's
many?
a
for it,
smoke
bro.
So how
screen,
many
bro.
games is that first round?
It is catfishing,
No,
bro.
that first
Yeah.
round going like 6 games. I think it's going
That's
6
six
games.
That
games.
first round going
It's going
5 games,
five.
I think
It's
bro.
it's going
going
6 games.
5
5.
games
It's going
max. It's
5
going
games,
The
5
bro.
Knicks
But
could
I'm
get
not
games.
gonna
two.
lie though,
Nah.
like
It's going
getting back
6.
to
It's
the
going 6.
The
It's
Knicks
going
could get
6.
two.
The
that's what I'm
Knicks
saying. I
are
think
not
Yeah, it's gonna go
capable
6.
of
I don't
winning
think
more
they.
than
The
one
Knicks,
playoff
They
game,
could
bro.
get two,
Sorry.
man.
I
They
think
could
they
get
get
No,
two.
they
two.
cannot.
man,
Too low.
man. If the
They'll
Knicks
get
get two,
two.
catch me at
If the
Magic City.
Knicks get
Catch me
two
at Magic
playoff
City, bro.
wins,
I
The
think they
Knicks
can get
get
two.
two, catch
They
if
me
could
the
at
get
Magic
Knicks
two,
City.
man.
get
They'll
two
get two.
playoff wins, we need to dead the Cavs' chances of winning anything right now, bro.
Bro, I
Like
ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
nah.
The Knicks aren't that bad though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
They're
what
not
I'm
that.
the
They're not
saying.
Knicks
It's
that.
ain't
not
Like
about
that
the
good
no.
you
neither.
telling us
It's
this?
not about the. It's
No,
not
they
about the.
they
It's
beat.
not about the Knicks being that good or bad during the regular season. It's all about postseason. And
Exactly.
what difference have you seen this year that you didn't see 2 years ago when they were in this exact same position? In this
I can
Jalen
say the
Brunson.
same thing.
Jalen
Wait, hold on,
Jalen
Brunson.
hold on, hold
Brunson.
on, hold on. I
Jalen
can say
Brunson.
the same thing
as
about
good
the
as I think
unexperienced
Jalen
Cleveland
Brunson
Cavaliers,
is,
bro.
I think Jalen
Mitch is
Brunson
the
is.
only one that's been in the deep playoff runs. Garland
We
hasn't been in
talking
the
we
playoffs.
talking about Jalen
But we're
Brunson as a
talking about
number
okay,
one
and we're
on the
talking about the
playoff
Knicks and
on the
But
we're
I'm
Knicks
but
talking
I'm
about the
He
I'm just
could
Knicks who
get.
saying
on
only
the
he
saw
had
Yo,
he
road.
so
had
5
so so
games
experience
though.
Lee,
Wait,
harder
hold
he
on,
had
because
experience though.
let me
We're
ask
talking
y'all
about
a
the Knicks who
question.
only
we
saw
can't just
five
act
games
like
ago.
Brunson can't give you 25 a game in the
Hold on,
postseason.
hold on,
Fast.
hold on.
But we're not gonna act
Question,
like
question.
Brunson is gonna carry them over the best defensive team in the league,
No,
bro.
No, I
so
don't think they're gonna win. I
question,
was just saying I think they can
question.
win a couple
I
games.
don't think
They
they
could
can
win.
win. I don't think they win in more than one game, bro.
Leaf,
Like we
leaf,
Yeah,
gotta
leaf,
and
end
I and the
this.
reason
leaf,
and the
leaf,
reason why
leaf.
I'm giving them one game is because I think Jalen Brunson is that good. I'm being generous today.
Yo, they're
What are
gonna
we
get at
talking
least
about?
2 games. Y'all didn't expect Jalen Brunson
No,
to get them
man.
last two
No,
games last year. Which one of y'all expected Jalen Brunson to get them 2 games
I
last year?
didn't. I did.
I
I did.
I
didn't. I
did,
didn't. I
bro,
won't lie
because
I
to
they
you.
was
definitely
I
didn't.
playing the
won't lie to
Utah
you.
Hell
Jazz.
no,
Come on,
he
you
had to
fronting
No,
show
you
me.
now.
didn't.
Come on,
Yeah,
no,
he
you,
had to
no,
Yes,
show
you
I
me.
did.
I
didn't.
ain't see that.
No, you
The
didn't.
Utah
No,
Yeah,
Jazz
you
was
no,
didn't.
because
No,
to
you
that point.
didn't, man.
You did
Wait,
not.
no,
Hey,
no.
Cap,
We got to be
Cap,
honest.
Come
We got to
on,
be
man.
honest.
We being
We
all
got to
be
be honest.
honest. We all
Wait,
being
no, we got
honest.
to be
We all
honest, bro.
being
We got to be
honest.
honest here.
capping.
We got to be
Nobody
honest.
thought he was gonna get
Nobody
it.
expected
Two
Jalen Brunson
games.
to do
bro.
that.
Come on,
Nobody
man.
Yes, they
expected him to do
did,
that.
bro. It wasn't about. It wasn't just about Jalen Brunson. It was about Jason Kidd spreading the defense out and making Rudy Gobert come out in that series. That's what it was really about. It was really about making him uncomfortable and putting him on more islands. Dallas spread the floor that because all they had was really perimeter players. Once they got Luca back, it was basically curtains. Like the Utah wasn't ready to bring
Fair,
Rudy Gobert out of the paint.
fair enough, but you had to. That's after the fact, Leaf.
That's
When you
after,
see
because bro,
when
Jalen
when you
Brunson
first
still
see
had
that. Go ahead, my partner.
he still had to cook up ISO and do all the things that you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Get to the
I
paint.
understand that, but Jalen Brunson wasn't scouted against by Utah like he's going to be scouted against by the Cavs. That's the difference.
Why
Now he's
not?
coming.
Why wasn't he scouted last
He
year?
wasn't scouted again because they didn't think because nobody knew what Jalen Brunson was capable of at that
Right. So that's
time.
why if
He was
nobody
playing the
expected that,
two.
how could you
He
expect that?
he
You
he
just
came
said
in
nobody
playing.
But
expected that.
here's the thing. This year he's been a number one option this year. Now when you're a number one option, bro, it's different, bro. When teams are scouting against
Oh
you and
no,
they
for
go,
sure, for sure. I
it's
was more so talking
different.
about last year, but of
Yeah.
course this
Last
yeah.
last year it was different, bro, because they didn't scout against him as the go-to guy on them couple of playoff games where they didn't have Luca. That's what it was, bro. Like because Utah just wasn't ready for that.
Nah, nah, Leaf. You're not giving them credit. They knew Luca wasn't playing. Luca, it wasn't a
They
game
knew he
time
wasn't
but
decision.
playing.
they
They
knew
knew it was
very
gonna be him
little
and they
about
knew it was
Jay.
gonna
But
be
they
him and
knew very
Dinwiddie.
little. But
They
they
knew it
knew
was gonna be
very
him and
little
Dinwiddie
about
running the show,
Brunson,
bro.
bro.
He was playing all year. He didn't just come back, Leaf. He was playing. He was
I
starting in the
know
two all year.
here's the difference.
Hey,
As a
exactly, bro.
number one,
Exactly,
as
bro.
the go-to guy out on the court.
No, I get that. I absolutely understand. But to say that they didn't understand what they were planning for, they didn't. He didn't surprise them with his game. His game was his game.
Okay, all right.
Nah, I
Tell
ain't
me
gonna
the
lie to you.
difference. Tell me the
I'm not
difference
gonna lie to you.
between.
The way Jalen Brunson was balling out in that Jazz series
I did not
versus the
expect that,
way
bro.
he
Yeah,
was
last year I
playing game
Nah.
during the
Nobody
regular
could have
season.
called
There's
that.
no
I
Nobody
way
did
you
not
could have
explain
called
that
that.
to
Wait,
him.
hold
There's
on.
no way you could have foresaw
Wait,
that.
Okay,
everybody said
I got
Jalen
that.
Brunson
Okay,
was
I
like
got that.
that
I got
before
that.
that.
No, no,
So
no, no,
now
no. I'm not
now
saying
that
that
we
he
know,
wasn't like that. I'm saying that the way when he was given the keys because Luka was out and he was given the keys as the primary ball handler to be as ball dominant as he needed to be for them to win the game. They did not. You could not have foresaw that because he was not doing
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
during
saying.
last
Yeah, no one,
season.
Utah
no
wasn't
one,
ready for that.
no
They,
one
they,
really,
they
It's not
no one
saying
couldn't
that
really,
do
he.
that.
It's not saying that he
saying that
couldn't
you
do
knew it
it.
was going to
Saying
happen.
you didn't see him do it.
yeah,
You
no
didn't
one really
see him do it.
expected him. No one
You
really
That's what I'm
said
saying.
you
expected
Nobody
him
expected
to
it.
and
do it.
now and now that he has the history of that coming
Exactly. You
into
have a
this
full
year, it's
season. You have a
different.
full
And
season.
now you expecting him to do that same thing
To
against the
get
number
you
one
two
defense in the
games?
league,
The
which
two
is the
games?
Cavs.
We're not
And
saying to
this
win the
isn't. And
series.
this
He's to
isn't.
get
And
you
this
Yeah,
isn't.
I'm just saying he can win a couple games, bro.
He
Like
gonna
that's
he,
win.
ballsy.
And this.
Listen,
I
And
don't
Jalen
this
think
isn't.
Brown.
And this isn't
the argument is not
This
an
isn't the
upset.
Utah Jazz. This isn't the Utah Jazz.
Listen,
This is the Cleveland. This is the
Brunson.
Cleveland Cavaliers. This is the Cleveland
Jalen
Cavaliers
Brown to the
with
Bulls.
with
Make that
better
happen.
defenders.
The only
With better
similarity
defenders,
is
not
they
just
both
Rudy
had
Gobert.
Donovan
Wait,
Mitchell.
hold on.
They both are bad
Who
perimeter
holds Brunson?
defending teams.
Jalen
Who
Brown
holds
to the
Brunson?
Bulls. Let's make it happen.
You said what?
Who's
They're
holding
both bad
Brunson?
It's not about
teams.
no. It's not about who's guarding Brunson because you know just as well as anybody that it's not just a one on
Fair,
one
No,
game.
I
fair,
Jalen Brunson's
fair.
understand.
not
That's
No, I
taking
fair.
that to
no,
one
but
on
understand.
I'm,
one.
That's
I'm not
fair.
gonna lie. Brunson is
That's
gonna be
fair.
Nine
living
times out
in
of
the paint.
10,
He's gonna be living in the
nine
paint.
times out of 10, the person 9 times out of 10, whoever's guard is probably Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell. You
That's
pick,
fair.
but
He's
but
cooking.
He's
but
cooking,
he
bro.
is
He's
And
cooking.
he's
no.
frying. He's
It's
gonna
not.
give mad rim
He's
pressure.
frying that
Okay.
nigga.
He's
If
getting
Garland
most
checking
of
him,
the
he's frying
pressure.
him.
Most of the
Mad rim
pressure
pressure.
that
Who's
most
guarding
of the
Donovan
pressure that
Mitchell?
No, bro,
most of the
Nobody's
RJ
pressure
saying it's
Barrett.
an
we're not saying
upset.
we're not
RJ Barrett.
saying that they're going to lose, bro. We're
Nobody's
just saying that they
Yeah,
could get
I'm
two
just saying they can
games.
win a couple games. I'm not
Yeah,
saying they
That's
we're
gonna
not
win.
it.
saying a
That's
Knicks
the
are going to
only
win.
argument.
Huh?
what I'm saying is the reason why I'm only giving them one game is because Jalen Brunson being guarded by Darius Garland, he's going to be able to get wherever he wants to, but where he mainly gets his money from is where the
The paint.
mid range
In the mid range.
In the
and
paint,
the
yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
have Evan Mobley, and instead of just having Rudy Gobert, if you have Evan Mobley, if you have Jared Allen sitting in the paint waiting to contest those shots, it's a little bit more difficult for you to do that. And then when you put the ball in Julius Randle's hand, understanding that he's not better than he was 2 years ago, he's the same guy who still can't go right. This offense becomes very,
No, that's
very
fair,
predictable.
but and like you said, just like we know, it's a game when he does break down Darius Garland, and like you said, Evan Mobley or Jared
He's
Allen.
hoping that's a wide
That
open.
means
That's a wide open
that
man.
means that somebody got collapsed. That means they
It's a wide
collapsed.
open man right there.
And
Somebody's open.
let me go to the next. Let me go to the next roster because I want you guys to
Hey, you know who y'all
Somebody's
sleeping
open.
on,
Wait,
bro?
hold
Yeah,
on,
let's
because they,
answer,
they
get to
got
answer
this
this
Knicks
question. I
roster.
want you to answer. I want you to answer.
What about
this question
Cavs?
seriously.
What about a
Are you
Cavs
scared
versus
of RJ
Boston
Barrett getting a
matchup?
wide open shot? Are you
No,
scared of
I
RJ
would
Barrett
live
getting a
with
wide
that.
open
I'm
shot?
scared of
They're
Clint
gonna
Brown with
they,
that.
no,
No,
they
I would.
You're
absolutely
not
gonna
living with
live with it.
Grimes, though.
I'm
You're
gonna
not
give
living
you.
with
I
I'm
would.
Grimes.
scared.
I
I'm
would
scared
live
of
with
I'm gonna
Clint
that.
give you
Grimes.
Josh
Yeah, he
Hart.
got a
I'm gonna
burner.
give you. I'm gonna give you Josh Hart.
Grimes, you're gonna have to get a closeout on.
Oh,
Suns,
He
Grimes
got a
I will
burner.
give
He
you.
got
I
a
will
Suns and
give
hoop.
you Josh
Bucks.
Hart. I will
All
give
right,
you.
well,
I will give you.
quickly, you're gonna have to get a
Suns and Bucks.
closeout
Quickly
on.
got a
I'm
burner
not.
on him.
come
I'm
on.
not scared of quickly. I'm not
But you
scared of quickly.
What?
I'm
come
not
on.
scared of
I'm
You
not
quickly,
gotta
but
be
scared of
fair,
What?
but
quickly
he's
you
gonna
gotta
get
get.
he's
I'm
gonna get
not
you
And
scared
he's
No,
of
then
not
you
gonna
quickly.
get you a
bugging
good
out,
game.
bro.
You're
You
not gonna get
bugging out.
you're not gonna get
I'm
nothing
not
good
scared
out
of
of
Hey,
quickly,
bro,
is what
quickly.
you're
these
saying?
dudes, bro. So
Even
you
even
know
if the
quickly,
Cavs
Come
face the
on, you
first,
downplaying
who would
them.
the Cavs
Quickly is Bones
quickly is
Highland in the
shoot.
skies, bro. Like,
It,
come on.
thank
who would the
you.
Cavs face in the second round if
If
they
they will play
Boston?
they will play Boston
Milwaukee,
Boston
No,
or,
they
or
play the one
Milwaukee.
seed.
Because
I think
Boston
Give
Boston
me
is a
1
bad
second.
matchup with them
Give
because
me
they don't
1
have
second.
no. They would play Milwaukee because
They
they in
play
the fourth.
Milwaukee.
Oh yeah,
They're in the
no, they will play
four. They
Milwaukee.
play
They'll play
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
play Milwaukee.
because I was gonna say, do they even have any wing defenders, any like
They
defenders to
don't.
guard wings?
They don't. They don't.
No.
They
Yeah,
don't.
I
it
think they
depends
can.
how.
Listen, in terms of paint, I think they can match up against Milwaukee better than
They
anybody
definitely
else.
can.
Paint,
No,
yeah.
they probably got the best matchup for Milwaukee in the paint because of the
Cleveland.
both they big.
They do, but at the
They
same
do, but
time,
at the same
I
time,
think Giannis will
well,
still
hey,
have
hey,
his
what
way.
if
Giannis will
Cleveland
still have his
pop?
way.
What if Cleveland pop Milwaukee though?
If
Nah,
Cleveland pop Milwaukee,
I don't. At the same time, I
don't think Donovan Mitchell. I don't think Donovan
Wait, what
Mitchell is
did
getting
you
off
said?
on
I
You
too
ain't
said
gonna
high
lie,
what,
of a
bro.
bro?
hand.
Hell no, that's the problem
Because
right
we know
there.
Drew gonna be on Mitchell. So for
Yeah.
Mitchell will
Whoever's
have to have
playing
a
good, he's
career.
switching off on
Wait, I'm
whoever's
sorry.
playing
I'm sorry.
good.
Hold on. I didn't hear what Zay's question was. What was your question, Zay?
I was just saying, like, what if the Celtics, I mean the Cleveland popped Milwaukee?
That would be the upset. That would be the upset of the entire playoffs.
Yeah, that'll be the upset
Man,
of the playoffs. That'll be the
let's
upset of the playoffs.
that would be
Because
Not
the
a
upset of the
not a
playoffs. But
what
not a
advantage
not a
do
upset for
Cleveland
the.
have
Cleveland has no
against
advantage. They don't have
Milwaukee?
any
They
advantages.
have no. They
None.
have an advantage. They
Cleveland
have an
can prevent.
advantage.
They could at least keep the. They could prevent Giannis
They
like
can
from
They have
damn
just.
near, they
they
can
have
damn
an
near
So like
make Giannis' life
who is
they
miserable
gonna
though.
have
like who's gonna score against him? Like Mitchell is gonna
I think
He's
it's
gonna
going. I
score,
think it's
bro.
going to come. I
Like
think it's going to come down.
it's gonna be on the backs of Mitchell. But that's my thing. With
Nah,
Cleveland,
Mitchell is
it's not
not
even
going
about
off on Drew Holiday.
Because who's
okay.
their three?
I think that's for
Okay,
one.
that
Is it
could be cool. That
Okoro?
could be
Y'all
cool.
are not.
This what
Who's
I'm.
their
This what I'm. This
who's
what I was
who's
trying
their
to get at.
Listen,
I
who's
think,
their
but nah,
Drew,
This what I was
Drew,
trying to
you,
get at.
Cleveland can prevent. I don't think they have a legitimate chance
who's
of
their
winning
who's
that.
Drew, you
who's their
being,
That's
Drew, you
6
being
games in
This what I
mad
was trying to.
disingenuous
This what I was
with
trying
the
to get at though.
Cavaliers, though, bro.
Cleveland doesn't have that many shooters, so
That,
they
That's
don't
6
have
games.
like
that's
other than
not
Mitchell and Garland.
true. That's
Who
not
can you tell me who
true.
can? Can you tell me who can shoot?
Darius
They
Garland.
have
No, I'm saying other than them two, like the players
other
that they're
than
gonna
Darius,
leave open.
who's their
other than
three? Is
Darius
it Okoro?
other than Darius
Okoro,
Garland and
you trust
Donovan
Okoro
Mitchell.
Oro,
to
Dean
No,
Wade.
Okoro just hit a
just not
game.
got a big shot the
Okoro
other
just
day,
knocked
bro.
down a game-winning three.
Yes, on
You
God,
have
Stop
he
it.
just
Darius.
Nobody
knocked down a
know
game winning
Okoro.
shot.
Don't give me no
You
come on,
Okoro.
have
bro.
Say
you
Okoro
have
not like
Okoro just
Okoro
knocked
not
that
like
out.
I think they would live with them
okay.
shooting.
Okay.
Okoro.
Can
He'll
I
give you
tell you
2 threes
guys?
the next game, and then the next game
Okay,
he going 0 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can I give it to you guys? Can I give it to you guys?
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, you have Danny Green, you have Karis LeVert, you have Raul Neto, you have Chetty Osman,
Bro,
No,
you
Yeah,
have
but
stop.
those,
Anthony Bro.
come
Stop.
on, bro.
No,
you think those
Come
guys are
on,
gonna
bro.
get actual minutes? Because
Like
I'm pretty sure
Raul
I
Neto
don't
is
know.
not.
Yeah.
He's not getting.
they're
No,
gonna
no, no. They're
against
probably going 8 man. They're probably going 8 man deep.
man.
So
Yep.
realistically, the only players that's really going to get some burn is
Karis,
Robin
Rubio.
Lopez,
It's gonna be.
Robin
It's gonna.
Lopez, Karis LeVert, and Ricky Rubio.
That's it.
So
That's it.
that's it. That's it.
So
So
two
I mean, you have
shooters, 3.
So two. We got.
I
They
mean,
got what? 2 or
but
3.
3.
it's an 8 man. It's an 8 man rotation. So you have to take in the starting lineup at that
I'm
point. So
tired
you
of
have to
8-man
take
rotations,
you have to
bro.
take
Like I
you have to
swear.
take Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell into account.
Yeah,
You
Right.
have to
Okay.
take and you
absolutely.
have to take
They're gonna
you
have
have to take Karis
Okay.
LeVert into account. And not for nothing, I'm not saying that Ricky Rubio is this shooter that be knocking shit down
Yeah,
from the
yeah, he'll
stripe,
catch and shoot.
but
I mean,
he
but
can hit it. He can hit a
Milwaukee
three.
shooters got a more of an advantage than Darius Garland has an advantage in
Are
this
we
series.
sure about this?
Wait, because and then we got to think about it though, bro. Because
Because they perimeter defense is
And
not
Mitchell,
it.
Are we
They're
sure
going to
about
be getting their
this?
shots. They're going to be getting their shots off the dribble. You know what
Because
I'm
the
saying? So
main
it's going to be
problem,
more difficult.
the
It's going to be
main
more
problem,
difficult to them.
because the main problem we have with Milwaukee is their offense, and it's not just like, oh, they're not getting enough rim pressure. This is Giannis's team we're talking about, so it's not rim
Right.
pressure that's the problem. They actually are struggling from the 3-point line.
From the 3-point line.
Grayson Allen is not that 3-point shooter that people think he is. Pat Connaughton has not been that 3-point shooter that people thought he was since 2021. Jay
Right.
Carter just got there, so maybe that could be the deciding factor. They just signed Goran Dragic, so maybe that can be a deciding factor. But as far as the nucleus that we know of, outside
So
of
you
Brook
saying Darius
Lopez,
Garland? So you saying the Cavs? Did Darius Garland get an
It
advantage?
sounds like he got the
I'm
Cavs,
saying,
man.
Yeah. It sound like you
Sound
got
like
the
you got the
Cavs in
Cavs.
upset, bro.
Sound like you took that future bet. Sound like you took that
I
plus
got the Bucks.
1200.
I got the Bucks, but I got the Bucks for different reasons. The
How far is
what
that
you guys
series
are talking
going?
about, it's going 6. It's going 6.
Okay.
I think it's going. I think it's
Okay.
going
It's going
5.
6.
I think it's
I
going
got
5.
It's going
5.
6.
I got 6 tops. I got 6
Yeah, I
tops.
think
But
it's
the
going.
I
reason,
got
but the
6
reason,
tops.
I think it
why
goes
I
6
have,
if Mitchell goes for like 40 or some
Hey,
crazy
it
shit.
might go
That-
seven,
that's
bro.
what
It
that's
might
what
go
I'm
exactly what
seven.
betting
I
on.
said.
That's what I'm betting on. I think that this playoff is where Donovan Mitchell lets everybody know that the Utah Jazz stint was not a fluke. He was
Oh
not
yeah,
just
yeah,
given
yeah,
an
yeah.
ultra amount of volume. He is a star, a superstar in this league, and this is going to be his coming out party. That being said, the reason why I got the
I,
Bucks beating Cleveland because I think that Giannis is the best player in the world, and he's going to play like it. That
but
being said, if they lose to Cleveland, it is going to be because Giannis didn't show up.
right. But to rebuttal that, I think Donovan Mitchell, he's definitely gonna show that Utah wasn't a fluke, obviously. But
Mhm.
I think the most important things going forward, if they plan on making any type of upset against any of the teams, the teams ahead of them, to me is gonna be Darius getting a few games out of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. Like I go back to,
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
when you got that type of youth.
it's on Mobley for real, bro. It's on Mobley,
I
bro.
think that. Yeah, I think it's
don't
Mobley.
no.
It's a
not on
collective. It's a
Mobley.
It's on
collective.
Mobley,
It's
bro.
both.
It's
I
both.
think
It's a collective.
Mobley,
It's both.
Mobley
It's
and
both.
Darius Garland, they got youth on their side,
Evan
and they're
Mobley
gonna
is
have
only,
some
but
mismatches.
Evan Mobley's only in his second year. For you to put that type of pressure on
I was
him
gonna say
immediately, I don't understand how people are just can keep on sitting there talking about Evan Mobley. I was expecting Evan Mobley
It's been
to
players
make
in
this
their
jump.
second year to go off though. Like
Yeah, it's been players in a second. But
Name one sophomore that ended up coming into the season and being even better.
my
and
thing
that
is
What's
coming
good,
this.
into the season.
Hatimi? Hatimi, trying to pull up.
And talking about going in terms of going
I'm
off in
about to
the
send
playoffs.
trying to pull up.
Wait, oh, who said? Oh, yeah, not. But in terms of going off in the playoffs, it's been
Hatimi.
some second year players to have
Duncan.
some games.
Hey, pull up, Hatimi.
Yeah,
Oh, I miss my boy Hakeem.
Yeah, my
Timmy.
boy, our team here, man. Pull
our
up, man.
team. Yeah,
Pull up,
yeah,
bro.
but
But no, like I was saying, like, because I know what Donovan Mitchell gonna do. I don't know what Darius Garland gonna do. I never seen him in the playoffs.
and I don't know
But
what Evan Mobley's
and I
gonna do.
don't know what Evan Mobley gonna do. But if I'm just predicting, I would think that Garland would give me somewhere around 20 to 25 a game. Mobley, on the other hand, I don't know what he's gonna give me.
15 to
I know
20.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. He might give me 10 a game because we know it's some games he could go ghost. You know what I'm saying? The same thing as a DeAndre Ayton.
I think as long as he playing defense, I think his 15 is honest. As
Yeah.
long as he's getting after it on the defensive end and staying out of foul trouble, but that's damn near mission impossible
That's
against
what I'm
Giannis.
saying because we're going against Giannis. One of them, him and Allen, one of them or both of them are going to be in foul trouble. Like
That's
for
a
if not
fact.
for majority of these games, so
That's a fact.
they're going to either have to avoid foul trouble or they just going to have to outshoot or outscore, score
That's
so
a
much to
fact.
the point where it don't matter. And I
That's a
don't know if I
fact.
could trust Mobley to give me 20 to 25, 2 to 3 of these games because I think that's what he's
I
going to
mean,
need to do.
I think in terms of the interior, I think they have what it takes to at least neutralize,
They definitely do.
to at least keep Giannis honest,
They
like
do.
in terms of So, but because as Casual said, Milwaukee shooters, they've been
But
struggling, man. Like
but
they
hold on though. Another thing we got to keep in effect is I don't know if Jared Allen gonna be able to be in the paint because you got Brook Lopez
Brook
like
Lopez.
camping out at the 3-point line.
That's
Like
probably where they're going to
he's not even
throw
gonna go
Evan
towards the rim.
Mobley.
Hey, connect your mic, team. And it will
I
let me
think
add you.
I think they're gonna have. I think they're gonna throw Evan Mobley out
out there so
there.
he could roam a little
So
bit too.
Jared Allen could stay somewhat stationary and still be a paint presence because
What is good?
he's obviously a better paint presence than
Hakeem, bro.
So you saying Allen gonna be on Giannis? That's what you saying?
in certain portions of the game, yes. I think it's gonna rotate
Ooh,
as the game goes along.
that might be barbecue chicken right there. I
I
don't
ain't
know.
gonna lie,
Sounds like
that
That's
might be
barbecue chicken. That's
yeah, that
barbecue.
might be
also
if he get him on the island, I
Yeah,
think that's
it's a wrap. It's a
I think
wrap.
that's Ruby Tuesdays, brother. He get him on the
No,
island.
dead ass. That's
also
that's Applebee's right there.
Ultimately, we still got the
just to
Bucks.
let you know, as far as Brook Lopez goes with his 3-point shooting, I don't think Brook Lopez is going to be out there as frequently as you think he is. Like he's not going to be camping out there as much as you think he is. I mean, because he's just not he's not as efficient as he once was. Like his best shooting season was like a few years ago, but ever since then he has dwindled down on the attempts. Don't mean he's not going to take them. So I'm not saying you're all the way wrong, but I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks offense is mainly going to be put on rim
Right.
pressure and an occasional Bobby Portis, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton 3.
Right.
Outside and Chris
Mm-hmm.
Middleton pulling up in people's faces doing FaceTime
Right.
shit.
Right.
Outside of that, I think the matchup between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Milwaukee, if they did go against each other, is going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to can Jared Allen and Evan Mobley neutralize
Neutralize
Giannis,
Giannis enough.
neutralize what Giannis got going on enough for them to be able to squeak out a couple wins. And two on the Buck side, and one on the Buck side, can Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton be the number two stamped approval? Like there's no question, they're going to give.
I honestly believe, I add another one to the Bucks thing. Casual. I think can they shooters give you a couple of games? Can they get some good? Can the Bucks give some good shooting from the perimeter in a couple of games on some of these driving kicks? Because it's gonna be a lot of that from Giannis.
Yeah.
Once he in there with Mobley and Allen, can the shooters get some type of rhythm going and get in rhythm and out some of these games because
and that's what they got, and that's what they went out and got Jay Crowder for. That's what Jay Crowder's supposed to be.
That's why they got
Crowder's
Joe
supposed to be
Ingles. You know what I'm
knocking
saying?
out those key threes.
I always been on the side of Milwaukee. They won a championship, but in 2021, arguably they one of the stupidest offensive teams to ever win a championship, in my opinion, bro. Like I don't know how.
I'm with you. I'm with you
I'm
1000%.
No,
like
that's true.
to me, like it took Giannis that
50
50
ball.
point game and them defensive stops in each of them games against the Suns
Yeah.
and the injuries. Obviously, it took. I mean, I give Giannis his credit, man, like for playing out of his basically out of his skull. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they playing out of their skull defensively, but offensively, that was one of the dumbest teams to ever win a championship ever. Like that I ever seen, bro. Like that was just unbelievable. Like it was that what they was running, and a lot of times what they was running. If it had not been for PJ Tucker and a lot of the defensive players that they had on that team, I don't know if we talking about Giannis the way that we talking about him right now. Cause he won them 2 MVPs. We talking about Jokic winning a third MVP and not getting out of the first round. If Giannis don't at least get to the finals, well, how are we talking about him?
Oh no, Coach Bud would have got fired. We don't know what would happen, bro. I don't
I
know what
think
would happen.
Coach Bud is still on the hot seat.
I think you would. I think you would have got fired that year. To be honest, I think you would have got fired.
Did
Because
they
he was
list in
already on the
Brooklyn?
hot seat, bro. Like they was
Yeah,
on
I
his
think
ass.
I
Especially
think I
after
think
they
he's
came.
still on the hot seat. I don't
Yeah,
know.
y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you
it was
now.
good.
What's going on? But I think Coach Bud is still on the hot seat, bro. Like to me,
Bro,
like a lot of people is just saying to me, bro. Like I've been here talking to people outside. He's like, yo, bro, this is basically the 2015 Hawks with just with just a superstar. That's all it really is. And I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, what? And now that I think about it, I'm like, realistically, this is probably the defensive version of the Hawks. That Hawks team that Coach Bud had. It's just real good on offense, real dumb as hell on defense, real good on defense, real dumb as hell on offense.
I'm not as high on the books that championship, bro. Like I'm not high on that
You
championship.
talk about on the 2021 run? You talk about that one?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
not
know
either,
how
bro. That
people
shit was
like
just. I
they.
think it was an injury, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
bro. I'm not gonna lie,
I'm gonna
bro.
give them
The
credit, but
hospital ring.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
nah,
hospital
nah,
ring,
like
bro.
I'm giving him credit. I'm not taking it away. I'm just saying I'm not as high on it. Like you know how people rave about it. Like it's Giannis went
I'm not
crazy.
as high on it as I am on the 2019 Kawhi one.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
was
it don't compare
ridiculous.
to that.
Nah, it don't
Yeah.
compare to that. It don't compare to Dirk's run in
It don't
2011.
compare to that. It don't
I
compare. It
mean,
don't compare to D Wade shit. It don't compare. Like it
I
just.
mean the
I
issue
think
with the
the
Bucks
D Wade
winning.
shit that was a free throw. That was a free throw
Free throw
marathon.
merchant.
Yeah, that
I
yeah.
mean the
What you
issue with
talking
the Bucks
about?
that
His first
year
one?
was
Yeah, the 06, yeah,
Yeah,
06, yeah.
06, yeah.
yeah.
But I don't even put it on the level of that one. But I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
I think it's.
but I will say it does include one of the best finals performances that we ever seen.
Oh yeah, the closeout game.
No.
No,
Yeah,
he did his
Giannis
thing. He
played
did his thing.
great. I'm just saying like that the run. Like who did they really just truly beat?
They beat. Who did they beat?
They got over on the Nets, but they beat the hell out of Miami in the first round. Miami
But Miami though, Miami really
that was a
just
COVID team. That was
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like
like
that was a team that just came off the bubble year.
yeah. That
You know what
they
I'm
just came
saying?
off a
Jimmy Butler
COVID
was
year.
hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like
Realistically, all they beat was the Suns because they was
that's
down
what I'm saying. The
2-0.
only team they beat was a
exactly,
Chris Paul led team. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I hate when y'all do this.
You know what I'm saying? I
I
gotta
hate
be
when y'all
nasty.
do
I
Y'all
gotta
be,
be
this.
nasty, bro.
y'all be making me mad with
Like,
this shit, bro.
like Chris Paul, I don't have no
Chris
faith in that nigga.
Paul.
I don't have any faith in him.
I hate when y'all do
You
this.
know what I'm
Like
saying?
y'all be sitting,
Exactly.
Gotta
Like
keep it a
look,
buck.
y'all proving
We
me I'm
gotta
wrong.
Gotta
acknowledge
keep it
who
a buck.
Chris Paul
y'all
is.
be
I
sitting
told
here,
Dub.
y'all be sitting here and acting like every championship isn't won with a few injuries on the way.
Wait,
Who?
wait,
Nah,
wait. Who
it
we
Who?
talk
is,
about?
but I'm
Not
saying
every,
that just in
not
terms
every.
of
What do you mean? What do you mean not injuries? Every championship that you can think of from the Lakers 2020 championship to the Golden State
every
Warriors
Golden State
championships.
championship is
Every
mixed.
year, every chip,
Damn
every chip.
near.
Bro.
All they
All right, hold on, hold on,
championships
hold on,
is
hold
mixed.
on, hold on, hold on. Let's speak on this, bro. Be real.
To the
No, no, hold on,
Toronto
be real.
Raptors championship. Like
Bro,
every
nobody was
championship
beating the Warriors team though. Like nobody was beating them.
in 2015, you
No, I'm
telling me
talking
that
about
the
the
Golden State
KD.
Warriors
I'm
couldn't
not
get
talking
knocked
about
out?
the Kyrie and
Okay,
What about the 2011 year?
the 2011 with Dirk.
Yeah, that was a hell of a run.
He got it out. He got it out the mud.
He got that
he
out
got
the
that out
mud.
the
Nobody got
mud.
hurt. I'm
Got
about
that
to
out
say
the
that
mud.
was
Nobody. I don't think
That's a
nobody
good
got
one.
hurt. Shit,
nobody
got
Caron
hurt.
That's a
Butler
good
didn't
one.
play.
clean.
Nobody got hurt. He
Shoot,
got it out
That
the
was
mud.
clean.
LeBron got hurt. LeBron got hurt,
His feelings.
and he got his
You talking
twin.
about
He got his twin brother.
his
He got his twin brother to play.
that
His
Both
nigga,
of
feelings.
them.
his
He
feelings
talking
got
about
hurt.
his
Listen,
brother.
LeBron
Feelings
got
got
hurt.
hurt. That was about it.
LeBron got hurt.
LeBron got it.
And his
LeBron got
twin.
somebody from Space Jam to play that
Yeah, he
shit.
got somebody. Yeah, he got somebody. He got one of his Space Jam buddies to play.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Like
No,
LeBron,
but
LeBron
I'm
got Puss in Boots. That's
saying
what he
like
got,
every
bro. Like,
for the most part, every team that's won a championship, they won it
But
off
like
of
but like the Bucks run though.
some team players getting
But like
knocked
the
out.
Bucks run.
what about the '98 championship, bro? Like
The
Scotty was
but
hurt and they
the
still won
only
that.
the two key injuries that they dealt with was obviously Kyrie went down
And Trey
And
Young.
Harden. And
and Trey
Harden.
Young.
But
No,
we talk about the
No.
best players on these teams.
Harden
I
had
mean, but
Harden
but
had a
Gian, but
Harden was
Giannis went
Har-
down too.
Harden was half Harden, bro. He wasn't even playing.
Like
If you
no,
watch
but
that
Harden
series,
no.
he said at the
Harden was
top of
on
the
one
key the
hamstring, bro.
entire game.
But
Oh
I'm
my mom,
saying,
he
Yeah,
was
but
he's
I'm
on.
playing.
saying,
He's playing
but
on
I'm
one
saying,
leg.
but I'm saying, Harden got hurt in the Boston series. Kyrie was still healthy, and they were still up 2-1. They were
And
still up
That
two
is
one.
true.
But yeah,
that's true. But did you
but
expect
Kyrie got.
KD?
But look, when they went up 2-1, Harden wasn't playing though.
I
No,
gotta give Milwaukee
Like
some credit. I gotta
Harden had
give
to
was.
bounce back
But I'm saying
I gotta
because
Kyrie
give I
was.
gotta give Milwaukee some credit for coming back because outside of the series that they won, the Heat series was a sweep. But
Bro, they
coming
played
into
the
that
Hawks,
that
bro. They played the Hawks.
that that series was
Even with the Hawks, even with Trey Young being hurt, Giannis was hurt
No,
too.
no. I'm not talking about the injury, bro. The Hawks was sweet, bro. Like they wasn't like that. It was
They
just
no,
the
playing.
Hawks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
Hawks was
that was
not
that
like
if
was
that.
you
In
saw
the
if
in, in
you
the Hawks
saw
like
if you
The
saw
won
Hawks
like
that
was not
series
like
sixes.
that,
yeah,
bro.
they
The
and you
only
they
saw
reason
They had
the
the
only
sixes.
reason why they was there
Ben
was
Simmons.
because of Ben
and
Simmons,
if
bro.
you
Like
saw
Ben
stop
if
it.
you
Simmons
saw if you saw the beginning of that series the
and
way I saw it,
Joel Embiid did
if
fall.
you saw the beginning of the series the way I saw it, Atlanta was not to be taken lightly. A
Oh no,
Kongwu was giving
that game one,
a
Trey did.
Bro,
Kongwu a Kongwu was giving Giannis fits.
I mean,
bro.
but
But I think we all knew that.
but casual. Let's be honest
we
about
knew
what
the
Trey Young.
outcome.
I was about to say we knew
Casual. Let's
that
be honest with
they
Trey
might
No.
win a game or
As
two,
far
but
as
that's all I was gonna
Trey
say.
Young was living
as
off
far as who I thought.
the James Harden rule that got patched the very next year though. Like
No,
let's
no,
Man,
let's
no,
be
no,
And
no,
they
and
was
honest.
no,
and
no,
punching
you
no.
above
see
Don't
their
how
act.
he
weight
Nah.
cleaned
He
up
was
his
class.
living
number.
off.
In that
Yes, he
first,
was.
in that first, in
Yes,
that
They
first
was
two games,
punching
in
above
that
their
first
weight
two games,
class.
in that first two games, Trey
whole
Young was
playoff
having his
run, he was
way.
living off that
No, no,
foul,
Having
bro.
his
I'm
He
not
was
gonna
shooting
lie
way.
though.
12 free
He was
throws
having
a
his
game.
way.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Shoot,
That first
made me rethink about Drew Holiday's Defensive Player of the Year.
Nah,
Candace,
stop
shout
that.
her out.
Nah,
no,
no,
because
no.
Trey
We're
Young
not
was
doing that.
he was
Trey
Trey
Young
Young
clowning
was
was
on
having
him.
living
his
off
way.
that
Trey Young was
bullshit
clowning on him.
Trey
I'm
Young
not
foul.
gonna
was.
lie.
So
Trey
Young
Young
so
was
was
living
so
clowning
off
on him.
that BS foul, bro. Like, stop that.
let me switch it up. So we pretty much got the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals based on how the matchups are set up now.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the playing teams, and Philly's first right now, right?
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
hear about the playing teams. We
Who
suck right
who
now.
who gives Philly the most trouble out of all the in all the playing teams, and how much trouble does Miami give Boston?
As
Okay,
far as
let me check out the playing teams. You got the Nets.
Miami is out of the play, and Miami's in
Yeah,
six.
they're the six seed. So
No,
Miami gonna
yeah,
play
they
the
played
Sixers first
Boston.
round. They
it's
play
the
the
Miami gonna
Sixers.
play the Sixers, yeah.
They'll play the
Nets,
Sixers.
Hawks, Raptors, and Bulls.
Yeah, you got the Nets, Hawks, Raptors, and the Bulls for the playing
We're
team.
not doing anything, bro. Put us out of there,
But
bro.
I'm not
Put us
gonna
in the
lie.
bottom.
Like at the most, all of those teams will just get one game. That's all I'm seeing. That's all I'm
Not
seeing.
The Raptors.
But I think the Raptors will have the best chance though.
The most
the
trouble.
Raptors.
Yeah, just because they
Yeah,
got
they
all
have
these athletic
versatility,
wings and shit. Like,
and it does help that they got Jakob Pertl from the
yeah,
Spurs.
they got a
They
big body.
That's
yeah,
another big body for the
they
game.
do
Yeah,
got
Jakob
Jakob
Poeltl's
Poeltl.
tough. He's tough. He's a big body.
Jakob
He
That's
Poeltl is
another
round.
big
tough.
body.
But I
Jakob
mean,
Pertl
unless
would
Fred
serve.
VanVleet or Siakam plays out their mind, I don't see them winning the game. To be honest.
I
Oh
don't
no,
see
no.
the
Obviously,
Hawks. I don't see the
obviously
Hawks
the
winning
question.
more than one playoff game since 2021. 2021, bro. I already told him that was a fluke ass run if
Yeah,
I
I
ever
think
seen
Trey
one.
hit
No,
his
but
head on the ceiling.
I don't think his
No,
question was
Trey
I don't
got
think his question was
patched,
who
bro. That's
will
what
be.
happened.
He hit his head on the ceiling. Trey hit his ceiling. He done.
No, Trey got patched. It wasn't even no ceiling to hit, bro. Like they got lucky, but Ben Simmons decided not to dunk, and then it somehow
But
managed.
wait. We can't just because Joel Embiid was turning that motherfucker over. He had like Joel Embiid had
Oh no,
He
no,
25
he
did.
was
turnovers in the last
disgusting.
three
He was
games.
in with game
He
6. He was terrible in game
he
6.
That's what
he,
I'm
he
saying.
did.
Joel
He
Embiid did
did.
choke. He did choke in that month. He did choke
Oh
in that
no,
month.
Yeah.
he was disgusting, and I think it was
He
game
was
6.
getting double teamed. He didn't have no answer for it. He was just
What
giving that
series?
motherfucker
What
up.
series? What series was it?
against the
Against the
Hawks.
Hawks. Against the Hawks.
Was that a healthy Joel blowing the dope against that
Yeah,
I
team?
that was a
mean,
healthy. That
I
was
if it
a
mean,
wasn't
healthy
healthy,
game.
I mean that's
I
kind of
would
what I
say,
expect from Joel. You know.
I don't know
Mm,
what you guys were watching that time because
the
Embiid
athletes
was
gotta come
playing
out.
fantastic that series.
Yeah, I
no,
don't know
the
what y'all talking
series
about.
overall he did. The series overall, but
Yeah,
in
Okay,
one game
But
he
in
had
that
about
game,
8
but in those
last
turnovers.
three
last couple of
games.
games, man, he
Yeah,
was blowing the
yeah.
dope.
The
Like
overall
he
series
was
he was
having six,
amazing.
seven, eight
because Ben
turnovers. You
Simmons
know what I'm
was a
saying? Like
liability on
Yeah,
offense,
he had
so
about 8
he had to
turnovers in
he
that
had
carry
about
game.
over
eight.
the
He
load.
averaged 8 turnovers a game the last three
He
games. You know
averaged
what I'm
8
saying?
turnovers.
8 turnovers a
Yeah,
game for a center.
that's crazy.
You know
But
what I'm
Yeah,
the
saying?
but
that
but
is
the thing
crazy.
is, but the
Never that
thing is,
we ain't gonna bring up the fact that Trey Young was basically living off the James Harden rule. So like it's
but the thing is, Ben Simmons was like the primary playmaker for that team. So
Yeah,
even if he was
in
a
the fourth quarter he
liability,
didn't do
he
anything.
didn't do
Embiid had to
Jack's
do
part.
that
Oh
job
no.
by
He'll forever be
playmaking
the
off the in the post. So the Hawks just trapped him with double teams, so he couldn't
Hmm
do anything. Embiid
Mhm.
was really like not at this level of passing, at this
That's a
level of
fact. That's a
quality
fact.
What the?
passing right now, because Embiid like improved a lot since that series.
He was
Yeah.
bad game 4. God damn, that game
Embiid
4.
Embiid issue that time
Oh,
was
it's
21
just
4. Okay,
passing.
rebounds.
I thought it was 6.
Yeah.
Now he had 7. I mean, his board. I mean, dude had grabbed hella boards, but just look at his shooting split: 17
Yeah,
points,
he was
But
kind of
but
four
don't
for
efficient.
twenty,
I'm
four
not
for
looking
20
at
from the
none of them uncontested rebounds, bro. Like Clint
4 for
Capella.
20, 4 for 20 off the field. God damn. And then
Yeah,
when
no,
we look at
that,
his turnovers,
remember.
where's his
I remember
turnovers
that
at?
game. I remember that game. But no, to answer your question, bro, I don't see none of these playing teams giving Boston or
None of
Milwaukee
them.
any
8
trouble.
turnovers
None
in
of
the
them.
last
None of
game.
none
I
of them,
mean,
bro.
maybe
8 turnovers.
no. I gotta
Jesus.
erase that. I think Boston.
Averaged 5 turnovers in that series.
Boston is vulnerable against us in Toronto in the
I
7
think
games.
yeah, I think the Raptors match up well against
I
Boston.
think I think Boston. I
That's
think
what
Boston is
we're
very
saying.
vulnerable against our team in Brooklyn and Toronto. Toronto
Hey,
specifically.
y'all trying to do a draft?
We,
I
it's a,
was man, but damn, we like 3 hours in, man. I'm
Yeah,
really
I
about
ain't.
to.
Yeah, no, for real. I
Yeah, we're
don't
gonna start
know.
doing drafts next. We're gonna start doing all that stuff next week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna cut out now because I gotta go eat. Shit. Let me go get some damn food, man.
Hey,
I'll be on
man.
this shit on next time with y'all.
all right, bro. I'll
Alright,
get with you.
bet.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro.
Peace.
Lock in,
All right.
bro.
All right, fellas.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Bro.
You about to end the stream, love?
We could do like 20 more minutes if y'all want. It's up to you.
Shit, I think I head out as well, bro. We doing the
Yeah.
stream. When you want to do the next stream?
We could do it Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Just let me
I
know.
got
Just
my
let me know the time, bro.
I got my podcast with the guys on Sunday, but we should be wrapped up about like the last
Which y'all
hour.
MVP before we end this?
You said what,
Jokic.
hot team?
I think Jokic is gonna win it.
Which y'all MVP before we end
Oh,
this?
Oh,
I got Embiid, but I think Jokic gonna win it. I got Jokic going. I think
Why you got Embiid though?
I got Embiid because he leading the league in scoring, bro. I think he playing better than Jokic, bro. I think he got more impact. You know, both sides of the ball.
Now, if we checking who's playing better, it's clearly Jokic. But the narrative about him winning three MVPs and like not having the best record in the league,
Hmm
that's what push like Embiid's agenda. But if we're going about based on a record and impact and defense, I gotta be honest though.
That's
I
what
was just about to say. I think if you're talking about leading the league, about him being a better scorer and him being a better him having impact on both ways, I think the argument would lean more
And the
towards
record as
Giannis
well.
than it do Joel Embiid, and he's winning more.
That's true. But
yeah.
the
I mean,
issue with
you can
Giannis,
make an
he didn't
argument.
play a lot this season, and he's not efficient as he was last year.
Yeah,
He's like 4% down true shooting from last year.
Yeah,
It's all
but
because of this.
that's what make it so intriguing because it's like all three of them got a legit case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One might
yeah,
have
if
one
we're
more.
going based of impact, Giannis got the least impact this season,
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I would agree with
but he
that.
got the best record.
He got the best record for sure.
How does he have the least? How does he have the least amount of impact this year?
I think Giannis this season, his defensively, he's not. Sometimes he's not trying. I'm a Bucks fan, so I'm like watching every game.
Me
This
too.
season, this season is not
Cook up, hot
giving
team.
them
Cook
much
up.
effort on defense.
Hmm.
I think he's still a top five defender in the league when he tries, but
Okay.
and the free throws issues, bro. I don't know what the fuck these men are.
He's actually shooting
But as
Am I
far,
nice.
allowed to swear,
but
bro?
I'm saying, as far as I'm strictly talking about what you said about him not being as impactful because Chris Middleton was out for most of this season up to now,
Okay.
and Giannis still had them cruising to the
I
tune of I want to say while he was out, they were still like sitting comfortably in like the third or second seed.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm not saying he's not impactful as like last year or something like that. But
No,
in
no,
my
no. I'm
opinion,
saying compared to his peers who he's competing for MVP with, which is Jokic and Embiid. I agree. I think Jokic is more impactful than Giannis.
this season,
Well,
this
no, I
season
take
only.
no. Now that I think about it, I take it back because offensively and defensively, what was this team without Giannis when he was off of the floor? And then defensively, yeah, you have Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday,
Two
but they
defensive player
needed
of the year.
two defense. Well, one of them defensive player of
Brook
the year
Lopez for
candidates.
sure. For
Brook
sure, Brook
Lopez most
Lopez.
definitely, and then Drew Holiday obviously being an all defensive first team defender. But I'm
Hmm.
saying like offensively and defensively, to 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 um they're not able to have the level of continuity on both ends without Giannis.
That's
I
true.
mean that is true, but I just think
Whereas
that
in
with the
whereas in Jokic's case, offensively, yes, you're absolutely right. He's more impactful than Giannis. But
hmm
defensively, don't even get me
yeah,
started.
it's not
And
even a
then on
discussion.
and then on Embiid's case, yeah, defensively, yeah, he may have more of a defensive responsibility than Giannis.
Hmm.
But offensively, don't get me started.
Which you
Listen,
like? Are you
what
saying
I'm
that Giannis
saying.
has more impact offensively than Embiid?
Oh, most definitely, because he doesn't have the benefit of having a James Harden, who's a consistent 20 and 10 guy.
I
He
think
didn't
I
have the
think
benefit of having a Tobias Harris. He didn't have the benefit of having a Tyrese Maxey. He doesn't have the benefit of having these players. He lost his go-to corner three-point shooter in PJ Tucker to the Philadelphia 76ers, who he's not shooting like that in
Hmm.
Philly's uniform, but he lost that. So
Right.
for most of the season, he's been having to more or less carry this offense with him being like I think putting rim pressure more so than he has in his last two MVP seasons.
Yeah.
Um, with how bad these guys are. Like Drew Holiday, as good as he's been defensively, offensively, he had a career year. But let's not act like this man has been doing this all season. He's had some woes this season.
I
Brook
mean
I
Lopez,
mean,
Drew
oh
was
wait,
cooking when
wait.
Giannis
But
was out.
I would say that was more so towards that was more so recent because in the beginning of the year, Drew Holiday was actually like on the
Yeah,
games
yeah,
that
he was
Giannis
playing
wasn't
like an
playing.
all-star
He was playing like a legit
offensively.
all. He was playing like a legit all star
But
no,
offense.
he's
He was
for sure.
giving
He's
you
again, he's well deserving of his All Star
yeah.
season, but it wasn't like he was just like. It's not like he's just been this year, just been having like this. He's been having like this crazy year where
yeah,
he's
he had
just,
like
But
a
wait, wait,
slow
wait. But I,
he's
I
been
year
do
he's
want to
been
say that
coming
defensively,
he's been coming
he's
in
actually
offensively
having
clutch.
his best.
last year.
He's actually having his best offensive year this year with the
I
Bucks,
think it's similar.
along with
Oh, his first. Oh,
along.
okay. I was about to say his best offensive year was with New Orleans, but
Yeah, yeah,
like,
no,
yeah,
I'm just
I get
talking
what you're
about since he
saying.
got to the Bucks.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think this year is definitely his best
Oh, 100
offensive
percent,
year.
hundred
No, I
percent,
And
think
then
I
hundred
think
and
percent.
then
last year was better though.
you think
Yeah,
so? You think so, our team?
I think he,
yeah,
I
I
think
think
he, I think he was better from the 3 point line,
I
but I
think he was
think
better from
I
his
know
like
he
all
was he
around,
was
yeah, but
more
I'm just talking
efficient
about like
last year.
I'm just
yeah,
talking
his
about like
all
all
around
around. You know what
game,
I'm saying? Playmaking included. I think he's definitely. I think this year he's taking a. You know what I'm saying? I think
he's
this year
definitely
takes
taking
it.
a step this year
You could give
Yeah.
playmaking.
like a Giroud the nod because Giannis and Middleton were out most of the season this year, the last year, so
Hmm.
he had to carry
Giannis,
a
Giannis has
greater
only
role.
missed.
Yeah, Giannis
Giannis
has
has
only
only
missed like what
missed.
No,
15,
I'm
15,
saying I'm
Yeah,
16
talking
games.
about Middleton, my bad, my bad.
Middleton, yeah,
But the
Middleton
thing
missed
is,
the
with
most of the
with
year.
Giannis, I still think Giannis is the best player in the world. But this season, in the regular season, with his free
hmm
throws, that's the big issue with me. His
So
I
free
agree with
throws
that.
his lack of being
percentage.
his lack of ability to hit his free throw consistently is what's
Yeah,
is what's
because
what's turning
sometimes he
you
can
off.
hit like a 20 free throw from
Um, but
100%.
No, he's shooting. He's shooting.
But,
This is his second worst
uh,
year from the free throw line.
in the next
Hey, I
in the
might.
next game, he shoots like 2 of 12 or
Hey,
something
we
like
might
that.
do the KG video in the morning because I work from like 5 p.m. to like 11.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in California. That's in like Pacific time though. So
When
like
you talk
if
about
we
tomorrow?
if we do it, I might do it like noon. So it'd be like 3
No,
p.m.
no.
Eastern
I
for like
would say
two
do it.
hours at least.
I would say do it on Sunday, bro, because
Yeah, I think you should just do it on Sunday.
just do it on Sunday, bro, because I got work. Well, you said noon, but your noon is my 3 p.m. and that's when I gotta go to work. I gotta
I
go
mean,
to
I
work.
work Sunday too. Like
What
I'm
what
trying to see
time
my
you work from
schedule.
Sunday?
Uh, I get off at not
You get off at 9.
9. Yeah,
Mm,
basically at 10. So it'd be like basically like 1 for you.
okay. I don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out, bro. But I don't think tomorrow would be a good. I don't think
Shit, if
tomorrow.
we
Now we
have,
could do Sunday morning. We'll just take
yeah, I
tomorrow
was about
off.
to say, yeah, if we have to, we could just do it either Sunday morning. You could just do it Monday.
Yeah. I was just say Sunday morning or Monday. I think that's cool.
We
That's
could we
cool.
could do yours on Sunday if you
Okay.
want. What time are you gonna do yours? Okay. Your
Oh,
podcast?
yeah, our podcast is on it's Sunday night, so it's like 9 or 10.
Oh, I won't be
Okay.
able to make it because I'm gonna be working. But if it was in the morning, I would have been down to join.
I was about to say yeah.
Well,
If you,
no,
if
that's what I'm saying. I can do the we can do the we can do your show on the morning, and then and then I can just do my podcast in the nighttime.
Yeah, I'll try to join though when I'm on my lunch and shit. I'll
Oh, for
join.
sure. Yeah, most def.
yeah,
All right
I
then.
I
Well, we
definitely
gonna edit,
tune in
man.
as
If y'all
well.
haven't liked the video or the live stream, yeah, I appreciate if y'all like it. And
For sure. Make sure y'all get
we'll
them
be
likes
back on
up. Get them
Sunday.
likes up.
Yes, sir. Yep. Y'all show love, man. Show love.